I gotta redo it every single time. Hold on 1 second, y'all. I did not think I had to redo that every single time. And good morning again. Nana, I appreciate you being in here early. Everybody that's here so far, good morning. Two Turn was good. Be Young, I said Be Young. Bear was good. I gotta redo the YouTube live chat every single time. Double back. What's the word, brother? I gotta. Sorry, y'all. Give me 1 second. I just realized I gotta do something over every single time I go live. That's a bummer. Like, how do you even put that back? Bear with me, please. Bear with me, please. Like, that should be automated. I'm about to do that every time, I guess. All right, whatever. Here, no there. Good morning to every single body that's in here so far. Welcome back to another daily Fact and Stat show, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern time until there's obviously been one day. Louis Bags was good. It's obviously been one day where I've been canceling. That's been falling on like Wednesday for me having to work at that the 11 a.m. hour. So Wednesdays are the only days that's probably not guaranteed. Or I'm probably destined or bound to miss at least 2 days throughout the week. Monday and Tuesdays will always be a show, and Sunday, Monday, and Tuesdays will always be a show. That's a guarantee, and probably Fridays as well. So just keep that in mind. If I'm ever canceling a show, I'm always tweeting it out on the Fact and Stats Twitter page. So I'm going to start with that. It's very, very, very important. Excuse me. It is very important to make sure you all follow the Fact and Stats Twitter page. As you can see here, I always, for example, let me find it. Okay, so no live show today, for example. We'll be back Thursday, which is today, obviously, Friday and Sunday. Sunday, we preview all the NFL games, give our best bets and things like that for those games, predict who we have winning and more, and talk about fantasy football as well. Friday, we'll be talking about college football. The week ahead, where we have some phenomenal matchups where I'll be right here in this chair watching college football literally all day from 12 p.m. to whatever. Last week, Saturday, we was in here till like 2:30 in the morning watching college football. So, yeah, I'm starting to enjoy my Saturdays now when it comes to just chilling in the crib and watching college football. And then today, we're going to be getting into a little bit of finally adding the NBA to the show. With NBA season quickly approaching. So today we're going to be quick preview on the Seahawks versus Cardinals game. Who do we have winning? And I have people shout out some bets that they like in the game or whatever the case may be. After that, ESPN dropped their final top 10 player rankings. Patrick was good. ESPN dropped their final top 10 player rankings. So we'll dive into the top 10. First, I'll see if I agree with the top 10. And then also, as far as the players, and then will I shuffle or reorder anything within the top 10. Probably end up looking at the top 50. I think they was looking at it a lot less than playback, but I was at work, so I didn't really dive into it too much. So I'll probably just skim over that. But my main focus is going to be on the top 10 for the ESPN NBA player rankings. And then immediately following that, speaking of top 10, we're then going to start our yearly player rankings at a certain position. So we're going to rank the top 10 point guards going into the 2025-2026 season. So that's what the show will be about today, finally involving or including some NBA talks. It's supposed to be NBA Wednesdays, but again, I look like I'm going to be working on Wednesdays for the foreseeable future. So keep that in mind. Everyone that's in here so far, thank you so much. For you, if you retweeted this, tweet right here on the screen, thank you. If you like this, tweet it right here on the screen, thank you. Even doing that helps. Even if y'all just share the tweet to somebody, that also helps. Let them know what Fact and Stats is all about, and let them know it's a platform for anybody to come on and speak their mind in regards to whatever the topics is. Obviously, you see what the topics will be today. Excuse me. Almost certain game threes for WNBA today as well. So it'll be a mixture of the Seahawks and Cardinals game while also let me make sure while also watching those game threes. Yeah, they both. Oh, that's tomorrow actually. I lied. So I'm glad it's tomorrow. It's even better. So I don't got to worry about that today. So yeah, we'll get into everything. If you are in here and you are on the YouTube side of things first and you want to extend your support for the platform, on top of being in the room at the moment or watching the show at the moment, make sure y'all hit the like button on this video. That helps the algorithm out for anybody that's surfing on YouTube to come across fact. I get a haircut tomorrow. Y'all need a haircut bad. That's coming across fact and stats and be willing to chime into the show. It just helps the algorithm out. Simple put. Also, on top of that, if you want to extend your support even more, you can become a member of the Fact and Stats YouTube community. There's 3 different levels you can join as. They all have different customized perks. One of them is able to watch podcast episodes early. I recorded a podcast with Ari last night. If you are a member, you are able to see that episode right now. If you are not a member, that episode will be dropping at like 3 p.m. today. I think I have it for 3 p.m. 3 p.m. Eastern time. So the show will not go past 3 p.m. Eastern time. At 3 p.m., everybody should be getting up out of here if it's still going on to that point and getting ready to watch that new episode that dropped. Episode 114. Aaron, appreciate you subscribing, man. I mean a lot. Episode 114. We dived into NFL. Let me just see if I can show y'all actually on the screen. Let me see if I can show y'all real quick. All right, so for example, real quick, disappointment surprise from week 3. Still confident in the Ravens. 49ers the Colts start off 3-0. Will they win the division? Will they win the playoff game? Y'all can't even see it all the way good. Teams and players stand out so far and more. So make sure y'all tap into episode 114 today, where me and Ari was discussing things last night. So 3 p.m. that is the drop time. If you are a member, you had the ability to see it from last night on down. So keep that in mind. If you on Twitch and you're already a follower, that's cool. Appreciate you following. If you're not following already, make sure you hit that follow button. And then if you want to extend your support for the platform, make sure you hit that sub button as well. If you have Amazon Prime, I will advise you to sub through Amazon Prime as you get 1 free subscription per month. If you are if you're willing to sub or you're down to sub or you want to sub, I'll advise you to a sub through Amazon Prime as you get 1 free subscription per month. So keep that in mind. I think I told y'all everything I needed to tell y'all. Dove into the Twitter real quick. Gave y'all the episode 114 updates to looking ahead to. Also, what else on top of that? Dove into the Twitch side of things and ultimately discussed what we'll be getting into today. I don't even know if I don't know where Miles is. If Miles was going to come in here and circle in for that game, but me and Ari, speaking of Ari, we briefly spoke on this game yesterday. I think the Seahawks and Cardinals game is more of like a wait and see what type of game you get out of it type of thing. And the Seahawks sitting at 2-1, Cards sitting at 2-1 to kick the show off. And my bad, y'all, I'm way off. If you want to join the stage, I'm sorry. If you want to join the stage, you have to join the stage through the Fact and Stats Discord. The Fact and Stats Discord is pinned on Twitch. If you want to join the stage, you have to join the stage through the Facts and Stats Discord. The Discord is pinned on Twitch, so keep that in mind. Also, the Discord is in the YouTube description as well. Also, hold on Twitch. And I'm about to head into the Discord right now myself, actually. Let me head into the Discord right now myself, actually. Seahawks money line, back ends. Maybe. I hope 8 o'clock come fast. I'm ready to watch some football. We live a good life, bro. We get to watch professional sports every damn week, every weekend. Can never take that for granted. Yes, sir, Louis Bag. I appreciate that. It's also pinned on top of what Louis Bag just did as well. Say it's 2 people in the watch party. What the hell? Oh, okay. Hold on 1 second. Why is it doing that? Why is it doing that? All right, so there we go. All right, my bad. So tonight we got the Seahawks versus the Cardinals. The Seahawks, obviously, it's a divisional game. The Seahawks are heading to Arizona, taking their 2-1 record, and obviously the Cardinals are sitting at 2-1 as well. Seahawks against some reinforcement. Devon Witherspoon is expected to play. Julian Love. Zach Charbonnet also is questionable. He did return to practice this week in a limited fashion, so they can bolster their running game with him returning. On the Cardinals side of things, obviously this is the game one where Trey Benson will step in as RB1 with James Conner now out for the year. Unfortunately, I'm still praying, hoping they have a speedy recovery as well. A couple of good things for the Cardinals, really a good thing for the Cardinals. The Seahawks defense, they've been allowing the most points to fantasy tight ends, so we can see Trey McBride probably have some success in the passing game this week. He also had success last week where he got into the end zone, which he doesn't really score too often, but he does get a lot of receptions and yards since he's been in Arizona. I do not think also Seattle defense allowed a rushing touchdown to a running back. A lot of people are banking on Trey Benson to immediately pop and immediately do well and step in and perform. You know, he sort of kind of ate into James Conner snaps more this season in comparison to prior years. So that's definitely something to monitor as well. And then on the Seattle side, to flip back over, is JSN and Sam Darnold going to keep their connection going? I think through 3 games, JSN is at the top of the league in receiving yards. So that's a bright spot. And then me personally, I just think the Seattle is also overall the better team. So if I had to go out and pick a winner for today's game, I'm definitely going to go with the Seahawks getting a win. And I'm probably going to glance at some of the things that they're saying or saying this preview for this matchup. Seahawks lead all-time record 21-22. Seahawks player to watch. This is a good one. Torrey Horton is definitely a player to watch. I picked him up in one of my fantasy leagues. Not only did Horton return a punt 95 yards for a touchdown on Sunday, but the rookie also added his second receiving touchdown of the season. Horton is Seattle's third leading receiver behind JSN and Cooper Kupp. So that's definitely something to monitor. Would Torrey keep his level of play or continue to try to emerge in that Seattle offense the same way that Troy Franklin is trying to emerge in Denver's offense? And then Cardinals player to watch, I was just telling y'all about Trey Benson. They like him a lot. You know, even with James Conner, if he was healthy for this season, you still would have seen Trey Benson on the field a good amount of his own shares. So I would definitely say that. And everything I just said, they already explained about that. The Cardinals allowed the 4th fewest rushing yards in the league this season, while the Seahawks have averaged the 4th fewest yards per carry as a team. Seattle has eclipsed 100 yards on the ground once through 3 games. Fredo was good, so that's definitely something to monitor as well. And then I already spoke on Devon Witherspoon and Julian Love returning. Nick did practice Wednesday, but he's doubtful. And then, like I said, Charbonnet is questionable for tonight's game as he practiced in a limited fashion this week. So I got the Seahawks winning today. Hopefully it's a good one. I will also be having a watch party for this game right here in the Fact and Stats Discord. So make sure you all join the Fact and Stats Discord. Again, it's the pinned message on Twitch. And also, it's also in the YouTube description. If you do gamble, you'll see numerous people dropping plays in the Discord for tonight's game and also Sunday's games. So keep that in mind. If you gamble and you want to tell someone, as far as take one of their plays, by all means, feel free to do that. If you want to share your own play, by all means, feel free to do that. But do not drop something in the Winning Slips channel that you did not share prior. Again, do not drop something in the Winning Slips channel that you did not share prior. True pet peeve. Nobody can do nothing with that. Yeah, you want money, but what can we do with that? We can't do nothing with that. So keep that in mind. Do not drop nothing in the Winning Slips channel after the fact when we can't do nothing with it. Please and thank you. I think I'm the only one that's going to chime in on the Seahawks and Cardinals game. People probably don't care much about it. Wait and see type of thing. So we're going to go ahead and now spend some time transitioning over to the NBA, which I have not spoke about in a long time personally. So might be a little rusty when it comes to welcoming in and catching myself up with everything that happened this off season. And I was going to use today to probably sort of kind of remind myself on some things that took place this off season throughout the show. But I might make that a day next week where we talk about off season moves and things like that. Today I just want to sort of kind of jump into ESPN's player rankings. Again, they spent a lot of time yesterday on this in the playback. I wasn't really present, so really I'm just going to dive into the top 10, so y'all not hearing too much of the same things. Again, if anybody wants to join the stage, by all means, feel free to join the stage through the Discord. But ESPN, they do it every year. I like what they do, personally. You know, it keeps the fans engaged, and ESPN is obviously a super duper big network. And they have a lot of great guys that work for the company, and they put out a list like this every single year where some of them, you can call it bold takes or bold predictions, whatever the case may be. So my idea of clicking it, I seen a 10, but I only looked at 3 and 4. I stopped at 4, to be honest, because I just wanted to get a tweet off. I mean, not a tweet off. I just wanted to remind someone that, Luka is still that guy. So I'm going to actually look at the whole 1 through 10 right now, maybe even go all the way down to 1 through 20, see if it's the correct 20, or really focus on see if it's the correct 10, in my opinion. And then if I would reorder it, how would I reorder it? And everything. What I'm doing it is just going to going into next season. Let me see what their criteria is. Hold on. Let me change the font. CJ talking about some bronze, something goofy as hell. That nigga CJ love KD, man. I'm telling you. You love you KD, dog.
Yo. Good morning, big bro.
Morning, brother. All right, I don't.
Yo.
What's good, bro? All right, so basically, the ESPN NBA rank panel made up of more than 150 reporters, editors, and producers and analysts was asked to rank players based on their predicted contributions, quality, and quantity for the 2025-2026 season. So this is actually, these are predictions for them. Like, this is not nothing. I don't think this is too much for last year. This is really predicting what guys are going to do this season. So that's how they did it, which is cool, I guess. I don't really got a problem with that personally. So they started at 10. I'm going to start 1 on down. So I'm going to go down to 1 and then go up. So they got Jokic at 1. Second consecutive year where Jokic lead the NBA ESPN rank, and it's easy to see why. They say, yeah, SGA was the well-deserved MVP and Finals MVP, but still they believe Jokic is the best player overall in basketball. I'm not mad at it. I don't got no comments on that. If I had to do something like this, I'll put Jokic at 1 too. Oh, when I do.
E-Riders.
When I do my list later on, before the season start, in here, I will definitely put Jokic at 1 myself, probably.
They me riders, man.
Because of SGA.
If Giannis was to have that season last year, if Giannis was to win that MVP, Finals MVP,
He called. You started from number 1.
Oh, so you saying meat rider? Yeah, I'm going number 1 through 10. You saying meat riders because I thought you was thinking of for SGA. You saying this for Giannis? So you're back on the side of Giannis?
No. I'm saying.
But keep in mind though.
They only have Jokic at 1 because he's a big gang.
Nah, but keep in mind though, this is a projection list though.
Shit corny, bro. You can't not have the MVP, the Finals MVP, is not number 1, gang. Especially if you beat him in the playoffs. You can't do that. They just dick riding. Well, me riding.
He's on the side of SGA.
Yeah, he's on the side of SGA. And I woke up when I saw it. I mean, the way I look at it is, rightfully so, by the way. If you're gonna have SGA jump, and I gotta look at this because I don't even know where he was last year, but I'm gonna scroll up in a second. If you're gonna have SGA jump Giannis and Luka and have the season he just had while holding up both trophies that matter the most, how is he not then 1? How are you not predicting that he can be better than Jokic? I don't know. So I see what Good is saying for sure. It's valid point. It's valid reasoning. Let me see where SGA was last year. See, he was 4 last year. I wonder who he was behind. I'm assuming Giannis and Luka. So then why didn't he just lap all 3? Like, why he didn't just lap all 3? I don't know. But scoring champ, MVP, Western Conference Finals MVP, champion. It isn't a hyperbole to declare that Gilgeous-Alexander 24-25 ranks among the best individual campaigns in the history of the game, and he just entering his prime at 27. Biggest question is how can SGA improve? He started becoming more efficient scorer and had a career best 63% true shooting percentage last season when he made and attempted by far the most threes, 37.5% of his career, 37.5%. Yeah, I mean, valid. I would put him over Giannis, and I'll put him over Luka going into this year. And even predict that he'll have a better year than both of them guys again. So
why not Jokic then?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I agree with Good. I don't think Good said nothing crazy.
So
you think
because you just said you
number 1,
Giannis and Luka. I'm wondering like why not Jokic? But I guess you didn't mean Jokic as well too. So
no, I just said it. I said before I just said what I said I agree with Good because how was they gonna have him lap Giannis and Luka but not lap Jokic when he damn near he had literally the best season out of everybody last
Yeah,
season.
that's a
So
fact.
I don't
But
understand.
also keep in mind that this is a projection list.
Yeah,
Like
I'm
I
here.
believe the criteria of top system shit like this is basically
Predicting the
projected
contributions.
into
Yeah.
type shit.
That made no sense.
They respect Yoke at one, bro.
Yeah, I do
I
too.
It's
don't. I
just
That's
mean,
it's a
I
meat.
would
It's
have
a
went
meat
SGA
rider.
at one too. But
You
you know how it is, bro. And then it's people that to some people, if you win a title, you win Finals MVP, whatever, you the best in the world. Like it shouldn't really be no argument about it. But to some people, Jokic is still the best in the world. So you know, that's why people in here right now, you guys, and they'll say Jokic is the best in the world.
Yeah, niggas will definitely still say Jokic number one.
Yeah, I still think Jokic is the best in the world. It's just
Yeah.
that
SGA
these
and two not
So
projections.
why you
crazy.
got a problem then?
It's just that
Cause it's
these
his guy,
projections
bro.
usually what happens when a player wins the MVP and wins the ring, Finals MVP, all that entails. They're usually one on this list. For some odd reason,
When was the
Jokic
last time that shit
is
happened?
somehow
Corey?
on this list. It was Jokic.
And wasn't he one?
Jokic was number one
Yeah,
last
he
year,
was one
but
when he
he was
did
actually
all
was the
that.
best player in the world last year too, though. Like I don't know if that was necessarily Jokic. Jokic been getting that kind of nod for like
He been
3 years now.
he been getting that. I want to say since the year before they won the championship.
Yeah, it sounds like 2-3 years.
So good. You saying if Giannis did what SGA just did, you think they would have put Giannis at one?
Yes.
Hell yeah, they would have.
Mm.
Hell yeah.
Didn't
1000%.
Giannis,
Yeah.
Giannis do something similar?
Giannis has probably won like 3.
I think
4
Giannis was one when he did it too.
What year was that? 21?
20. That
21.
was after 2021.
Yeah, go
Is there a
ahead.
way you can pull up a list from back then or no?
I was about
You
to
probably
say.
could.
Because
Just
Cause
put
Giannis,
ESPN top 100
Giannis won.
2022.
Did Giannis win MVP that year too?
He won MVP the year before. I don't know.
2021.
I don't think he won it
Yeah,
that
I
year.
think he did. 21.
So this what they rank. I think this might be it right here.
That's the wrong season, F.
It is.
Yeah, because the
What season is this?
that was the 22-23 season was the season the
Yeah,
Warriors won.
So
he
either
won
way,
it in 2021 though. So the list that will be coming out will be 2022.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they had
All
him,
right,
they
all
had him
right.
at one after he did. After
But yeah, Goose was right then.
And in the previous year they had him at two. Yeah. Wait. Hold on. Yeah, they said can he
He
secure
rose
another?
to-
Can he secure another?
Yeah, so
to
yeah,
win?
Goose was right then.
Yeah.
What was Jokic at?
2.
Jokic was
Oh
two.
shit, what?
But it
Yeah,
depend on
Now this list,
it depend on who was one for 21.
The year before?
Yeah, the year before then.
I would probably say
Yes.
don't it show you right there
Yeah,
who
I'm
was
about
on
to
there?
see. It wasn't Jokic. It wasn't Giannis. So who the fuck was it? It wasn't Luka.
2021?
Yeah. Was it Braun?
Let me see.
I don't think they had Braun.
Keep scrolling down. Keep scrolling down. You got to keep scrolling.
Well, let me just check right here.
Up 100.
Let me see. Was it?
Here you go.
Oh, yeah, it was Braun. Was it Braun?
You said number one was
Yeah, I think it was
Nah,
Braun.
Braun is number 3.
number one was KD.
Oh, it was KD.
It was KD. Yeah, number one was KD.
Bro, what?
Man, they had KD at what?
It was KD,
Black
Giannis, Bron, Luka, and Steph.
Bro,
Top
what?
five.
KD at 1? You said wait, this is last year?
Nah, this was the year.
21.
This was the year before Giannis won that championship. Before Giannis was won.
Didn't
saw-
KD had just got traded the year before that?
I mean,
2 years. 2
He
years.
got on the Nets jersey in the picture, so I'm
2
assuming
years
that was
before. Good. It's 2 years before.
And that was the year. That was the year when they played the Bucks in the playoffs.
Yeah, they talking about
Yes,
the toe.
sir.
They talking about the toe shit.
They're talking about this toe shit.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm telling you, bro. Like they looked at that performance and they was like, "Oh, this nigga, he probably still he's still better than Giannis." Yada yada yada. But after, the fact is, Giannis won. He got the Finals MVP. He won the championship. He was one the next ranking.
And then
That's
after that,
why.
Jokic been one ever since.
Ever since, and that I'm just calling out like the way they just meet Rod and Jokic on this ranking.
Oh, now it's me right. Okay.
What?
That should've been changed.
Is that West?
So it should have been Shea at number one.
Yeah, based off the way they do it.
Jokic is the best player in the NBA. It's
I
not
don't think everybody
not
else
a
had a
debate.
historically great team, bro.
So Wes, do you agree with this? Wes and Levinson, welcome. I think I just said, yeah, I see it. Wes and Levinson, welcome. Wes, this is good stance. He thinks Jokic is the best player in the NBA, but he feels like if Jokic just had a season, Giannis just had a season like SGA did, scoring champ, Finals MVP, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, they would have put Giannis at 1 over Jokic. But since it's SGA and he's a guard, they're not going to do that.
Wait, isn't that obvious though?
Do you agree
No,
with?
it's not just because he's a guard. He lacks other things in his game that Giannis does not. Giannis is a better passer, sees the floor better, and he's a better defender. So if Giannis were doing what Shea was doing, I think Giannis would have a better case. It's that simple.
On top of just to
And
add,
he's on
well,
a worse team.
You
He's on a much
what
less
what
team.
West made a good point, but just to add to that too though. But like Giannis started from a closer place than what Shea started from, right? You get what I'm saying? Like for Giannis to have made number one, if he did what Shea did, he probably would have went from 3-1 or some shit like that. Shea or 2-1 than most people ask, because a lot of people felt like Giannis is already the second best player in the world. Shea was jumping like 5-2 or some shit right now, like 4-2, something like that. Like I just feel like it's a closer gap. Giannis had a closer gap than what Shea would have had, to put it like that.
no funny though. I'm telling you right now. If Shea repeats, does something
He gonna be
similar
one.
than what he does this year, they'll still have Jokic at 1. Promise
No, they
you.
won't. No, they won't.
I promise you they will.
Nigga, you telling me if Shea go back-to-back MVP, back-to-back Finals MVP, he's not gonna be number one, bro? Come on now, that's troll.
I promise you they'll have
That's
Jokic
troll,
there.
bro. Like, that's
Okay.
ridiculous.
All right.
How you feel about
Back-to-back and
what
still
you
not number one. Like, come on, bro.
What you think about that, Wes? You agree or disagree?
If Jokic looks like the best player in the world, he'll be the best player in the world. I think I'm really over people like doing this Jokic stuff. He's by far and away the best player. When someone else is
Oh
better
my
than him,
God. Oh
when
my
someone
God.
else is better at the game of basketball, I promise you they will get that nod. I think the next best player in the world will be Wemby for obvious reasons. But yeah, Shea's not better than him at basketball. I don't like
That's
Shea's
not
not
how
Jokic.
ESPN does these lists. I just said
ESPN is projected. So
I
what are you
think
talking
Jokic is
about?
better than him.
Their
That's
list is
not how they
about
do these
projections.
lists.
But their list is about projections. They're projecting into this season. So they're projecting that the best player in the world will continue to be the best player in the world. He averaged a triple double last year. He was more efficient than Shea. Like
No,
I,
no, no, no,
I,
no, no, no,
I
no. That's not
yeah,
how
yeah, yeah, yeah,
ESPN
yeah.
specifically does these lists. We see
Bro, it's a
guys that should be
projection
ranked
list,
way
dude.
high. We see guys that should be ranked way higher than what they're actually being placed at on this list, and we don't like, and it's
And what do you
like,
think that's about? That's about the history of because the only two guys we really see that for is Embiid and Zion that come to mind. There may be more, but Embiid and Zion. That is injury taken into account, and then feeling like those players won't be on the court, not being able to like they're not going to depict health for guys who've been injured over and over and over and over. So they just started dropping them. Do I agree with it? No, but it's clearly a projection list. So Jokic being at 1 makes sense because he's going to be the best player in the world.
okay, all right. So based off of that, do you project J-Dub to be the 11th best player in the world next year?
I think it's very possible. Very possible. I wouldn't do it, but that's very possible. You got to think
Okay, all right. If you think it's
he's
very
coming
possible,
off
then all right, we got nothing
because
to
you got to
disagree about.
think who he's competing with. Like Jada, if his efficiency ticks up, if he gets back to just where he was his first 2 years, we're talking about a player who, if I'm looking at Jada and D Book, I would rank Jada ahead of him. Jada is way too valuable as a defender for what he can provide offensively. If he is efficient, for me to say Devin Booker's still a better basketball player than him because he dribbles better. Aesthetically, he looks better on the court. No, I think Dub. Yeah, I think Dub has entered that conversation.
You
D
think he
mentioned
you
as
think he would
well.
you think he would have a better season than Anthony Davis next year?
No, but I went through the name. I like pinpointed D Mitch, D Book, AD, I think he'll be better, but I think AD also got dropped because of injury. And I think some of this factor also, which it may not be written in their criteria, they picked the Mavs to finish 10th in the West or something. So I think that may be a part of this as well. But I think it's just not being able to depend on players being on the court. I don't think Evan Mobley will be better than Anthony Davis. I know Evan Mobley is probably going to play more games than Anthony Davis. And if that's how they're evaluating this, why wouldn't they put Evan Mobley over Anthony Davis?
Well, I can't speak to what's out. I didn't look at the whole thing yet, so I heard J Dub was 11, but I know they were spending a lot of time looking at it in playback. But I was at work yesterday, so I mean I'm gonna keep looking on down. We get to number 3 now. We have Luka coming in at 3. Last year he was ranked at 2. The top 10 drop to pretty much spoke on how he changed teams, but barely budged from position at the top of the NBA rank last year. They said the 26-year-old is coming off a successful summer, which he slimmed down, inking a new 3-year deal to stay in LA. And he's fresh off out of the Eurobasket where he averaged 34.7 points per game in a tournament.
Now, Ev, tell me how they're projecting Luka being over
Giannis. I gotta see this one. This I don't get. Well, I get
because he slimmed down, bro. He slimmed down. He slimmed down.
Nigga lost a bit of weight and got put over Giannis. Okay.
Ev, tell you why ESPN has Luka over Giannis when I work for Facts and Stats and not ESPN. How can I tell y'all? How can I tell y'all that?
Nigga,
I work for Facts and Stats, not ESPN. Like, how can I?
You get your shit out, bro.
Bruh.
That's a no, but think about what you know. Sit back and think about what y'all just asked me.
Don't even entertain that. It's a simple, like, again, it probably, especially the worst teams here.
Can't hear you, Wes. Yeah, your mic.
You muffled.
Oh, there.
All right. We can't hear him yet, so I'll wait. But
what's your explanation, big bro?
We can move.
Hold on. Oh, we said can move.
My mic is muffled. Go ahead.
Now we can hear you now.
I was saying, worst team. Probably looking at Giannis. I said lesser team than I just told you the AD point. I think that's one of the factors as to why AD is not ranked ahead of people like Evan Mobley and J. So if they're projecting that, makes sense.
Is that hear what he said?
Yeah, he think it's a team thing why they're doing that. But do you see the team being any
Don't
like
compare the Lakers and the Bucks. The Lakers are clearly gonna be better than the Bucks.
By like win total?
Yes, as a team. Nigga, yes, nigga, you know what I'm talking about. Win total. They're gonna be better than the team than the Bucks. What you mean? I get the Bucks playing the Eastern Conference, and we all say the East is weak, but that does not mean that they'll be a better team than the Lakers because, hey, hypothetically, the Bucks win 46 games, the Lakers win 49. Like, that does not put them in the same range or ballpark, in my opinion. I think the Lakers will be a better team than the Bucks.
No, they do shit by like win total. You know how they do it.
Okay, but that's what I'm saying.
The Bucks should easily have around the same wins as the Lakers next year.
The Bucks will not win more games than the Lakers next year. I don't want to do the around
thing.
I
say win more.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't want to do the around thing. They will not win more games than the Lakers. They would not.
Y'all think the Bucks gonna be ass?
Huh? They will be ass.
They
will be ass technically, but they'll be. Like I said, they're in the East though. So like nobody, I can't say too many teams in the East are gonna win over 45 games. Like the Magic, the Magic, the Knicks,
the Magic, the Knicks,
the Cavs,
the Cavs.
And then you gonna see teams like depending
Detroit and the Hawks.
I can't really speak on the Sixers, but Detroit, the Hawks, and then shit.
The East buns, bro.
Yeah, I mean, I can't really say too much. I mean, maybe the Pacers will win some games too, but then it's like it's tough. So I don't know. The East is terrible, bro.
Facts.
So yeah, I hear Wes reasoning, but I cannot answer the question why they put Luka over Giannis as one spot.
Why you think, bro?
I agree with what Wes. I see Wes line of thinking. For why I think, I don't. I mean, I don't know. I think they're going to have similar seasons and. From a statistical standpoint, obviously Giannis will be more efficient because of the shots. You know, his field goal attempts come from for the most part, and he's improving as a mid-range shooter. But yeah, I think Luka's going to have one of them type of seasons this year, man. I think Luka's going to remind a lot of folks Not that he
Everybody
has,
got a question for you, bro. When you done.
not that he has anybody. I got you. Not that he has anybody to remind, but I think Luka's going to have one of them seasons where, he's picking up and he picks up early and dominates. Heaven said, appreciate you. And dominates early throughout the regular season. He's going to carry the Lakers. Not saying solely him, but he's going to be the big reason why the Lakers get back to winning 50 or more games this year. Personally, so. I think Luka will have a phenomenal year, man, and it's literally only one spot, so I really don't have no other reasoning behind it. To be honest, I was surprised they even did it my damn self. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. Some of the things they say in their article though for Luka, he signed a 3-year, $165 million extension. Talking about him averaging 35 for the Slovenia this summer. A year ago, Dunk was coming off a surprise run to the NBA Finals with the Mavericks and was considered the best young basketball player in the game. After a season, pretty much talking about the calf injury and then the trade, SGA took that title from him, which I agree. Luka was definitely viewed as the best guard in my opinion, up until everything that took place last year in OKC. Some even said SGA had a better season than Luka last year as well, but it was debatable at that point. Right now, I don't think people should be debating who is the better guard in the NBA when it comes to Luka and SGA at this moment. I think it's SGA, undoubtedly. Next, they said is the 26-year-old Dunk with the third highest regular season scoring average and second highest postseason scoring average in league history, ready to continue his trajectory and earn his first MVP along the way. So they're banking him. They got him averaging 38-8 this year from a fantasy projection standpoint.
Man, that Luka MVP talk got some real traction behind it, man.
Man, that shit been going on for 5 years, gang.
But they do it every year.
Yeah, that shit got traction every year.
That shit good.
I ain't putting too much into it. That shit got traction every year, bro.
That nigga got 5 off-season MVPs, bro.
And now he got the Lakers shit behind him too. You already know how they gonna start gassing.
Well,
And now he lost some weight. You know how that shit goes.
Bro, no matter what y'all want to say, he gonna kill this year. So like, it's literally nothing.
Most definitely. Most definitely.
He's gonna kill this year.
I hope the nigga do. I hope the nigga does. But like,
I hope he do for your sake, brother.
What do you mean for my sake? I know. Look how he been performing the last 6 years. Why would he not? Every year he was healthy. He was first team All NBA.
He did last year.
Every year he was
last year.
Huh?
Oh,
yeah. Every year he was healthy. He was first team All NBA. Every year he was healthy. First team All NBA. Second season on down. 5 years in a row. Like that's some historical shit. Like that, I want you to hear that, good. From his second season on down, he was first team All NBA.
You don't gotta tell me anything.
Okay,
man.
but
I know what it is.
you would never. We would not see that again in a long time.
I know what I saw last year. I go by what I see recently.
You don't know the next time we're going to see something like that. I want you to hear that.
I mean,
I go by what I just saw last 2 years.
What you mean the last 2 years?
It's because of the new 65 game rule.
Yeah, you can include that. But either way, that's some things that like even before the whole 65 game thing and before even Luka did it. When was the last time we even saw that?
Saw
LeBron,
what?
Right? Was it? Oh no, LeBron. It may not have been LeBron.
Probably was Tim. Was it Tim Duncan?
He was an all-star. It was Tim.
AD and I think
it was Tim.
Probably Tim Duncan. Yeah, probably Tim Duncan, bro. That's the last time we seen. That's insane. 20 plus years ago. So like I get the game thing, but like even without the game thing, that's just something that we just don't see in the NBA personally. For a guy to come in and be first team All NBA 5 out of his first 6 seasons, something like that, that's insane. But yeah,
Wemby would have done it.
Wemby would have done it.
Yeah.
This past season was his second, right?
Yeah, it was his second.
Wemby, yeah.
He would have probably
Wemby would have done it.
They would have gave Wemby first team this year, y'all think?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. I think so.
Who made it? Who made the first team? It was Shea,
Giannis, Jokic, Shea,
D-Mitch.
Giannis, Jokic. Oh yeah, D-Mitch. Yeah, he would have probably been over Mitch.
Okay. All right. 4, they went with Giannis. He swapped spots with Luka. Well, no, he didn't swap spots with Luka, but he dropped one spot behind Luka. Coming off a season in which he averaged a 30-point double-double and finished second in the league and scoring only behind SGA. If the Bucks finished higher in the standings, Giannis would have gotten more MVP love. They said the biggest question in his career, still in the prime of his career, can Giannis win another championship in Milwaukee? He's been putting up even better production over the past 4 years than the season where he went back-to-back MVP, which is facts. He's averaged 30, 11, and 6 assists on 60% shooting in each of the past 2 seasons. Freaking insane. The only player in NBA history to do so, with the combination of efficiency and dominance that rivals peak Shaquille O'Neal and Wilt Chamberlain, bro. Giannis was healthy for the 2025 plays for the first time in 3 years, and his numbers got even better, averaging 33 and 14 on 64% shooting. The Bucks still lost in the first round for the third consecutive season. However, Giannis has long repeated that winning of the championship is a top priority for him. But despite his status as one of the most dominant players of the generation, Milwaukee has faded further away from the championship contention. So, yeah. He will turn 31 in December, and if the Bucks cannot put a contender on him, how much longer will Giannis continue to be patient? They have him averaging 31, 12, and 6 this year. My goodness. I mean, phenomenal.
That nigga's a damn demon, bro. Niggas think he not all that because he don't shoot fadeaway threes. He don't shoot step backs. Okay.
Don't nobody think Giannis not all that. Don't nobody think Giannis not all that, bro. Don't nobody up here think Giannis not all that, nigga. Or in the chat. We don't gotta fake Giannis.
Hey, good. He don't heist the ball up before he pull up. Okay.
You don't gotta do no fake Giannis gimmick, gang.
How was that fake though, bruh?
You just said niggas don't.
You don't even like Giannis.
I have nothing against Giannis. What are you talking about?
I see.
I think Giannis is a superstar player.
That's how I start, low. That's how I start, low. I don't.
That's how niggas get y'all, bro. Niggas say they have nothing against.
You said I don't like. You just said I don't like him. Where did that even come from?
Because I know you, bro. What you mean? That guy come from somewhere? I know you.
All right, bro. So, any reason for the people with them here just hearing you say that? Any reasoning behind that? Like, what did you show? What did I? Whenever I ever shown that I don't like
Giannis. Me and Ebro have known each other for 10 years. That's the
okay.
Reason
Okay, so guys, he doesn't have no facts behind his statement. He just said that for no reason. That's like me coming out. That's like me coming out to him saying, "You don't even like Luka," and he said, "Where'd that come from?" Well, I just know you for 10 years. Like, huh?
If you funny, I'm gonna be real. If you say that to me and said those exact words to me, you would be valid.
No, that's just an example. I can say anybody. You don't even like Wemby.
You would have been valid, bro.
You don't even like Wemby. How's that sound?
Nah,
you don't even like Tatum. How that sound?
That wouldn't be the same. Wemby only been in the league 2 years, bro. People have heard me and you talk about Wemby over these last 2 years, bro. That wouldn't be the same. They know I like Wemby.
The point is, I can name a random player and it just sounds idiotic. I have nothing against Giannis. Giannis is a superstar player. Been top 5 for the last for however long. Top 5, top 3, top 2, whatever.
Top 5, top 3, top 2, top 1.
Okay, if he's the best player in the world to you, bro, that's cool, bro. That's you. Doesn't bother me.
Nah, he not. I'm sorry.
All right, number 5, they went with Wemby. They say Wemby certainly looks ready to roll. Obviously, his season was cut short last year with that blood clot.
Do they gotta make the playoffs, bro?
Who, the Spurs?
No, it's too early to say
yes. Huh?
On the list like this.
I got them making the playoffs.
I get they doing projections, but like,
bro, they gotta make the playoffs. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, you gotta make the playoffs. I would have
had to do that 7 to be real.
And I'm saying that knowing that the West is for sure. The West got a bunch of teams in there, bro. Especially if you include the whole little playing whatever. The West got a bunch of teams that's gonna be around the same range, fighting for those like last 4 playoff spots. That shit, man. The Spurs are good enough to get in that mix, bro. They got a good mob over there.
I would have swapped that nigga with Ed.
Yeah, I would have swapped him with Ed. I think Ed deserve it at this point.
Bro, so
there you go, L.
Hating
on that nigga L. There you go.
I disagree.
You wait, why?
It's a projection list. Like they're predicting the season. I think I can say
they projecting based off of last season. Like, what are you saying?
No, also not necessarily. What will happen this season now?
Yeah, they're predicting that Wemby will have a better season than Ant. Is that crazy to say? No, a guy averaging 25, 10 plus rebounds, 3 blocks, anchoring and playing phenomenal on defense while scoring all over. Well, I don't know. I'm just saying hypothetically. What they got him average? They got him averaging 24, 11 and a half, and 4. So I mean,
24.3
game. Yeah,
it's Wemby. Like what you mean?
I ain't gonna lie. 4 blocks a game is insane, bro. That's tough.
So I can see why they say he will have a better season than Ant. Who's a better player right now? To probably y'all on the stage or what y'all line of thinking? Probably Ant. But I can predict that Wemby will probably have a better season than Ant coming up. Ant obviously going to give you the scoring. Ant obviously going to average 27, 28.
Like 46 games last year. Okay.
Solid rebounding. up in this game.
24-11-4 is crazy. I ain't gonna cap.
Is Ant the next name on the list?
Yeah. And gave you 27.6, 5.7,
Yeah, he is.
and
He next on the
4.5.
list.
So they went 1B5, Ant 6.
I think 7 is. Have you seen the list, F? I don't want
Nah, I'm
to
just
torch
going
it.
up. I only
My
I
fault.
stopped
My
at
fault.
7.
Never mind.
Don't spoil that motherfucker, but
Never mind. I saw it this morning. Never mind. My fault.
Yeah, I stopped at
I
4.
ain't seen that bitch either. I'm actually curious. It's not they went mad yummy, mad young.
So I mean, for Wemby, they say look like he's ready to roll. He led his team through offseason workouts this year. And what else? Biggest question: will Wemby's whirlwind summer play dividends to the season? It should. After sitting out the final 30 games of the last season, Wemby received a clean bill of health in July, and he got in some workouts with Kevin Garnett and Hakeem Olajuwon. It's a safe bet. Let's see. Wemby became the
Niggas
third
saying
player
the
with a
league in trouble
5 times
because he did
5
that.
game, a 10 block game, and a 50-point game in the same season. Since blocks and steals became official in 73 and 74, joining David Robinson and Hakeem Olajuwon. And yeah, I said Tiz. Miles just said niggas said he's scary because of that. I understand.
Because he paid that $50K with Hakeem.
Yeah, fantasy basketball folks, this is fantasy basketball player number 1. This is the guy you want to take. If you have the number 1 pick, you take Wembanyama. 1,000%. If you have the number 2, or you take Jokic. It depends on how you want to build your team. But they are 1 and 2 to me. And then 3 and 4 is the 5 is simple. SGA, Luka, Giannis. They're the top 5 fantasy basketball players. So yeah. 6 they went with Ant. Ant was 10 last year, so Wemby jumped up 6 spots. Ant jumped up 4 spots. By almost every measure, Anthony Edwards got better last season. He led the league with 320 made 3-pointers at a career high 39.5% clip. He rated the scoring average from 26 to 28. And most importantly, he led the team to back-to-back Western Conference Final despite the offseason trade of All-Star center Towns. He'll be the first to tell you came up short of his goals last year. Pretty much saying after losing in 5, no one will work harder than him. We saw a tweet yesterday actually where he's actually working on improving his game in the post this season. That's definitely something that I said that if I was him, I would look to work on to balance out his game and make it more well-rounded on an offensive standpoint versus him just getting the ball and working on the perimeter and getting downhill to the basket or shooting a pull-up 3. He saw firsthand how Oklahoma City was a better team with more depth, skill, and tactics that were able to take him out of games. This is a fact as well. So, to ascend to the heights predicted for him since his star turn with the U.S. basketball in 23, Edwards would need to diversify his offensive game and elevate his teammates. So, yeah, it's pretty much that. He also led the league with 18 technical fouls last season. My goodness.
Ted say he won the MVP. Okay.
Ted said he won the MVP?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I see it. He said shit might get wicked MVP.
Yeah, that's not.
But he talking about because of that post game. I ain't like a post game with Ant. Ain't gonna he'll be pretty good. I ain't gonna cap.
Y'all believe in that shit?
Right. I mean, I ain't gonna lie, good. I mean, the summer before he said he want to fix his 3-point shooting. He fixed his 3-point shooting. Now he say he want to do the post game. I believe the nigga.
You working on the wrong shit. Get your finishing right.
Hey, Ted, fan dude got the nigga for plus 2,500 for MVP, bro.
Fuck the 3-point shoot. Get your finishing right.
FanDuel got who for plus 2,500?
And 25 get you 625.
Nah, y'all donate. God bless though.
Hey, I'm just telling Tez, bro. No, that's his guy.
God bless them.
Hey, you never know.
Luke at plus 380. F.
That ain't nothing. That ain't nothing. 7 they went with Stephen Curry. Last year he was ranked 6. Despite defense selling out to an abnormal degree to give him zero space and keep the ball out of his hands, Curry hit 311 threes in 70 games last season. It was his 6th career season with at least 300 makes from deep. Nobody else in league history done it more than once. God damn. So he still possesses the
God damn.
That's insane.
What'd you say, bro?
They said it was Steph's 6th career season with at least 300 makes from deep. Nobody else in league history had done it more than once.
Damn.
So nobody else in the NBA had made more than 300 threes in one season.
That nigga, man.
Oh, for multiple, for more than one season. I'm sorry. He would bend coverage and be the center of every defensive game plan when he on the floor this season, and pretty much say the Warriors' success remains tied to him. And yeah, man, they banking on Curry to average 25, 4, and 6 this season. So we'll see.
When he was on the floor, he said when he was on the floor last season, they outscored opponents by a team best 299 points, and when he was off the floor, they were outscored by a team high 28 points. Huh?
They also spoke to him getting hurt against the Wolves. That would have been a good series,
And
though.
the Warriors lost to Force, and yeah, I actually that would definitely would have been a good series if Steph didn't get hurt.
That was about to be a really good series.
Funny, I thought the Warriors were gonna win that series if Steph ain't get hurt, but you know,
Chill, gang, chill, gang. They gonna
yeah.
say you putting on.
Y'all are burnt.
Uh,
All
uh,
right, 8 day went with LeBron. Last year he was 7, so LeBron dropped the spot. Curry dropped the spot. Uh, Pretty much talk about how he averaged 24 and 8 last year, All NBA second team, and finished 6th MVP voting. Um, and that's pretty much it. The biggest question is this the last we see in James in a Lakers uniform? And they pretty much talked about how they look at Luka as the face of the Lakers now, rightfully so. And
man,
that's
we
pretty
got to
much
get
it.
better.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
We got to get LeBron up out of the top 10.
We got to get LeBron a what?
He got
About
to
He
get
it.
out of
said
the
we
top.
gotta get LeBron
I
out
ain't
the
gonna lie,
top
bro. You know
10.
how cold niggas gotta be for that to happen, bro.
He said
I
we got to
mean,
get
niggas is
LeBron a what?
better than him. Like we got to get this guy up out of there, man. It's too late in his career for him to still be in the top 10. The league got to get better.
Or what about
I
him?
mean,
Wait.
two niggas that would be in this list are hurt good. So
Who, Tatum and who else?
Halliburton.
Embiid? I thought you were about to say Embiid.
Oh, I
No,
thought you were about to say
Halliburton.
Embiid too. Like you just mentioned like a
That
nigga
nigga
that's
said
not better than
Halliburton.
LeBron. Yeah.
I
Like, come
respect it.
on,
I
yeah.
respect it, bro.
Hello, bro. Ain't this shit off last year?
Yeah,
Was niggas
they got Embiid
was
on here
niggas
anyway.
was
Yeah,
niggas not gassing
Embiid would have been
Halliburton
a
last
better
year too?
name though, gang. Like
I'm not saying they would have took LeBron out the 10, bro, but you still like two niggas who would they could have at least bumped the nigga down, probably to 10.
So they feel like a Friday.
it do for real, bro.
It's blowing me. All right, so yeah, LeBron at 8. Number 9, they went with KD. Stayed in the same exact spot last year. The Rockets entered last postseason pondering whether they need to acquire a go-to offensive engine and received the answer resoundingly by way of first-round exit, entering Durant, who heads into his 25-26 ranked 8th all-time in scoring. Pretty much talk about how does Durant arrival make the Rockets legitimate contenders. And we'll stop right there and answer that question just to get everybody else activated a little bit on the stage. I feel like I'm just running through this a little bit, with y'all chiming in here and there. Speaking of Durant's arrival, and now obviously the loss of Fred, I might have missed it. I heard UOG was having good talks yesterday. 11-10 just to get you up and active. How do you feel about the Houston Rockets? The loss of with the addition of Kevin Durant, and then 2, the loss of Fred VanVleet. How are you looking at them as they match up against other teams in the West? And then what are your current expectations of them, if you have any? I think okay, maybe 11-10 is not present, so I'm now going to pass that to Josiah. Why not? Welcome to the stage, brother.
Good morning to everyone.
Good
What's
morning.
up, bro?
How are
What's up,
you
my
feeling
boy?
about the Rockets getting Kevin Durant? And then also, how do you feel? How does the impact or the loss of Fred VanVleet change your outlook on their season, if it did at all? If not, what is your expectation for the Rockets this year?
Um, I think the Rockets giving Kevin Durant was a tremendous move. I feel like for the Rockets, the big question mark about them was they were a young team. There was a great young team with a lot of energy, but the biggest question mark was they never had a true number one on their team. They never had a true number one, and I think now getting Kevin Durant solidifies that he's the number one. That's the guy that can go to get buckets, the guy they can go to when they need to if they're in a clutch situation. And I think the loss of Fred hurts them a lot because I really think the Rockets with Fred it's a potential conference finals team. But the loss of Fred is really gonna. I really think now they might be eliminated in the second round
OG ain't gonna
because
like that, Josiah.
that's not my problem.
What team would you say? What team would you say is better than the Rockets than with the loss of Fred? Like,
Oh my god.
who do you think can beat them in the second round? Like, list all the teams you think can beat them in the second round.
If I would have to go, I would say OKC, Minnesota, Denver, A fully healthy Memphis team.
Okay. Uh,
I
okay.
won't say the Clippers because
Whoa,
I won't say the Clippers
my
because
boy
I
gave us
just
a shout. Okay.
What you like about
I,
the what you?
because
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
oh go ahead.
What you like about that Memphis matchup? To why you won't say the Clippers or why you didn't say the Lakers? Like, just curious. What you like about that Memphis team over the Rockets, but not Clippers or Lakers? Just curious.
I was gonna say the Lakers too.
Okay.
I feel like with the Memphis matchup, I think it's in a very intriguing matchup. I think that Memphis, even with the loss of their head coach Taylor Jenkins, I really do think at full strength, Memphis could be a tough team. Can be a tough team to get out
Okay.
because we all seen how John Morant can perform in the playoffs. I feel like Jeremy's defense is very good. I feel like he needs to be a 4 rather than a 5 because of his rebounding, issues. And I feel like if you put him at the 4, then put Edie at the 5, then y'all good.
Okay. Well, all right. Appreciate you, brother. I will then
Yeah.
answer the question myself before I pass it back to 1110. Uh, how do I feel about Durant arrival, and does that make them legitimate contenders? Man, whenever you can add a guy like Kevin Durant's caliber, in my opinion, and sort of kind of, he's always been a plug and play guy throughout his career, so you can pretty much put him in any team, any offense, he'll still be able to get his. My man Thompson said KD made sure to tell all them guys on the team, like, y'all do y'all, like, I will be able to still get me and do me. Don't change y'all game to try to cater to me. I love that KD approached that team with that mindset, rightfully so, because to win the championship or for them to go far, all the confidence in the world is going to have to be instilled in them young guys. Amen, Jabari, and Sengun. All of them are going to play a lot of minutes this year, so I started with them three. Obviously, you can name more. So I do think the addition of Kevin Durant did make them one of the better teams again this season, at least throughout the regular season again. But as far as the playoff setting, I'm not looking at them as contenders, especially with the loss of Fred VanVleet, because I think when you have a guy like Fred, who is, I would say, your table setter, your primary ball handler, and a decent floor general. He keeps things. They call him Steady Freddy sometimes. He keeps things steady. He keeps things cool, and he keeps things collected. And last season when he got hurt, you saw how that dampened the offense a little bit. So Kevin Durant's not a guy that you want to put the ball in his hands a lot to play make or even get things going for others, because he still has issues when it comes to double teams and things of that nature, and also ball handling. So um, I the Fred loss is big. They got to lean on young guys like Reed and Amen to grow pretty fast from a ball handling aspect. And I don't know if they're going to be able to do that within the same season to help to have them ultimately be able to reach the conference finals and or NBA finals. So that injury is a very, 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 very impactful. And giving Kevin Durant is a big plus, but losing a guy like Fred and they don't make say they don't make a trade, it's hard for me to see them get into the conference finals this year. So I don't really label them as contenders at all right now. They're just going to be a good team in the regular season, like they were last year. But they are liable.
What?
They are liable to lose in the first round and or second, in my opinion, depending on the matchup. So,
No contenders now because they ain't got Fred. Okay,
well, contenders for
I
me
got
is
you.
if you're a contender to me, I think I have you making the You can. I think I have you making the conference finals and or NBA finals, and I don't have them making either or. So,
I think they make a trade to supplement that at some point.
They
They
can't make a
probably
trade until
they probably want to see what they have.
they can't
They
make a
don't have
trade until
shit. That's
later
the
this year.
problem.
Now they do. I think it's a good opportunity for them to let develop. I think they drafted him to be a point guard anyway, and due to some of his limitations, he's had to just get in where he can fit in. But he's been such a good basketball player outside of those, ball handling limitations and the jumper. He's made his way onto the court and been able to be effective at the three, at the four, pretty much wherever they put him on the court, as long as he didn't have to be on ball primarily. I think now this is the year where, hey, this is what you were drafted for anyway. Come on, we're gonna take on a bicycle. what's the little wheels? Trainer wheels. We're gonna take the trainer wheels off, bit by bit. Just as you fall, you get back up, and we'll help you up. It will help steady you along the way. But I think that's pretty much what they do. Obviously, they drafted a player top three last year because they believed in him as well. So I think Reed gets real opportunity now, and they bank on that development. I think and I think making a trade actually, I ain't gonna hold you. I think it would be a bad decision for them unless it's clearly like you get an opportunity to get a real player, real staple. But if not, I'm not making a trade. I'm not getting rid of Tari for some bridge gap until Fred gets back. I'm not getting rid of Jabari, who we just signed, for some bridge gap player. Like I'm not doing that. And I don't think Jabari could be traded all year anyway. So it's either Reed or Tari. I'm not doing that if I'm them. I'm not putting
Um,
on Reed after a
Wes,
year.
are you not? So, because me and Tween was looking at this yesterday, right? So, and when I said they don't have shit, I wasn't necessarily talking about because I mean he was always going to be a starter regardless. They don't have any. Looking at their roster, they don't really have any backup guard depth. They have Aaron Holiday, they have Reed Shepard. After that is a bunch of wings and centers. So
Yeah,
they gotta. I think they gotta do something about that for sure.
that's why I said I think they bank on Ahmed's development, give him the ball. Maybe they do, and I'm not saying don't try to do anything, but I'm not moving the piece on my roster that I care about, which is any of those young players for a bridge gap. And essentially, that's what they were doing. So I would move Ahmed to the one and deal with his limitations. Let him take his lumps.
So you want
And
to
if
play the
the
long
season ends
game,
up being lost, it's lost. Yeah, I think they have to.
but you
I
got
think
KD though. You can't play the long game.
I think they have internally me. I'm saying let me not say internally. Me looking outside of, I think they understood with their like Kitty was their move, and then they doubled down on that move by just adding wing and just more size, more depth. Like they didn't do anything to me to say, hey, we're actually trying to truly compete for a championship this year. Even though like their organization, their fan base will tell you that they did. I don't look at the moves they made in this particular offseason as a we're definitely going. I think
You don't
they
think getting a
Cash Money,
older,
appreciate that follow.
uh, you don't think getting an older Kevin Durant is kind of like a win now type? Because realistically, bro, KD don't got that many more years. I know niggas think he just Superman, like he just spot up mid range pull up man, and he could do that for the next 20 years. But he don't got that many more years to play ball, gang. So I think when you go get a Kevin Durant, that's you saying that okay, we're committed. Because and by the way, I'm pretty sure even on his end, he didn't sign here thinking that they wasn't going to do everything in their power to win a chip this year and next year type shit. Now, Fred going down obviously dampers that. And obviously, you got to reset your expectations if they don't go get somebody. But even then, like, you still have the ticking time clock of having Kevin Durant. Like, he's only, let's just, for the sake of all argument, let's just say he got 2 more years. You got 2 more years of KD, but you got to maximize this shit.
I
right,
think
and which is why I said oh go ahead.
nah, you good. I'll come on after.
I was just gonna say, which is why I said like I don't think that they'll do anything stupid for a bridge gap, and I also like regardless of what our window is, as an organization, not saying our as the Rockets, just saying like speaking as if I'm a GM. No matter what my window is, I'm not moving off of someone I covet and I value a lot because just to have a bridge gap, and essentially to me that's what they would be doing. Unless they now again, if they're moving Tari for freaking, I don't know if they end up having a package Tari and Reed, and they can get a real player like someone who is going to be a part of their future, everything moving forward. I think it makes sense. But if it's just a situation where, hey, Fred got hurt, so we need to go get a serviceable guy, some like one of the T.J. McConnell, I think that would be really stupid. And I don't think they would do that. So I agree with you. Like I think they understand the window is now. I don't think they ever looked at this as one and done type of season. I think they were expecting to get closer this year and probably capitalize next year. I think so.
Yeah, and I also think
I think
KD.
that's the.
Oh my
Go
bad.
ahead.
I also think the level of play that we will see from KD this year, we will see from him the next 3 seasons. I don't like. I think KD the same way LeBron is in his 40, about to turn 41, playing good basketball still. Obviously, he has a little bit of athleticism drop, but KD game is not predicated off athleticism. What we see out of KD is what we will still see in the next 2-3 years. So I think KD's about to turn 37. I had to say right here in the article, definitely, and he spoke on it. Like he's seasoned still playing basketball still years going on down. So I think we definitely see a good 3-4 years out of KD more.
You think
And
he go? You think he
three,
go to 42 or 41?
three, 3-4 years, 3-4 years. So that can be this season and 2 more, 3 more. But I think he can. I think KD definitely gonna play in his 40s. So he's gonna be 40, or whether he retires at 40 or whether he retires at 41. But either way, he's gonna play into his 40s. That's my prediction for Kevin Durant.
That's tough, man. That's
I ain't
tough.
gonna lie, bro. I don't see that nigga playing past 39 to real.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it. I don't either. Like I don't
Y'all
need
are
like
burned.
that's
Y'all
tough. Man. I
burned.
respect
Y'all,
it.
Yeah, y'all
yeah,
are wrong.
yeah,
Y'all are
y'all.
really
That's
wrong
wrong
on that.
on that. I'm
But
not
hold
gonna
on,
lie.
y'all not
That's
call us wrong until we actually see what happens. Like
No,
I
I don't need to wait.
this
Y'all are wrong
is
about it. And,
yeah.
and barring a major injury, another career-changing injury, as long as he does not get hurt, he's playing into his 40s.
Yeah, that's
You got
So
1,000%.
to
forty
like
forty one,
LeBron is
how
doing
old
it
is he?
right now.
How old is he gonna be at the end of this season?
37,
38.
38,
37.
He
37.
just turned 37.
They say he about to turn 37.
Oh shit! I thought
Yeah,
he was already 37. I take that back.
he's
Then he
turning
gonna be he
37.
gonna be
He
playing in his
turned
40s.
37 in 4 days. Yeah, he definitely playing in his 40s.
Yeah,
Okay, so he turned
I thought he was turning 38 this season.
so
My
this
fault,
coming
bro.
up season. Okay, he'll
Turning
be
38
30.
this season is even
Okay,
worse. That means he's gonna think he's gonna retire next year.
this
After
this
next
coming up
season.
No,
season
no.
he'll be
He
37.
he turns his birthday is on the turn of the year. It's right before the season starts.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
this is his age 37 year. Next year will be age 38. The
Yeah,
following year will be age 39.
yeah.
So we're banking on playing sports 4 seasons.
Yes, 3 to 4.
You're
Yeah,
saying he's going to play 3.
yeah.
I don't see it, but maybe he will. I think I'm 50-50. I think Rowan Miles makes no sense. But he's gonna get an extension. He's gonna get a contract extension or sign another deal before this, or like
When is
either
this
in the
current
middle of
contract
the
he's on
season.
in?
This is last year. He didn't re up.
Oh
So
shit!
he's
Oh yeah,
either
so
gonna
he's gonna
sign an
sign it.
extension or he's gonna go on the free agency and be looking for a deal. But they have rules against like players his age taking 4 year deals and things like that. But yeah, that's what's coming. So he's definitely gonna play. Um, as long as his body holds up, which is why I don't think 4 seasons is crazy. Now, if you told me he was gonna play until 42, I'd be like, okay, I'm pushing. But it is what it is. We'll see. We'll see. 50-50 prop.
Yep. Shout out to KD. I'm gonna circle back to 11-10. What was your expectation when they landed Kevin Durant? Did they change after the Fred news? And then if they did change, what are they now for the Houston Rockets?
Mm, when they got
That's the
KD,
hold on. That's the low. I said 11-10. Did I say low? I think I
I'm
said
gonna be
11. I
honest with
think
you,
I
I
said
didn't even hear
eleven
you
ten.
say a name. I thought that was just whoever.
Nah, it was still 11-10 because he told me to circle back to her a long time ago, but she back now.
Oh, all right, my bad. Let me get out the way then.
I'm gonna circle back to you after her. 11-10. We can't hear you, by the way. We can't hear you. We can't hear you. We can't hear you. She said, hold on. So then, low, I can circle to you if you want. And then, oh, well, hold on. Let's just give her 5 seconds. Pretty sure she's going to come right back in 5 seconds. Cash money for life. Is that a niche? I do see a message in the chat as well. I don't see the Rockets winning without a true point guard. 11-10. Jada, welcome to the stage. First and foremost, Jada, how you doing? What's the word?
I'm doing okay.
Data, what's the word, gangster?
Hello, Miles.
Jada, what's up with your little scary ass?
I'm not scared. I already told you why I'm not betting.
I'm not gonna
Can
lie.
y'all
I'm a
hear
kid.
me?
Yeah, we can't hear you now.
11
Jada, I'm
we
not
can hear
gonna.
you now.
Finally. I was like, what the hell
I
going
left
on?
my comments out of that, Jada. But that was super jank. Like I'm not gonna lie, like
That
that
was
was.
way.
But
Jack.
that was jank. Like,
Like,
say,
what do Jordan even got to do with me? Like at that
no.
point,
It was jank on him though. I get her stance, but it was jank that he even did that. Like
but
morning
what that got to
of,
do with me
and you
though?
mentioned in a group chat, like it wasn't properly communicated on both sides. That's jank. I'm not
What?
gonna lie, that's jank. I'm gonna give it a buck. But so I understand why she, you know what I'm saying, she could be a little hesitant now, low. You know what I'm saying?
It's just
And
shit, man. It's all good.
I don't even know what time you sent that. I didn't even see it. Did you see it?
niggas
I,
doing Jada dirty with the bets,
I'm
bro.
gonna
What
keep it
the
a
hell
buck. I'm
going
gonna keep it a
on?
buck.
Niggas be jank gambles, bro. That's why I
J-
only gamble
Ah,
$49.
Jade, I'm gonna
that's
keep it a buck.
crazy,
I did
bro.
see it, but I didn't know what it was about. But I did see it. That is true. He really did type it. It was before 1 o'clock and all that. I definitely saw it. But damn, we could have sent you a DM. Like he could, you know what I'm saying? Like anybody got hurt, like something. I don't know.
Yeah, niggas texting the group chat for gambles is
That's
crazy, man.
crazy.
Like, and then just thinking that like that's gonna be the confirmation is crazy.
But let me tell you, yeah. When Kevin Durant first arrived to Houston, what was your new expectations for them? With the loss of Fred VanVleet, did it change? If so, to what?
So y'all didn't hear me the entire time.
Nope.
Nah,
Not at all.
I ain't heard you
That's
talk
crazy,
for
bro.
about 30 minutes.
She probably had a
I was
five take,
saying,
bro.
no, I was, man, it was about Wemby. I said they got him at 5. He better make the offs, but that's neither
We
here
said
nor
that
there.
shit
We
too.
passed that. We passed that. But OG and Tez and I, we kind of had a really good conversation about this like yesterday, and a couple others too were involved. Pre Fred injury, um, contender. I think they were a contender status in terms of had the opportunity. Western Conference Finals or beyond. I think with Fred. Without Fred, I think it's a little difficult unless they get Amen and Reed take leaps. They don't have a lot of depth, in terms of guard play. They don't have a lot of shooting. Fred is one of the few guys on the team that is a threat from, pull up 3-point standpoint, pull up jumper. Um, Floor general organizes the guys really well. Especially when you have a really young team. You need a guy who can organize the offense. He had a really good chemistry with Şengün in terms of getting Şengün the ball where he wants it. You lose that, and I think Fred helps slot, guys in their proper sort of like role. Even if Fred isn't like some amazing, player, it allows kind of Amen to play his style of ball more comfortably, and it doesn't put a lot of pressure on Reed to actually having to be like a really solid sort of starter, like right off the bat after like his first minutes because he didn't really play that much last year. So you lose one of the few guys out there who is a pull up threat, um, 3-point shooting, off the dribble. Because when you traded for KD, you gave up Dylan Brooks, you gave up Jalen Green. Obviously, people feel the way about Jalen Green, but he is a guy who takes pull up shots, which is what you need oftentimes in your offense just to get the defense to respect you a little bit more. So without Fred, I think, obviously it sucks for their hopes of, I think, winning a championship. But now you're kind of throwing on Amin into the fire, and you see how he responds to it. I think they're going to be very interesting to watch. I was interested to watch, before Fred got hurt, but damn sure for now, because they can play a lot of weird, funky lineups with a lot of size on the court. So defensively, I think they're going to be still really good. I think they're still going to win a lot of games in the regular season. But the half court offense, I don't know. It's going to be tough, I think, because Ime is going to have to be, I think, more creative in terms of sets he want to run. Maybe he leans even more into the double big stuff. But spacing could be a little bit wonky. Amen, the jumper, what's that going to look like? Um, so it's going to be tough. I think Şengün's going to get a lot of a playmaking responsibility,
Yeah.
hub stuff. But when you do sort of those hub things, you need a guy in terms of like the two-man game that has like a thread of a jumper. Jokic, he has Jamal, Sabonis, he had Fox. Bam had Hero and or Bam had Duncan too. So you had guys who were pull-up threats in terms of taking a jumper. Ahmed is not really that threat. Maybe he took that step, over the summer. Maybe he got somewhere with that, but that's a little bit tough there. And then KD obviously is not really the floor general playmaker in that sort of regard. So it's gonna be interesting. I think they're just gonna rock out with Ahmed and Reed, and if they need to make a trade December 15th onward, if it's not going well, maybe they do it. Because I know Ime doesn't like not competing. He wants to be in the playoffs all the time. So if they have to make a move, I think they would do it. Um, but it's a lot of pressure to put on Reed. It's sort of the same situation with Reed and Rob Dillingham in Minnesota. Is that these guys didn't play all of like last year, and then you're gonna throw them in there to be key sort of backup point guards for you, and we'll see how it looks. So it's gonna be interesting to see how those young guys respond, but it's tough because they didn't have a lot of guard depth, and now you're putting a lot more pressure on Reed to really contribute, and Amen's gonna have to make a lot of decisions in terms of being a main ball handler, main playmaker for the team. So I'm
I
interested to see how it looks, though.
I love your 2-man point. That was actually a phenomenal point. Heaven sent asked you, who do you think will be the starting point guard? And then my question to you is,
I think Amen's gonna be the starting PG.
what's your starting lineup? I wanted to
I
ask
think.
Wes the same thing. What's your starting lineup?
I don't know. I feel like they could do something funky where they start Amen. Hold on. Let me work backwards. Sengun, KD, Jabari, DFS, and Amen. They could do something like that. Or maybe they start Reed, Amen, Jabari, KD, Sengun.
What would you do?
I think you give it to Amen. You let Amen run the show
And
and
go
let
with
Reed
DF.
come off the bench.
Do you think that'll be enough ball handling in that starting lineup though? Like, how do you feel like that starting lineup will look
Probably
like?
not, but it's different.
But realistically,
It's
if you
probably
don't,
not a lot of ball handling. I don't know if you want to put Reed to start right off the bat. I don't know if that's too much immediately.
Mhm. do
But if you do start Reed, then you can play Aaron Holiday, some minutes too or whatever. But I don't know if you just throw Reed in there right off the bat. I think you want to maybe ease him in
mm,
and you just let Amen kind of run the show.
valid.
Or maybe they do Amen and Aaron Holiday, KD, Jabari, Shingun, something like that maybe instead.
Okay.
Or another guard. I just think Reed probably should come off the bench to start just to get him comfortable. Because the first game of the season is OKC. You're gonna just throw Reed in there. I mean, I think he played well the one OKC game he played last year, but I don't know if you want to just throw him in there right off the bat. Maybe they do, but I think it might be better to start him off the bench and get him comfortable.
Well said. I like that.
You might need to pull up shooting too. So I'm just thinking about it too. You might need to pull up shooting because Reed is the only other guy besides, obviously Fred and KD
KDA.
with the pull up threat. That's it. Nobody else can. Like DFS standstill shooter. Jabari standstill. He's more, and if he does take a jumper, it's a pull up midi too.
Yeah.
Tari, more of a catch and shoot sort of guy. So you may want more of that pull up shooting with Reed. So I mean, I could see either or, but I think they probably just start with Amen as PG.
Wes, do you agree? Before I go to low thoughts, do you agree with 11-10 as far as Reed off the bench, or would you start both Amon and Reed? And then if not, what would your start lineup be?
No, I already spoke to that. I think Allen should be the point guard.
Oh yeah, my bad.
I think Reed should be the backup. The same way we're gonna be for Fred, except for Allen was gonna be slotted at 2. But yeah, I think Allen should be their point guard.
My bad. I meant to ask you the starting lineup. One, my fault.
Allen, DFS, AD, Jabari, and Single.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Makes sense. All right.
They told me they can win 60 games, by the way. I just want y'all to know that.
They say they can win 60
Rockets
still.
fans.
We out for it.
Yeah, some Marcus fans they'll push 60. I ain't gonna hold you. We talk about bad fan bases. That's a delusional fan base right there, man.
Yeah, like the video, man. Appreciate Patrick, man. Like the video. Yeah, the Rockets are. Yeah, man. I mean, I think they deserve it though. I'm not against fan bases when I feel like they deserve it. They had a
They had one good year. What you
they
mean
no
they
because they
deserve
had
it?
a phenomenal run with Harden, right? Obviously, they came up short because they was seeing the Warriors and things like that. Then they had to go through a couple of bruh. They went through John Wall, DeMarcus Cousins, Victor Oladipo. Like think about some of the bad that they went through. So
What
Damn,
did
they
you
asked players or something.
them years,
like?
them guys
No,
was like
what you do, man?
that was like a
Man, it's
nursing
because
home, damn near.
Oladipo, he was coming off a bad surgery, bro. So that ain't his fault, gang.
Yeah, like it was, but it was like it is what it is with at that point with them guys. So now they're back and they're trending in the right direction, and I think it's good for the league, man. It's not a bad thing. I think it's good for the league. So
For sure, for sure.
Wes, what you have a question? I think this is from Anush West. Wes, who you think is the weak link on the team when it comes to defense? KD or Sengun? KD or Sengun?
Repeat your question, please.
Wes, who you think is the weak link on the team when it comes to defense? KD or Sengun from Anush?
Durant. I mean, I think they both showed that they were positive defenders last year. I think Sengun will have more value if he's still what he was last year. So I would say Durant.
All right. Anyone else want to
But if
chime in?
Sengun takes a step back, obviously Sengun. I don't expect him to though.
Low Goods and Miles, y'all want to chime in on this Rockets thing real quick? How y'all feel about the Rockets this season after the Fred VanVleet loss, as far as contenders in the West or not?
Welcome.
Before the Fred injury, I thought
Before I thought they
I
were gonna do
thought
some shit before, but now it's fuck 'em. I ain't gonna lie. I
before
told
the
OG
Fred
that shit
injury,
yesterday.
before the Fred injury, I thought they were clear top 3 team in the West. After the Fred injury, I think they could lose to teams like the Mavs or the Wolves in the series.
Only them two?
Um, well, I think I don't know if the Lakers beating them. I don't know. I gotta see some. I gotta
Hey,
see what.
on my soul, Slam. On my soul, Slam.
You said what?
I was doing my little fake DMV action. On my soul,
I
Slam.
think he said on my soul the Lakers not beating them.
No, I said they are on my soul, Slim. On my soul, Slim.
On
You know
Right.
how
my
y'all
soul.
shorties?
I ain't
Yeah, you
trying to
know how
lie.
y'all shorties be like, on my soul, Slim. On my mother. On my
Bro,
mother.
West is what are
Yeah,
you? Yeah, come
so
on,
that's what
man.
I'm
You
saying.
wilding.
Wes, you a funny guy, man.
You know, you know, we all come across new sluts every day. Oh, this is the real show. My fault. I'm not a playback. My apologies. That was
Yo,
unacceptable.
what?
That was unacceptable. That was unacceptable. But
Hey,
yeah,
bro.
nah, I think the Lakers are better.
Yeah, like they really
I
dropped
think the
down.
Clippers are better than them too. I think
Oh yeah, I
them
forgot about
sneaking
the
on the West.
Clippers. Yeah, I forgot about them. The Clippers too. There's a whole bunch of teams that could beat them in the playoff series, in my opinion.
Mm.
Yeah, man, that was a big loss. OG gonna come in here and tell us we tripping, but it is what it is.
Yeah. Who's gonna get the ball to Sengun consistent? Who can make entry passes? Niggas told
I'm
me
in.
yesterday Sengun gonna play. No, he can't. He actually cannot. He doesn't have consistent enough handles to be able to set it up. And I don't think he will be like because of that, consistently making that pass will be really, really tough if you don't just have a consistent handle. It's like Jalen Green. Jalen Green can make the pass sometimes, but his handle was so inconsistent he couldn't get to the pass. I think I'm gonna struggle with the same thing. I think not having ball handles is gonna be a problem for them. Niggas told me yesterday though that Sengun could just operate from the 3 point line. Funny,
So they
funny.
want Sengun to start from the 3 point line and try to
Not
get open.
Rockets fans. Not Rockets
Yeah,
fans.
yeah. That
A certain somebody. His name, rhymes with chalk. Yeah.
Okay, I don't know who that is, but blessing to that person.
I mean, his
Bro,
name rhymes with
rhyme with
Mill
chalk,
Chalk.
bro.
Mill Chalk. Mill
I know what you're
Chalk.
talking about, Wes. I know what you're talking about,
Yeah,
Wes. I got you. I got you.
take
I
a
got you.
take a
Ev,
second to
it's really not clicking,
But
bro.
How is it
Nah,
nobody.
not
Why is
clicking,
they
Ev?
making it
Come
so
on,
difficult
bro.
though?
his
Bro,
name.
How is it not
Neil
clicking,
Chalk.
bro?
Ev
Click
is
up for
so
everybody else.
Neil
funny.
Chalk, brother. Neil Chalk.
Be for real, gang.
Like,
Act like you
bro, like,
act
come
like you
on,
be on
man.
Twitter,
Ain't
bro.
no way that took
oh.
all that,
I
bro.
can't stand Ev,
Yeah,
bro.
I wasn't getting it. My bad. I got it
Act like
now.
you be on Twitter, bro. Come on, gang.
I get it. My fault. All right. Lo, did you add any? You want to add anything about the Rockets before I move?
I feel like everything pretty much already been said. You was there. Me and Tween sort of had a extensive conversation about this last night for um before the Fred went down. I thought getting KD was definitely a major move. Did I feel like they were contenders after that? So, Ev, your definition of contenders, I heard you say was if you fight they can make the conference finals or finals, and I definitely fight they can make the conference finals. They were for sure going to be a good regular season team. So, uh, like they were. I thought they could have made conference finals. Now, do I think they were going to make the finals? No, because I feel like if they did make the conference finals, they was going to lose to OKC or some other teams. Um, so I didn't think they were contenders, honestly. Well, no, yeah, not really. Well, now no, but when they got KD, I thought they could have made the conference final. So sure. Losing Favor and Flea, I definitely think that's a major thing. You lose a ball handler, you lose quote unquote floor general. Um, and they don't have it's not the losing it isn't losing him wouldn't be as bad if they had something that I felt like could replicate that or could replace that. And just on the roster right now, I just don't see it. So maybe Almond does take that leap in at the PG position that they want next year, and he is able to give you some of that. And if he does, hey, hats off to him. Maybe Reed takes that step next year and he gives you what you expect from him. I know Ev, me and you talked about it yesterday. You spoke on Reed and what he was at Kentucky and being a kind of like a high IQ player or whatever, just a smart player, being able to fit into any kind of system, which maybe that's what they're looking for. So I mean, right now, I think they'll still be a good team for sure. I just think they're going to reach some limitations in the playoffs, especially against very good defensive teams that I don't think they can overcome. And shout out to Kevin Durant, but I don't think he'll be enough to help them overcome those limitations as well.
I appreciate that, my brother. Before we get to 10, while we got my brother up here, I do want to circle back because I started the show off with it. Miles, just quickly, what are you expecting on your game tonight? You got the Cardinals winning or what? Like, what you looking forward to while we get into that game tonight?
Who's Trey Benson by the way? Can you let me know who that is? Like I
That's
know he's
all right.
obviously the backup running back, but I'm talking about like what is he a rookie? Like this is second year? What is he?
Nah, this is second year. But honestly, bro, I know it's week. What's this week through four? Week four. Yeah. If you wanna call anything, I guess season defining game. Shit, that's what this shit is. Cause nigga, we ain't beat the Seahawks in like 3 years, I think. Um, and plus it's going down 0-2 in the division this early. It's not a setup for some good. But hold on, if come back to this shit, I got a call real quick.
All right, we're gonna circle back to 10. I try to give him some love real quick. 10 got Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson cracked into the top 10 last year after being ranked 12. They say last year Brunson second consecutive All-Star and All-NBA second team selection in just 3 years. Brunson has moved himself onto the short list of the best players ever to wear blue and orange. That has also included leading the Knicks to the Eastern Conference Finals for the first time in 25 years and to a third straight year with at least one playoff series victory. Shout out to Brunson, man, which hasn't happened since the glory days of the 1990s and early 2000s. The only acceptable outcome for Brunson and Knicks this season, though, is to fully break through and reach the NBA Finals for the first time this century, which I believe they will have a phenomenal shot at doing this year. Biggest question is how will Brunson adjust to Mike Brown? Mike Brown said he wants to get Brunson more involved off the ball, but when it comes down to the fourth quarter and it's crunch time and clutch time, the ball would definitely be in Brunson's hands. That's definitely something that he said this week. And then pretty much it. They have him averaging 26, 3, and 7. He averaged a career high 7.3 assists last season. He also became the first player to average 25 and 7 assists in a season in Knicks history. Damn. So, yeah.
Read that again? He became the first player to average what?
25 and 7 in a season in Knicks history.
Knicks history? That's tough.
Yeah, I remember when Brunson first went to New York and Joe and others, I think myself and others were propping up, predicting what he could average for them. And at the moment, it was doubt because of what we've known him to be in Dallas. But, man, he did that and then some. Like, he did more. Like, if any expectations that Joe had or myself or whoever had for Brunson, he exceeded that 1,000%. And it's good to see the level of player that he evolved to, which he became so far, or becoming and continue to become, I want to say. And, yeah, man, back-to-back All-NBA second teams, leading them to playoff series, win 3 straight years, cracking the conference finals. There is no excuses for them, and they know that. They added Jordan Clarkson. They added Yabusele. We have to see if Malcolm Brogdon make the roster or not. Mitchell Robinson just came out or reported 5 minutes ago that he's unsure if he's going to play back-to-backs this season, so probably not. And we also have to see who's going to be the starting lineup this year. So, yeah, man, the Knicks got a lot that they can play with. They have a phenomenal roster, and I think with Brunson, Cat, OG, and McHale and company, they should definitely be in the NBA Finals this year. That should be the expectations. Nothing short, obviously. So, that's that. Let me see. I'm probably going to... So, first and foremost, before I continue on down, I wanted to ask myself, do I agree with their top 10 players? And I actually do. So, I agree with the 10. The only thing that I probably can shuffle is the order, which we're going to do within the next couple of weeks anyway when I have everybody that's in here, whether you're on the stage and or in the chat, ranking your top 10 players for this upcoming season or going into the next season. So I'm probably going to go up to 20, and I'll probably stop there because, like I said, I know they spent a lot of time looking at this yesterday while I was at work, so I don't want to sort of kind of bore some of the people that was in the playback yesterday with sort of kind of like the same talks or thoughts around this ESPN thing. Reminder real quick while I'm putting up the top 50. Reminder, we're watching a Thursday night football game, the Seahawks versus the Cardinals, live in Discord tonight. So make sure you all join the Fact and Stats Discord for that. For 2 other things as well. You can join the Discord to join the stage throughout the show. It's an open platform for anybody to come up and speak their mind. And then also you can join the Discord to show your gambling plays. So 8:15. So that's roughly basically 8 hours, a little under 8 hours. Make sure you all pull up and join the Discord for that watch parties. Seahawks versus Cardinals. It should be something chill. And then tomorrow will be in playback, more than likely, watching the WNBA playoff games. And then Saturday, we're in Discord again, watching all the college football games and the matchups that we have tomorrow. Oregon, Penn State, Georgia, Bama, and more. That's just obviously the 2 biggest highlighters. And then Sunday, we're right back in the Discord again, watching football all day, 1 p.m. Eastern Time to 11:30 p.m. Eastern Time. So keep that in mind. Also, if you're on the YouTube side of things, y'all do not forget to hit the like button on this video. That helps the algorithm out. And if you want to extend your support for the platform, make sure you all become a member. There's 3 different levels you can join as. They all have different customized perks. New podcast episode dropping in a couple of hours as well, where I recorded with Ari yesterday around NFL Week 3, looking ahead to Week 4, and different things like that within the episode. If you are a member, you can see the episode now. If not, you can be able to watch it at like 3 p.m. Eastern Time. So thank y'all for the support in that on that aspect as well. Now I'm gonna dive into 11 through 20 real quick, and then if some more people join the stage, we'll do top 10 point guards, or I will give my top 10 point guards going into next season. If you're in the chat, you can drop your list as well. So keep that in mind. 11, they went with Jada. My goodness, this is when you think of a jump, this is a jump. 44-11. Coming off of winning a championship, averaged 21.6 points per game last season. One of the better defensive forwards in the league. They have him averaging 22, 5, and 5. B. Young don't like that. Second
That
best.
was a thing in playback yesterday too.
Yeah, 11
I ain't
is.
gonna lie, niggas is debating J Dub, and I got a question for you, Ed. I don't know if I interrupted you.
Nah,
If you
you
want to
good.
go ahead.
Nah, you good. What's up?
All right, so I seen in the chat yesterday when we were talking about J Dub, right? Basically, somebody was like, somebody felt like if he wasn't next to Shea, nobody would know who he is, and I disagree. I think like if he had to stand without the whatever you want to call it, without the OKC engine or whatever you want to call it, he's still individually by himself a good player. Now he might not, obviously he wouldn't be 11 on this list, probably not, but he'd still be probably a somewhere. I want to say like somewhere within the top 30, top 25, maybe somewhere in that range.
I think I
How you feel
I
about
think
that?
I popped in on when I was on break and I heard that. I didn't hear it too good. Yeah, I spend a lot of my time watching Netflix so I can knock out Blind Spot because it's heating up crazy right now in season 4. But yeah, I heard that a little bit and I disagree. You know, to say not know who he is crazy. I mean, he got drafted in the lottery for a reason. No matter how you toss and turn it, you know, OKC took a chance. And shout out to their scouting team for noticing a talent like that and what he can do for their team. But if you put him on any other team, we might see even more of him. You know, it is a blessing and it is a good thing to play alongside of a guy like SGA, where you're not getting number one options from a defensive standpoint. But I still think he has the skill set offensively and defensively to where he would have quickly made an impact around the league. So
Facts,
yeah,
facts. And I
guys,
said even like take away like if you just put his defense on the table, right? Because he's a very good defender. It's niggas that you know right now that aren't that good players that are very good defenders, and their defense stands out enough for them to get talks.
yeah,
Like you get what I'm saying? Like
yeah,
like his defense already would stand out by itself. Then you add on top of it, he'll probably wherever he's at, he'll probably be a good a pretty good scorer to a decent scorer. So he'll like by himself, he'd still stand out. Let's put it like that. I don't now would he get some of this hype that he getting right now? Probably not, but he'd still be recognized as a good player to
yep,
me anyway.
yep. I agree, 1,000% on my bad. Some news just dropped on Ayuk. All right, yeah, I
What
agree.
happened? Hold on, what's the news on IU?
They say he is not close to returning per GM John
Damn,
Lynch. There hasn't been a setback, but Ayuk ACL tear was not clean and included other damage, leading to a longer timeline for his return.
damn. Well, GG. That
Yeah.
nigga done for.
So, Goods, I don't know if you heard that, brother. And if you did, if you didn't, I'll tell you when you come in. So yeah, J Dub is obviously a big jump. Yeah, I agree with you. If he was on a different team, he probably would not have had the 11 type of jump. But this is a player that I like him and Jalen Johnson a lot when it comes to guys that are role players that can become like low end stars or something like that. And obviously, J Dub was ahead of that thought process that I had in my head about those two players like a year and a half ago. But yeah, man, he's going to continue to blossom. He's going to continue to grow. And that's why I'm so glad that they gave both of those guys 5-year extensions. Really, all three of them extensions when it comes to SGA, Chet, and J Dub, because if you keep them three guys together and healthy, there's no reason why they should not win another championship. So 11th is a little wild, like B Young just said in the chat, but they're predicting. So I can't go off. I can't get upset about what they're predicting and what they're projection.
Look what they're projecting him for. How you feel about the projection?
That's valid. 22, 5, and 5. He's gonna have the ball enough to get 5 assists, and he's not like he's a bad rebounder. And he's gonna and guys typically get better when they have that. I can circle back if you want, OG, but guys typically get better as they're young, and so I don't see a world why Jada would not get better as he's been doing in his first 3 seasons anyway, or first two. I think it's three seasons anyway. So going from 21.6 to 22, that ain't nothing. He gonna average between 21 and 23 anyway. So it's roughly the same, damn near. That's where I look at it. Yo, G, I didn't hear your thoughts. We definitely was talking about the Rockets and Fred and KD for a good 30 to 60 minutes. I'm all for you circling back up here because obviously I did not get to hear a lot of the things that was said yesterday. As I heard y'all guys was having a good, you all was having a good conversation. 1110, you, Low Mouse, whoever else was a part of that. So yeah, man, feel free to hit the Discord and I can circle back to the whole Fred thing and ask you the same question that I asked 1110 because I don't even know your stance fully on the Rockets right now with the Fred VanVleet injury. So whenever OG circles up here, I'm gonna circle back to Fred and the Rockets. If obviously 11 is to
Bro,
continue
niggas really hate Jada. Like, what did he do to niggas, bro?
to circle back and continue up the list. Jada was overrated. Y'all glazing that clown. He is slightly better AG. No way he should be he's not a slightly better AG.
Like, bro, this is getting crazy. Like, bro, niggas really hate this nigga, bro.
You can't even ask AG to do some of the things with the ball like you see Fred doing. I mean J Dub doing. I just tremendously disagree with that. That's just terrible. D Money, that's just like a and you're a Nuggets fan, like that's why you're saying that disgusting thing. But that's just a terrible take. And I respect AG. That's just terrible though. And I'm
Yo,
glad.
I had a call. What was said about the J Dub placement?
Nigga, you worry about Jada, about you done for.
Basically,
You said what?
basically it's insane. It's nasty. Um, it's insane. It's nasty and things like that.
How was it insane or nasty?
Look who he's in front of. He's slightly better than AG. No way he should be 11. Jada was overrated. Some of the comments that said in the chat.
Yeah, well,
Time Goods
relatively.
was
I
the one
mean,
having that debate yesterday that I talked
almost
about.
like 90% of the comments be stupid. So I mean, that's what you get when you got a lot of stupid niggas in the comments. I mean, to me, he's not 11, but around 14 or 15, I would have placed him after this year he had last year. But you know, niggas will agree to disagree. But he's clearly that level of player. Probably the best defensive wing in the NBA, probably at this point. 22, 5-5, his third year. Every year he improves. He proved it in the playoffs as well. Was the second best player on a 68 win team. What more do you want out of him?
Yeah, I mean, I think he cleared that level of player too. So I ain't even mad at some of the things you saying in regards to that. To be honest, I was more so praising or answering something that Low asked me. I guess I'm with you. 11 is a little. That's insane.
Nah, Goods was the one that was having Goods the reason because he was yesterday in Playback he was having a conversation in the chat with somebody that said that basically Jada was getting boosted by being next to Shay.
Okay. Yeah, OG, I see. I think that's OG. OG, I see you just circled up here. So before I continue up the list, yeah, I asked 11-10 in the stage as we was talking about KD and them for so damn long. I asked them what was their expectations. So I'm asking you, what was your expectation when y'all? And if I know already, you can just repeat it. What was your expectation when y'all landed KD? And then did your expectations change now with the loss of Fred? And then what do you want the starting lineup to be?
So yeah, that was a great conversation. 11-10 led it. I don't know if it was by design or if we just fell into it, but that was a great conversation around basketball yesterday. It was good after talking football for so long. But on J Dub, real quick, I agree 11 might seem a little high, but you niggas got to stop hating on. I mean, if a nigga performs and under the biggest stage in the NBA Finals, and he helps his team get to a championship and win a championship, you niggas got to stop all that. At some point, it's just crazy talk, bro. Now I get it. If you want to argue at 11, if you say he should be 15, or you can move him, whatever. But stop hating on the nigga, man. The nigga, what else y'all want to see him do? What else can he do to change you niggas' mind and still around there talking about what he ain't? What else do y'all need to see from him? That's what I need to see. You need to see him go take his own team to a championship. Well, that shit don't hardly happen no more. Niggas need help. And this bullshit that I always hear too about, well, yeah, he getting attacks from Shay and all that. What nigga? Ain't that the way that shit's supposed to work? You go play with somebody that kind of compliments you and y'all both kind of feed off each other and you make me good and I make you good. What y'all want to see a nigga do? I get so sick and tired of you niggas trying to find something to land on. Just for no reason. Just always, well, I don't know. Nigga, you know. You see the same shit we see. So you niggas talking, man, I ain't even no OKC fan. I ain't even no J Dub fan. But just be real, niggas. At some point, the trolling or whatever you niggas call it got to stop. Start telling the truth about shit. Now, by Fred, yes, it hurts. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to say it don't hurt. The point I made when I initially came up yesterday was niggas always, the same niggas that was talking about Fred last year, Fred ain't this, Fred ain't that, Fred the reason why you niggas ain't winning, Fred sorry. Now all of a sudden, For y'all ain't got Fred. I don't know what the fuck y'all gonna do. Nigga, which way is it? Is he bad? Do we? I mean, I don't understand. So that's where I was a little lost. Now, 11-10 did a great job. I love talking basketball with 11-10. Let me go ahead and throw that out there. She really know how to just she knows how to make good points that you nigga can't even argue with. And she made some good points yesterday. So while I understand it's gonna hurt us, I mean, yeah, we would be better with Fred. Needless to say, but what we're built on and how we're made, defense, rebounding, picking niggas up 94 feet, making it hell, giving niggas one shot. We got better at that. And Fred wasn't a big part of that. We got better at that. We're gonna still be able to do that at a high level. So before coming into the season, I said, yeah, OKC, I mean, I can't argue with them being a team that could beat us. They're the best team in the NBA right now. I'm not gonna argue that. But that was the only team I was worried about. That's still the only team I'm worried about. That's still the only team I'm worried about. Yes, there's gonna be some hiccups. There's gonna be some. My man gonna have to grow up real fast. We done turned it up as far as a man being able to take the reins. I think that was always the goal eventually anyway, at the one. And that's been pressed up. We got to do it this year. But I still like our chances. I still like our chances in the West. I think if we lose to somebody, it's gonna be OKC, just like I thought before. And we'll figure it out along the way. We'll figure it out. It's gonna be a little bit more difficult.
Boy,
I remember when I was coaching AU and I lost my best player. And I looked at my sister, I said, well, fuck, man, what we finna do? The nigga say, shit, we just got to find a different way to win. And that's what we did. So we couldn't win by 20 no more every game, but yeah, we had to win by 7 or 8. So that's what we're gonna have to do, nigga. We're gonna figure it out. Yes, Fred hurts us, the loss of that, because again, like 11-10 was saying, from a table setting standpoint, right? I don't necessarily think it's from a playmaking standpoint, but I think from a table setting standpoint, getting the ball to the right people at the right time, understanding time and situations and all that. Yeah, Reed ain't, but for me, when I think about Reed, and this is what I was saying yesterday, he may not have, if your take is Reed ain't proven it yet, okay, I give you that. I can't argue that. He improved it. But I say when I look at Fred, when I look at Reed and what he did, when I look back at his tapes when we were thinking about drafts, I said, okay, man, this is a heady ass kid. Man, this kid understands the game.
Yeah.
This kid's a basketball player. So him being able to grow into a table setting role for this team, yeah, I think he can do that. I think he can do that. And a man, like I say, yeah, we all know he got challenges at the jump shot. I get it. But man, he been playing point guard. He been on the ball his whole career. That's the only position he ever played. He got switched off to the Swiss Army knife just because Fred was there, and Fred was the better option at that point in time. Probably would be this year if Fred was here. But I believe between the two, they're gonna be able to man the position, and we're gonna be all right. We still gonna be able to defend. We're gonna be able to rebound. We're gonna be able to get out and run. We're gonna So I know Fred hurts a little bit, but I think we still good. What's up, Lo?
Before Lil answer that question real quick, what's your starting lineup though?
Look.
You missed that part.
I don't know, because I don't know if they're gonna throw Reed in there to start. I don't know if they're gonna go big.
What would you want?
Let's see, Amin, Sengun, KD, probably Jabari. Yeah, and I don't know. I don't know if I want Reed right there to start the season off, starting the season at the one. I wouldn't be opposed to it. But I wouldn't be opposed to going with, let's see, who else on that starting line? Shit. I don't know if I want to say DFS. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. To be honest with you, if I hadn't thought about it,
Okay.
I don't know which way I'd like it to go at this point in time.
Okay.
But I know the main four. It's just a matter of I don't know if they want to start Reed or if they want to.
I think that fifth is going to be interchangeable either way. Like literally, you can down there put it in any position at that point.
Yeah.
Not starting, but in just lineups. But OG, I was gonna say, so like for y'all, I don't think I don't think it's really the Fred loss isn't. I think y'all gonna be fine. Y'all gonna be able to make it through the regular season. I think the loss is gonna be not the loss. But I think it's gonna be more so glaring in the playoffs, right? When y'all playing the just better, when y'all playing better team like a Minnesota or something like that, right? And y'all don't have that floor setter that guy that kind of slows the game down. And maybe you think that's KD, right? Maybe you think that person has switched or whatever. But I just want to know how you feel about that. Do you look at the playoffs now and see and think, okay, it's going to get a lot tougher
Well,
now
I
without
mean,
Fred?
I think that's a valid question. If you tell me Fred got hurt 20 games before the playoffs, mid-season, 10 games before the playoffs started, I think it would be hard for guys to get acclimated to that role. But if you're telling me I got 82 to kind of get acclimated, I know the playoffs is a different beast than the regular season, but I think over an 82 game season, yeah, I think that gives our guys enough time to kind of grow into that role and what that might look like. So while they may not have that playoff experience in that role, I think a full 82 would be very beneficial. Now, if you talk, like I said, if you tell me 20 games out before the playoffs, yeah, Fred just went down. Man, that's tough. That's tough for them. But it's going to be tough over the regular season. But again, guys have time to get more acclimated to it and kind of figure it out. And
Okay,
not only from that standpoint, if you can't, then that's where Ime gonna have to get creative as well, right? Again, as I always say, it's more than one way to skin a cat. Yeah, we may not be able to win in the way we thought we were going to try to win, but now, okay, Ime, I'm gonna need, just like you're gonna need the players to kind of get acclimated and do a little bit more or do a little bit less, whatever that looks like. I need you to get a little more creative too and kind of help make up for the loss of Fred. So
okay, I'm rocking with you. How confident are you versus Minnesota right now? Just asking.
yeah,
In the playoff setting, in a playoff series.
that might be the second toughest. Of course, OKC being number one, but I like my chances low. The only team that I really feel like, of course, with the loss is OKC. I'm giving them that. They were already there anyway, and anything if you lose anything and it was already a slim margin anyway, from our perspective, as far as not being able to mess up, not being able to,
Yeah, I already
yeah,
knew
that's
that
too
though.
much.
That's why I ain't asked you about OKC. I kind of already knew
Yeah.
how you were gonna look at them because you already said earlier that they're kind of like the only team that you look at and then like, okay, we could lose to those guys.
Minnesota, I think they present a challenge, but I'm still gonna give us the edge there. I mean, I don't think they did too much in the offseason. I know Terrence Shannon gonna be a big part of what they do coming into this season. I don't know how much they're gonna implement Rob Dillingham, but I think yeah, I don't know. I still think, did they ever show up that point guard spot at all? Did they do anything, or are they gonna still be leaning on Mike Conley to kind of man that?
They ain't do nothing.
Uh,
I think they just lost
I think
Nas.
it's pretty much Mike. Yeah, I think it's pretty
Yeah,
much just Mike and hope that Rob kind of takes some type of leap this year.
Yeah.
yeah.
So
11.
I'm not saying that they some cakewalk or whatever. It'd be tough. Shit, I don't know. I think Denver might present more of a challenge than okay
I'm
than
honestly,
Minnesota.
I think those LA teams present a challenge to y'all too.
I ain't so much
Uh, you
worried about the
you
Clippers.
probably don't think you probably
Yeah,
don't think so,
Both songs give you a challenge, OG. The Lakers and the Clippers.
but I think both
him
of
and Fred.
them present their own certain challenges.
Yeah, but I mean, I would probably the
Yeah,
Clippers
you
more
rocking with
so
your
They,
than the
they
guys,
got
OG.
Lakers.
I
their old
already
nigga
know
and you
you
got
rocking with your
yours.
guys. Yeah, I know what that is. You rocking with your man.
Yeah, yeah. I feel good about what we did in the offseason. Like I said, Fred hurts that, and I like Fred. While niggas was shitting on Fred all last year, I knew what the deal was. I understood the way he looked last
Like
year.
I
And I
said,
said it
Fred
then, and I
hurts that,
say it
and I
again.
like Fred. While niggas was
Shit,
shitting on
he
Fred
trying to
all
make up for
last year,
somebody
I
else.
knew what the
Yeah,
you
yeah,
stood by Fred all year. Yeah,
yeah. And
respectfully, you definitely
He
you
stood
was
by
fucking with
Fred because he
Fred.
wasn't fucking with Jalen Green.
Well, I understood why he was. Niggas was just saying, yeah, he looking bad. Look at his numbers. He doing this. I'm like, yeah, but nigga, that's y'all asking him to turn to 2019 Fred, or the team is asking him to do that because of
Both.
Because nobody else could score. Nobody,
yeah, shit. He gotta do this, and he ain't even built for that right now. But because of Pretty Boy over there, shit, my man sitting over there, he's shit, huffing and puffing the whole game,
Hey
hard at
man.
the end of games, all that old shit, man. Shit, that ain't what he signed up for. So I'm just glad that got exposed. Like I said, we talked about KD being a closer, whether he is or whether he's not. I think between him and Sengun, I think you got a couple of options. I think if we were totally relying on KD from that standpoint, then yeah, I think that would be tough. I think Sengun is going to continue to get better, and I think he's going to be a guy that we could go run offense through as well. We can hub a little bit from that standpoint. He can create shots for himself and others, So I feel good about that, man. I feel good. Now, if you want to talk to me about shooting, we could use another shooter. We could definitely use another shooter. But yeah, no, I mean, I feel
You
good
think
about
I'll
it.
make a you think I'll make a trade by the deadline?
We might. I think it's going to depend on how tough it looks for us before the deadline. If it's looking like, yeah, it's going to be an uphill battle, we're going to have to get something to kind of shore that up. I think we might, but I think at this point, at least from what I heard as early as this morning, we're not planning on making any moves right now. We just going to go with what we got. So,
Okay.
but I mean, that could change. That could change based on what we see before the deadline.
Okay, so pretty much your stance is the same on everything for the most part. That's what I wanted to know.
I think it'll be it's the same. I just think it might be a little bit tougher, but I think we can overcome some of that.
Yeah.
So you still got y'all going to the conference finals?
Absolutely. Ain't none of my best change. None of my best change. I ain't asking nobody for
So
no
I don't even
help.
know
I
why
ain't
you
asking
asked that
for
nigga
nothing.
that. You know his answer ain't gonna change.
Need no help. You see me in the bear fight, nigga. You jump on me. You jump on me. Yeah.
Yeah, that nigga ain't gonna change his shit, bro.
That's
Only
why I
way he
rock
changed,
with him.
that nigga KD go down.
Yeah, he go down, Sengun go down, or men go down. Yeah, we gonna have to talk. Yeah, but one of those three, if it ain't one of them three, I think we'll be all right. I ain't gonna wish that on nobody, but everybody gonna have a few challenges as it relates to injuries and shit they're gonna have to overcome this year. So shit even out. We'll be all right, man. We're gonna be all right. My Rockets niggas, they the one got on my nerves a little bit with all that crying. I'm like, God damn. So we just ought to quit right now, nigga. Just toss the whole season. The shit is just over. I don't agree with that. I don't think it's as doom and gloom as everybody trying to make it out to be.
OG, I
You
don't
got
need
you
got
gotta
the
get him right,
guys saying
OG.
y'all losing in the first round, OG.
Shit, who want to put something on it? What they
Shit.
pockets say. I don't
Wait,
care
hold
what I
on
don't care what
though.
they pockets say.
You willing to bet that without even seeing the matchup though?
Nigga, what they pockets say. I don't care. Niggas say
You,
anything. Niggas say a whole lot of shit.
but I'm saying
But
you
then
don't
you ask me if they want to bet.
My
Well, nah,
nigga
I ain't
said
say that. Well,
line
then
them
he
you
up.
don't
He
don't
put
said
even
it.
know
line
who
them
the,
up.
he don't even know who they gonna play. He ready to bet. He just
I know we ain't playing
Hey, look,
OKC in the
Lo.
first
That's
round.
what
I
that
do know
that's
that.
what that's what getting KD on your team do to a nigga, bro.
it's okay. You know you ain't playing OKC, but you could very well play a bunch of other tough ass teams.
But not
He don't
only
care,
that
bro.
though,
I got
Miles, the
KD.
way we and I y'all don't really know me, but I am a defensive nigga, man. I love teams that play. And what Ime got this team doing from a defensive standpoint, you can rely on that game to game. That's gonna keep you in every single game. You may have a bad shooting night, you
That
gonna have
point,
some bad
OG.
shooting nights. But we gonna play defense every motherfucking game, and we gonna be in a close game because of that every single game. Now you can talk about the shooting. Yeah, that's gonna come and go. I know one thing, we gonna lock a nigga up, and I know we gonna rebound the ball. And I know that gives you a chance to win. So for me, that's why now if we weren't that type of team and we were just offensive, we lean more on the offense. Yeah, now it really depends on what you got around it. And you have guys that can make the shots consistently and all that. I ain't saying you don't need that, but I know the one thing we can depend on is the one thing that we can control, and that's our effort on the defensive end. So I love the way this team is built. Any team I ever coached was built just like this. Nigga, we where you at? From 94 feet. What about all that? That's what we at. We in your shit. You get one chance to miss, nigga. You don't make your first shot, you won't get a second chance, I promise you. And we gone on the miss. We gone. Early opportunities. Okay. Nigga, come on with it, man. This my type of team right here, bro. For real, straight up.
I respect it.
Funny
I'm
thing is, I
excited.
was telling Tween, because we was looking at me and Tween like that's last night. We was looking at the makeup of y'all team, right? We was like, because your team got two backup guards on fucking like eight backup wings and center. Tween was like, bro, what type of team is that? I said, a nigga, a team that's gonna rebound and play defense, nigga. That's why. That's
Yeah,
all they got is wings and centers over there, bro. They gonna rebound and defend their ass off every
that's
night
it.
for sure.
Every
He may
game.
gonna rotate the shit out them niggas every night.
And we got better from that standpoint. We got better from that standpoint. I believe in Reed. Like I said, I know if people say, "Well, we got to see it," I can't argue that. I got to see it too. But I believe it will happen. I believe. I don't believe. Yeah, he little bit smaller, right? Can shoot his ass off. He gon' scrap. He gon' fight. You get him in the post. He ain't just finna let a nigga just beat him up down there. He gon' foul or do whatever he got to do. That's my type of shit, man. And
And
he's
then,
smart. He heady. So
and, In the games Reed played last year, what was his 3-point percentage? If you mind pulling that up, I don't know if you give a fuck.
A game who?
I said in the games that Reed had played last year, I just want to know what he shot from the three.
So what was his 3-point percentage last year?
Yeah,
Reed.
And whatever that is,
His
whatever
team
that
was
is,
dead ass for the catch and shoot and all
He
that, but
shot
I ain't finna do it. I know you ain't finna do all that.
33% from three.
Yeah, but
whatever it
that's
is,
the
I
rookie
can
year
promise
though.
you, it's going to go up this year because the quality of looks that he's probably going to be getting this year versus what he got last year, it's going to be a lot different. So
Yeah.
playing off of KD, playing off of Sengun consistently like that, I think the quality is going to go way up. And you asking me if he can knock down an open jump shot, shit, with the best of them. I don't care what you say if you ain't seen it or not, nigga. It's there. It's there. I promise you he can knock down open jump shots.
Yeah. They don't got nothing to worry about what Reed shooting wise. I'm not putting too much of that 33%. The looks gonna be different this year.
Yeah, I'm not even.
I mean, he gonna grow pretty fast for them this year. Reed gonna have a good jump, man. He should have a good jump for them. So we'll see. We'll see. Shout out to the Rockets. Shout out to OG staying on his stance with them boys this year. We're gonna finish this up real quick, going through 12 through 20, and then sort of kind of predict a little bit some of the top 10 point guards going into next season. And today will be a good warm up day, welcoming back NBA Talks inside of Facts and Stats, and we'll continue on down next week. Next week we'll be looking at the shooting guards and also looking at all the offseason moves that took place and sort of kind of seeing how the type of impact they'll have on their team for the upcoming season, because I need a rewind. Like OG said, we've been talking about football a lot, so I need a rewind. I need a recap. I need a refresher on some of the things that went down this offseason with all these teams. So we'll definitely get more into that next week. Today I wanted to hit on this top 10 that dropped this morning, and then also ranking the top 10 point guards to get that positional rankings out the way. Next they got Cade. Cade took a phenomenal jump as well, similar to Jada, 44-11. They got Cade up going 67-12. In his first taste of postseason basketball, Cunningham absolutely looked up to the task. The young Pistons took a major step forward, but a tough first round playoff series, but they really could have won against the Knicks. Cunningham was at the forefront of Detroit's turnaround last season, pretty much. Let's see. He averaged 26, 9, and 6 last year. The playoffs are a learning curve for any young star, and Cunningham was no exception. I'm sorry. But he'll be worth watching this season as he continues to evolve after his first experience playing meaningful NBA games. So they got Cade doing 25, 6, and 9 this year again. Sort of kind of replicating what he did last year. And I think, whenever you take a guy high, your expectation that they're going to help turn your franchise around. And Cade is doing that. Or Cade will do that, or will continue to do that for Detroit. So I like the case. Well, I think similar to J-Dub, the case by the little gas or jazz or whatever. But like I said, they're predicting. And I think Cade and J-Dub are two of the young players in NBA that will continue to emerge. Obviously, it really even looks better for J-Dub because he wasn't even drafted in the top 7. So sort of kind of expected for guys that took
Who's in the K spot is Jazz?
I said Cade and J. 11 and 12 for J-Dub and Cade. They're more so 15 to 20 type of guys to me, like somewhere in that ballpark.
But keep in mind though, it's a projection thing.
I spoke to that game.
And people are projecting like Detroit to be, to do a little something this year with Cade at the forefront of that. Especially on top of how he played that. What is projected stats look like? What they got right there?
26, 6, and 9 again.
That's tough. That's tough. That's 26 and a half. So that's really like 27, 6 and a half. That's tough, bro. If he was to do that on top of leading the Pistons to, let's say, a top 5 seed this year, that'd be tough.
I only spoke with Jazz standpoint because they're not realistically top 12 players in the NBA, but I understand why they're ranked where they're ranked as far as this ESPN thing because of how they're doing their list. That's all. Even down to Evan Mobley. Like, you know what I'm saying? But like they have.
I think Evan Mobley for sure, Jazz.
But he's another jump, 47-13. And yeah, I'll leave it at that. He made All NBA and won Defensive Player of the Year in his 4th season. So shout out. That's not something easy to do. And I pretty much leave it at that. Shout out to Mobley. 14, they got AD. Last year he was 13, so he dropped a spot. He played his first full season in Dallas, healthy at least going into this year. I think he was dealing with like an eye thing this off season, but he returned to the court, so he's good to go. He'll be there start of the season and or preseason. They have him averaging 26, 12, and 2 blocks this year. 15, they went with D. Mitch. actually jumped up 2 spots. If this ranking seems low for a player who made All-NBA first team in 24-25, it perhaps reflects that Mitchell, despite piling up impressive regular seasons, carries a stigma for never leading a team past the second round of the playoffs. My goodness. Yes, he averaged 34 points in the series loss to the Pacers last season, but he shot 11 of 36 over the final 2 games as the Cavs went out. A position Mitchell has found himself in before. What can be said is this. Mitchell knows exactly what is expected of him and embraces that reality. So they got him averaging 24.6, 5 assists, and a steal and a half a game. And he's the first guard since AI to average 20-plus points per game in his first 8 seasons. It's an interesting stat right there, too. So shout out to D. Mitch. 16 was Booker, so he dropped a spot. They got him averaging 28, 4, and 7 this year. He's one of 2 players to average 25-plus points in each of the past 7 seasons with Giannis. Shout out to Booker for being consistent in that aspect. And he made 4 All-Star teams and appeared in 47 playoff games. And he just signed a mega extension. And he had a media day yesterday. So that's that for Booker. 17 with Paulo. Cool jump for Paulo. I like that. I like Paulo as a player. I like the Magic as a team. I'm praying Suggs is healthy this year because I want to see as much as I can of their 4 best players on their team with Suggs, Bane, Franz, and Paulo playing basketball this year. I think they're even going to be a tough defensive team again this season, while looking to be better offensively from a floor spacing standpoint, hoping that Paulo and or Franz improved in that aspect, and then also acquiring a guy like Desmond Bane to match in the backcourt with Jalen Suggs, who improved as a shooter over the last 2 years as well. So, yeah, man, the Magic has a lot of interesting makeup as well. And
I think the Magic can come out the East this year.
Yeah.
Niggas call me crazy. Who knows? That's my little hot take.
Damn,
Yeah,
Desmond Bane doing niggas like that? Okay.
I don't know if that's hot.
I don't know why y'all let him go.
I mean, the offer was too good not to let the nigga go.
Good luck with KCP, nigga. Yeah,
That nigga ain't gonna be there forever, nigga. I'm banking on Phoenix
He
being
gonna be there
ass.
next year, nigga. He gonna be there next year. Good luck with that.
I'm banking on Phoenix being terrible. We gonna get
I don't know
pick.
why y'all let that nigga go. I'm gonna keep it a bean.
Yeah, no,
I mean, shit. He was getting paid All-Star.
That was your dog too, Miles.
Money.
My man Miles used to be in the joint yelling "Trigger Man Bang." Okay,
still do, bro. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. Look, don't get me wrong. Look, it's still my nigga, bro. Man, look, I'm sitting here looking at. I had to move that nigga jersey back to the, the old Grizzly part of my closet now, man. It hurt me to do it. Okay, and I just bought that motherfucker. It hurt me to do it. Just bought that motherfucker. I had to move my nigga to the back there with Dylan Brooks. That shit sad.
Bro, you have a Dylan Brooks jersey, bro?
It was a gift, bro. My ex-girlfriend gave me that, bro.
Ex-girlfriend. Okay, that's it.
That's why she your ex, huh?
Yeah,
I ain't spent my money on that shit.
But real quick though, first shout out to Cade, man, for coming back to the hood where he from and putting some new goals.
He from Texas.
He from Arlington, yeah. And putting some new goals up in the hood at the local park around here. That was
NBA players good for that.
Okay.
Yeah.
NBA players good for putting up some basketball goals in the hood, man. Them niggas good for that.
Yeah, for real. And then but I think to the Orlando point, I think they got a good chance, man. Of course, with that Bane ad, and then with
and my nigga a sniper, bro.
Indiana gonna be down, along with Boston gonna be down to kind of start the season as well. So I think it's a lot of room. So yeah, I like them. I don't know if it's a hot take. I think it might be a shit. I think that's more of a reality. I think Bane gonna definitely an upgrade from KCP. I think he can go get it a little bit more, and KCP just didn't. Yeah, that shit didn't work out. But I like Orlando right there, and I think it's gonna be a big year for my man Paulo as well too.
Bane will be an all-star this year, y'all. I'm telling you. My nigga gonna make the All-Star team.
That's a bold statement because he have to have a better season than Franz or Paulo. I don't think he'll have a better season than either one of them.
Not happen.
Yeah, he's not gonna have a better year than either one of them guys to be an All-Star. You can
as long as they healthy.
Yeah, a lot as long as they healthy. Bane been better than season than Franz or Paulo.
But yeah.
Nah, it ain't gonna happen. But
he might be on some
alternate number shit. 1 seed, they can't get 3.
Come on, now. Who else gonna get 3?
If they're the number 1 seed, you telling me they can't get 3?
I don't believe that. I don't even think the Cavs just got 3 last year. I think
OKC can't. You don't think OKC gonna get Chat, J-Dub, and Shea this year?
How
And
many?
on top of that,
Dude,
How
you
many did the Cavs get last year? Ev? I know it was Mobley and D Mitch, right?
Bro,
it was
Cavs had a
Mobley
year
and
where
D
they got
Mitch.
three, I think.
I
Was it
think
last
It
year?
should
I
never
think
been.
last year was
That
just
might not have
Mobley. I
been.
think
That
last year
might
was
not
just
have been All
They
Mobley.
Star
had
game. I
3
think
All
that.
Stars last year.
Oh, they had
Oh
three
well,
last
shit.
year.
There
I
we
think so.
go.
yeah, you can
That's what I'm saying.
exclude
Why
Tatum
can't
off that list. You
Well,
If
can
they
I,
ain't
exclude
hooping, he
hey,
could get in there.
Halliburton.
I don't think they get the number one seed. Can they have 3 All Stars if they do? I mean, probably so, but I don't think they get the number one seed. I think the number one seed
Who
is
you
gonna be
think
the
gonna get it? Who you think? New York, Orlando, and
The
Cleveland.
Cavs or the
Knicks,
Knicks. Yeah, one of them
Cavs.
gonna be the number one seed in my opinion.
No, I mean, I
The
think it's
The
Cavs
gonna be
Knicks
a
still,
are
good
my
bump.
the
I
vote.
think it's gonna be.
Cavs still gonna be a good ass
I
regular
Anybody
think
can
season
get
I
it.
team.
think the
Cavs
Knicks gonna
gonna
be
be good.
one seed.
Yeah,
You think Knicks
I
be
think it's
the
gonna be a
one
good
seed?
bump. No funny.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think the Knicks are.
but everything that you said about Orlando just now, yeah, like I don't think one can. It could still be a hot take, but I think the East is so damn open this year. Like any of them teams can make it. So like if a team is opposing a starting five or even just a unit or a lineup or rotation, I meant to say, them top 8 to 9 guys that Orlando's going to be offering on a night to night basis, yeah, they can
They
make
got it.
it. Anthony Black will be better. Tristan and Silver, if he's in the
Orlando for sure
rotation,
could be one seed. They could do
Yeah.
it.
they'll be.
They do it. My nigga gonna make an All Star game, bro. Okay.
They have a lot of guys that's going to be improving that's young on that team, and they all take pride in playing defense. Like everybody that plays on their team for the most part literally takes pride in playing defense and playing tough. So
And that's gonna be tough. That night in, night out. That's gonna travel. That's
yeah.
what I'm saying. You feel me?
So I definitely
Let
think
me
they can.
see.
Yeah, I definitely think I agree with OG. I definitely think they can make the finals for sure. They can have a season like
The finals.
yeah, that's what Lowe said. I think it's a hot take. They make the
Yeah, that's what I
finals. And
said.
OG
I think
said
they
I
can
don't
come
think
out
it's.
the East.
Oh damn!
OG said I don't think it's them.
I thought Lowe said the conference final, not
No,
the
he said
finals. My
finals.
fault.
And the OG said, well, I don't know if that's much
I
of a
think they
hot
can
take.
come out the East.
That ain't a bad. That ain't a bad. Some shit shake up how it could. That ain't a bad. That ain't a bad shout, to be honest. They just gotta stay healthy.
Well, look, they need a little bit of luck, a little bit of health. They can do it.
Look at
I
the
think
Pacers.
Cleveland. I know y'all high on New York, but I think Cleveland might be more of their challenge. I don't know. I don't know if I'm sold on the Mike Brown shit. That's just me. With that thing and that.
OG, I don't know why you sold on Cleveland. We done seen them niggas get the one seed and fold 2-3 years in a row.
Yeah, but I don't know. I just feel like
You just see what they say about Donovan Mitchell. They say he
Come
can't
on,
lead the
bro.
team past the second round.
Come on, man. He ain't been to the conference. He been to the conference final once, right? With the Jazz.
Nope, he
Never.
never been.
He's never been.
Damn. Never
I
mind.
just goes to show you how wide open it is, man. To be, and I don't know between New York because I'm not sold on New York. 11-10, I heard you say you think the Knicks would get that. I'd love to hear why you so sold on that.
I think I don't know. The Knicks, they've been a really good regular season team, throughout the years. I think offensively, Mike Brown's gonna incorporate, different things to kind of get a more involved offense, for other guys on the team. And I just think Cleveland, how they're starting off the year, I don't think Garland's gonna start off the year. I think Ty Jerome was a big part of a lot of their regular season success too, and he's not there. You replaced him with Lonzo. Lonzo, we know his availability and stuff. We don't, he's more of a 16 game player to me, I think now. So I don't know if Cleveland's gonna win as many games as they did the year before. So that's why I see the Knicks can potentially be one seed. I don't think Cleveland's gonna be below like 3 seed or anything, but I just think the Knicks could potentially have one seed to me because Cleveland, they're already starting off the year with Garland. Strus missed time last year too, but that didn't matter too much. But Ty Jerome not being there, he was really good last year. So you're gonna be expecting, I think, some of their younger guys to take a step forward. Obviously, they have DeAndre Hunter. They're gonna incorporate him more this year because they traded for him in the trade deadline last year. But I just don't know if they're gonna be as potent offensively as they were last year to be one seed again. I'm not sure. So
Okay,
that's why I
some
went
good
with the
stuff.
Knicks.
Good stuff. All right.
I mean, they expect Mobley to take a leap. Why they got him at 13? So maybe it doesn't matter. But I don't know.
All right.
Fair. Sound like guys are high on Orlando in here, so we'll definitely get to that in a second.
I don't like that, bro. They wasn't with us, bro.
They got my nigga now 11-10, so I'm hopped on, bro.
No, stay on that side, bro.
I can't.
Wait, hold on. 11-10 say us for Orlando now too. Okay.
Oh man, I've been following them dudes for what It's 2 years, 3 years now.
Yeah,
I'm
I ain't
like,
gonna lie.
hey,
She was the
Orlando's
one
nice. Orlando's nice.
saying to
Orlando's
play the
nice.
That's
music,
not
play the music, play the
as a
music.
Heat fan. That's not nasty though.
It
No,
is.
I've never considered Orlando like they've been baby bros for so long, bro. So it don't even feel like
Damn, baby bros is
to,
crazy. 11
yeah,
team.
they've been baby bros for God knows how long. So I like them. So curious to see if that stuff works out. You know, everybody does the Paulo Franz debate. I'm like, man, just let them grow. That's my opinion. But they play a interesting style of basketball, defense first. I'm, that sort of person. So I'm just curious to see if it work out. Hopefully they stay healthy this year so we can see what they have. But I don't think Suggs is going to be ready to start training camp. So we'll see what happens with him.
Okay. Shout out to the Apollo. Shout out to the Magic.
When did he have his surgery?
Let me see if I can
Was
find
it
it.
March? March? It might be either February or March. I think he did.
He had
Yeah,
a
it was March.
March.
Yeah.
what was his knee injury?
I don't even know.
I just said it. I don't know. Just moved a cartilage fragment in his left knee.
That's concerning.
Oh, for real? That's some deep, some serious.
What is that? Mosaic
No, I'm
plasty?
saying it's concerning
Repair
that
a
he's still
joint
not ready to
surface?
play.
Oh yeah. Did you see anything about where that come from?
Hold
11
on.
10
Wait,
with him
wait,
not.
wait, wait, wait. It's right there in the article.
No, I'm saying where is anything
Second
about
paragraph.
him not being potentially able to play to start the season? Let me search his name on Twitter.
I think it was a Magic Pod I listened to.
Let's see what they tweeting about.
Do like training camp or something.
Okay, let me see. So here how he told them this week. We're getting close to the start of the season. Media days a week away. You guys are ready. Okay. How's the knee? How are you feeling? Are you gonna be ready? I'm feeling really good. And he has been a process. I've loved the growth. I love that all the summer in store. It's definitely hard summer that I've worked so far. So if you didn't have small movements, okay. So take care of the first time someone come back is really okay. Okay. He's not answering the question. Okay, but he said I'm feeling good. I'm feeling healthy. I'm feeling strong. The rest of my body feels amazing. I really got time to work on all of it. I think it's the best my upper body has felt in terms of look, of functional strength. The best of my lower body is feeling. The knees coming along, but I'm really just getting to work on minute muscles and really detailed parts of my body that has just been overlooked up to this point. Camp and the return will come in time. So he's not really answering the question, but he's saying he's feel good. So yeah, he's not really answering the question, but I don't know what to take from that. Yeah, I don't know what to take to that. I mean, maybe not. I guess.
I mean, if he was, he would have just said yes. So I don't know.
That could be true too. He's
a long roundabout way to say I don't know.
Yeah. At least he's feeling good, I guess, and I guess it's still a work in progress. So we'll see how his knee. They did add Tyus Jones. I forgot about that. Damn, that's a good holdover. And they added Jace Richardson too. Damn, they had a good offseason, bro.
Stones, man, best backup
My
point guard in the
demon
league.
Panda, bro. Respect him.
Damn.
Who was that second dude you said?
Jace Richardson, a rookie.
Okay.
Jace Richardson, a rookie. Tyus Jones, Desmond Bain, and then they expected Anthony.
Oh, Jace. Nah.
I know. Okay. I ain't too much on it. I ain't too much on it either, but just throwing it out there. And Anthony Black still too. Tristan Silva, Jonathan Isaac, Wendell Carter.
The big year for Wendell.
Goga. They drafted Noah Pendon in the second round.
Wendell got to be something this year.
Yeah. Mo Wagner come back from that injury. What was Mo Wagner injury again? Was it the ACL or something like that?
Towards ACL.
Yeah. Yeah, they got guys, and if guys go out, the best thing about the Knicks and the Magic, if guys go out on their team, they got guys that they can fill in, like literally.
You sold on the Knicks depth like that?
I like Clarkson and Yabusele coming off the bench, and then Mitchell Rob or Hart. Like however they do their lineup. If I'm assuming, I had to assume Hart because Mitch might not even play back to back this year. But I like them guys being able to mix them. I like them being able to mix and match certain lineups and things like that, and getting more consistent offensive production from Mikal, OG, and Cat per Mike Brown. At least, we're rotating Brunson with the ball a bit more this year. So, yeah, I think I'm sold on adding Clarkson and Yabusele, man. I like it. I personally like it. I mean, good little team in New York guy. You don't
Their
like
defense gonna be interesting.
Clarkson and
So
Yabusele for them?
Yabu's cool. I'm not
Miles
sure.
McBride
I'm
still?
not sure what Clarkson gonna be like. He
Mm.
been in Utah for a minute.
Clarkson is 33 now. Damn, his career went by fast. He must have did 4 years in college.
That nigga
Oh, nah, he
33.
been in the league for a brick. Damn, his
Yeah, he been in the league
Nigga,
for a
nigga been
while.
in the league just chucking up shots, bro. His whole career
And he
just
been
getting
stuck in
shots
Utah
up,
for a
bro.
while, bro. So
That nigga real been getting up shots, bro.
damn, that nigga been in the league for a little minute. Shout out to Clark, dog. All right, let's close this out real quick. Again, more NBA talks will be coming next week around the off season. Top 10 shooting guards going into next year. And then eventually before the season starts, we're definitely gonna be looking at standing wise, and then also it's something that I did with the NFL. I can't remember that they said would be good for the NBA. It was that little roster makeup thing where I had people. Forgot how I did it. It's on one of these documents. I'll find it and I'll prep it to come to bring it into the show for the NBA, where I had y'all like draft players or pick players or something like that off the top of the head, like one quarterback, running back, wide receiver, tight end, da 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 da. So I'll make sure to do that too with some rules around that and give away. I think D-Mac gave D-Mac 2 shirts for that and give away a hoodie or something for whoever wins that with the best lineup. 18 they went with, to close this out, Jimmy Butler. Shout out to Jimmy. Last year he was ranked 28. Obviously departed from Miami this past season. That was a tough breakup, man. You know, gotta appreciate everything that he did for my organization. I'm a Miami Heat fan, and him going to Golden State playing alongside Steph and Draymond could be good. Ultimately, the team obviously got hurt. He obviously had that injury to his behind. Curry got hurt, and you know, it's a lot of question marks around Golden State because this is like the first time in a long time where I've seen a team not do anything this offseason because of the hold up around Jonathan Kuminga and his contract. Really, if they want to give him, it's really just going to come down to if they want to give him a team or a player option. It's only really one team that's still pressing the issue with interest in him, and that's the Sacramento Kings. But they don't want to take on Malik Monk because Malik Monk contract goes into 27-28, I believe, at a player option of $21 million. And they're trying to avoid that because they want to have cap flexibility for whatever reason. So that's the reason why this is a major holdup. If it comes down to it, it looks like Kuminga is willing to take the qualifying offer and then ultimately depart in the offseason for nothing. And that'll be bad on Golden State side to use a guy pretty much for nothing at this point in his career at that age. So Jimmy and Curry and Draymond, a full season together should be good. Should be able to win games. When Jimmy came there, I don't remember the streak because I'm so like out of NBA, but I remember what it was in April or March or something like that. When Jimmy got there, they won like 18-2 or something like that, 17-3, something like
It's
that.
right there on the screen, bro.
Oh, it is? Oh, my bad. The Warriors went 23-7 with Butler versus 25-27 without him. So yeah, they had the third best record in NBA after his debut on February 8th. So there we go. Yeah, thank you for that game. So yeah, when they got Jimmy, they won
Hey,
games.
you see that nigga projection?
18-5 and 18. Yeah, I heard y'all yesterday.
I said, hey, bro.
I think it was you.
Know.
I disagree, gang.
Yeah.
I think it was you.
What you talking about?
You can say it because I think.
I said, bro. I don't know what they think this Warriors team finna look like this year, but 18 and a half ain't enough, bro. Jimmy need to give me 22, bro.
Yeah, I heard
21. I need 21, 22 out of Jimmy this year, bro.
I think when I popped in yesterday, I heard one of y'all say like 22, 23. I think it was you, and I'm like, nah, that's not the Jimmy you gonna get though. Like you not gonna get the uptick in Jimmy on the offensive standpoint into the playoffs. As crazy as it may sound, but like that's when you're gonna see it. When it's that 7-game series and he know what matchups he's gonna go against throughout that series, or he know what team he's gonna play against and the styles and things like that, then you'll see Jimmy be more aggressive on the offensive end. But throughout the regular season, bro, like man, he gonna fill in his spots and he gonna do what he need to do and he gonna run the unit how he need to run it. But coming averaging 22, 23, that means you had a lot of games scoring 25, 30. You know what I'm saying? Things like that to keep that average high. And I don't think Jimmy gonna be doing a lot of games like that. You're more often than not will see Jimmy fall between a game where he having 17, 19 versus a game where he had 26, 27, if that makes sense. And it's just how the average is going to end up working. So that's why I think he averaged more than 18. I will make that clear. I think he averages 19, 20. But 22, nah, that's like I can't see that for Jimmy personally. At this day and age in his career.
20, I could take 20, guys.
I think I could take 20
and a half.
Yeah, 18,
18
and a
half.
half.
I think that's low. Like we need We need a little more scoring production than that, bro. We ain't got, especially with how the shit looking right now, bro. We don't know who finna be on this roster for real. We need a little bit more scoring production than
Yeah,
Jimmy out of that
eight,
than
eight,
18 and a half.
yeah, 18 and a half is not enough. You're gonna be having to bank on more production from Paz and Moody, and if they're JK, and I just don't know what JK role would look like. And then on top of that, Draymond is going to average below 10. So so
Exactly.
it's like,
You don't know who the fuck the center is if they running with the center.
and then
Like,
well, we do know, we know y'all getting Al Horford. We just don't know if he's going to start or not. So y'all
but
like
even if he do start, like what, like fuck, it ain't like he finna average 15. Like what the fuck? Like that's what I'm saying. Like this scoring, niggas can't just rely on 38-year-old Steph Curry to come in here and average 30, bro. Like this, we need some scoring from some other niggas, bro.
Yeah, I hear Lowe's point for real because I mean, realistically, where do we think Golden State may end up from a playoff standpoint? What 1 through 8 play in? Where do we think they might end up?
I
when I
think they're
did my
gonna be somewhere
projection,
between
if
like
I'm
five and. I mean, obviously, I think they're gonna make the playoffs, but I think they're gonna be somewhere between 5, 7. I don't think they're gonna be 8 seed.
Yeah, so that's what I mean. I mean, to Lowe's point, are they gonna have the luxury for him to be floating around 17 and still be able to keep pace? Right. So I don't know.
That's what I'm saying.
They,
This the West, bro. We can't do all that chilling to the playoff shit, bro. We gotta get to the playoffs out this bitch. Like this ain't the East where you a good team, you guarantee the playoff spot. Nah, nigga. You gotta earn that bitch, bro. There's a lot of good teams in the West, bro.
I want
You playing
thousand
good teams night in, night out.
I 1,000% agree. I'm curious to hear 11-10 thoughts on it, but I mean, I just know the level of player that he is and how he will produce and how he will be throughout the regular season. Now, I do think he'll be better for you guys this season coming up for sure, 1,000%. But I think the Warriors' offensive point is going to be come in bunches. Like it's going to come amongst a lot of different guys throughout the regular season, at least with obviously Steph leading the way. Like you'll have Paz having a game, Moody having a game, Jimmy having a game, maybe even Buddy having a game, whatever the case may be. But I don't think my main point is we're not going to see a lot of games this year from a consistent standpoint to get that average at 22, 23, where Jimmy is scoring 26, 27, 32, 33. I think more often than not, we'll see him probably have games 20 and below versus 23 and above, if that makes sense. I think we'll probably see games like more of games like that where he's scoring between 15 to 20 or 15 to 21 on a night-to-night basis than him having 23 to 28 points from a stretch or a night-to-night basis to get that average to 22 hypothetically or get that average to 23. I think somewhere between 20 21. I think Warriors fans ought to accept that out of a 36-year-old Jimmy Butler who's about to be freaking. Oh, he just turned 36. A 36-year-old Jimmy Butler. Like I think y'all should probably be good if he give you 20 points.
Yeah, I'm good.
Even 21. Like I think
23 is extreme, but I don't expect 23 out of him, bro. Like I just like give me 21 at the minimum 20.
what the
Because
average since he
bro,
got
the
there.
shit you talking about, these random pods games, these random that shit cool on, but it got to be some level of consistency. Like it has to be a floor set that allows these random niggas to show up. Like it got to be a first and second floor set already. Like we gonna expect this 25 from Steph. We gonna expect this 20 from Jimmy, and then we could get that random whatever game out of Paz, that random whatever game out of Kaminga, that random whatever game out of Buddy Hill where he hit 4 threes that game. Cool. But there gotta be something that come along night in, night out that we can count on. You feel me? Like it can't be Jimmy Butler gonna come in today and we just okay, he got 13. Like what the fuck we gonna do with that? At that point we need like at that point we need a pod game. Like we shouldn't need a pod game. Like it should be okay. Pods go crazy. Jimmy cool and fine. Fuck it. Like it shouldn't be that we're looking for pod games. That's at that point like this. Fuck we doing here?
I feel low on all that.
Nah, I'm with you. I agree. He averaged 17.9 at the Warriors in 30 games last year. A full off season and a full season starting there. I can see an uptick in scoring, hopefully, and y'all going to need it. So your points are valid. 11-10. How do you feel about the scoring output for Jimmy and Golden State? And I think even T. Before I even go to 11-10 first, real quick, 11-10. Let me just get T warmed up real quick.
Ladies first? For sure.
Let me get T warmed up real quick. T ain't speak yet. T, how do you feel about the scoring thing that we're having, the combo that we're having around Jimmy and the Warriors?
I agree with your assessment of like the 23 because I think his impact comes more from like a game where it's 17-18, him getting to the line, him looking aggressive, but him being what he is defensively, as a defensive playmaker, with him and Draymond. And even I think last year, what was it, 17 you said he averaged last year?
Yes, and then Golden State
I think the
18,
screen's kind of small for me.
18 basically.
Yeah, 18 pretty much. And they won in, more to me based on the defensive impact of him and Draymond together. I think it'd be similar with a little bit more uptick of him just being more accustomed to the offense and where he gets his spots in. But in terms of like just scoring 20, I don't necessarily think it necessarily can matter to winning. I think you can get a good 15-5-5 game out of Jimmy with the defensive playmaking, and that would be a great game, as for the team, especially with the Warriors makeup. I do agree with Lolo. There is that like we do need another score in terms of the Warriors, so it probably does have to be a little bit of uptick in terms of the scoring. But outside of that, I do think like what he is in the Warriors will be prefaced with he does defensively as a playmaker.
You just before 11-10 go, you just played both sides of the fence though. Like you basically said, I
True.
agree with you, but I also agree with Lowe. So what do you think? Like, do you agree with Lowe saying he needs 21-22 out of Jimmy this year average?
No, I don't. I don't necessarily agree 21-22, but I do think you need more games of 21, 22, 23 than a 14, 15, 13, 7 points. So that's the side I can see where it's like the baseline or the level of, okay, if this is a bad Jimmy game, the baseline should be at least like a 14, 15 with the defensive playmaking offensively.
Okay.
I don't think it should sloop lower than that. I don't know if that's hard to understand.
No, I got you. I got you right there. All right, what's the word 11-10? What's your thoughts on the whole Jimmy scoring thing for Golden State?
A little fun fact before that, like Josiah does, training camp starts today. The Warriors couldn't play 5-on-5.
What?
Yeah, they only have 9 people on
Hey,
the
bro.
roster right now.
They ain't got enough people, bro. They can't play 5-on-5 game.
Hey, bro.
That's what.
What?
That's why Jimmy has he's doing like a mini camp right now because who knows what this Kaminga situation what happens, but they only have 9 people on the roster right now, so
That shit's
they can't
sick,
even
bro.
run 5-on-5 if they wanted to. But in terms of the scoring, uh, I'm trying to think who. So obviously, potentially, when this whole Kaminga situation is rectified or whatever, they plan on signing Horford, so he starts at center, right? Draymond, Jimmy, Buddy, Steph. Is that the correct starting 5? Low and T that you think it would be?
Yeah, something like that.
Okay, so Steph, Buddy. I think with Jimmy, it's really the aggression to score. Main thing with Jimmy is the free throw attempts. You know, Jimmy is actually really there to play when he gets to the line because a lot of people look at shot attempts with Jimmy, but you have to look at shot attempts plus free throw attempts with Jimmy. Because he's a guy who wants to get to the line, he wants to get to the paint. You know, last year, especially with Golden State, there were times where he is driving to pass. Like he'll have a layup, he'll have the opportunity to go score, and he's dishing that shit out the pods. I think he has to really make it an emphasis to score, especially since I think in that lineup, he's the only guy who's gonna be a paint princess. So he has to look to score. So I think, um, I think 19 to 21 range is what I would hope he can at least give because obviously he's still going to be defensively a really good defensive playmaker, especially him coupled up with Draymond. Those guys were really good defensively together last year. Um, he's always going to be looking to pass, kick it to the open guy, get teammates involved. That's just how Jimmy always has been. But he still needs to have the mentality to score. And then another thing with Jimmy is does he take any mid-range shots? Jimmy throughout the years, sometimes he just doesn't take it at all and it's open, it's there. That's something I think he likes to save to the playoffs, but I think sometimes you have to take that shot. It's there. You need to, you know, capitalize on that opportunity, but he's going to have to really be, I think, a threat to score, especially in the paint because I think the Warriors need it. And it was a breath of fresh air for the Warriors when he did do it because I think before Jimmy got on the team, they were like an awful free throw shooting team. And then Jimmy got there, suddenly they hit free throws and they were taking more free throws. So I think that's another element, that Jimmy provides. So for me, I'm probably thinking 19 to 21 points per game. I'd look at, for Jimmy.
Valid
So
points with the shot attempt and field goal attempt. In Miami last season, the games played, he averaged 6 free throw attempts per game. When he got to Golden State, up that to 7.5 roughly. So the aggressiveness.
yeah, you can't just look at shot
Yeah,
attempts with Jimmy. If you see Jimmy had like 8 shot attempts but like 1 free throw, he was BSing that day.
yeah,
He was bullshitting.
yeah.
But if you see Jimmy took 8 shots but he got 9 free throws, Jimmy was active. So it's always like you got to look at the free throw attempts with Jimmy to see if he's really there.
I like that.
So
No, I like that. Great point. All right, good talks around Jimmy. Good talks around the Warriors. Obviously, we're going to dive more into these teams when I figure out what day I'm going to prep our standings prediction for the facts and stats. So that'll obviously be coming up within the next couple of weeks, if not next week, because the NBA season starts October 21st, I believe. So keep that in mind. 19, they went with Jaylen Brown. Last year, he was 14. With Tatum sidelined for the season with an Achilles tear, Brown will have a chance to see what life is like as the leading scorer in Boston. With all the responsibility that comes along with it, presuming he has no lingering issues from offseason knee surgery, Brown could easily surpass his career high in scoring, where he did 26.6 in 2020-2023. Still remains to be seen how competitive this season Celtics squad will be, even in the lesser Eastern Conference. Brown finished with a career high in assists. The Celtics had a 66 effective field goal percentage of his passes, fourth best among those with 500 plus assist opportunities. His fantasy projection is 25, 6, and 4, which I do agree with. Couple of things. One, Boston, congrats on winning the championship when you won it. Two, also keeping Brown and Tatum together. It's a blessing to be able to have two wings like that, in my opinion. And I've been able to see these guys on full display, literally from start to damn near now. As a Heat fan, I've seen 4 different matchups with them. 2020, 2022, 2023, and I don't really count the last 2 years really, but yeah. So 4 or 5 different matchups. Oh, 11-10, my bad. I mean, haven't said to answer your question. 11-10 said the lineup with T and Lowe was Curry, Buddy, Jimmy, Draymond, and Horford. Sorry, I missed your question in the chat. What are you thinking?
maybe it might be Pods instead of Buddy. I'm not sure.
Yeah, or that. Then haven't said. So I think you got that now. Yeah, man, they won it. They won the championship. That's all that matters. I got to see these guys head up a lot, and both of them improved a lot, especially Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown's a guy that I used to like a lot before I met these people on the internet. I don't have to say their name. I sort of kind of faded back a little bit, but you can check my tweets from 2018, 2019. Before I met these people, I was a Jaylen Brown guy. Horford is still
Somebody
playing. Yes.
bleed green.
Bleed Green / West.
You were holding us back, nigga.
Bleed Green, you see what I'm saying? Bleed Green / West. But he was one of my guys. But when I met Bleed Green and when I met West, I couldn't even appreciate anybody on their team. Even in the midst of
first option hoops, we will be there.
Even in the midst of all the smoke.
Appreciate them L's we handed you. How about that?
And
appreciate that 40 ball we dropped.
And I appreciate the L that we handed them. What do you mean? So what you try to say?
Appreciate that.
I think we
still got that dribble with the left hand because of what happened against us, bro.
Negative playmaker, by the way. Fourth and effective field goal percentage on his assist. Negative playmaker.
He's a special talent.
Keep going though.
Special talent, 2-way player. Damn near basically a 3-way score. I mean, I said 3-way. 3-level scorer. Can shoot from 3, can shoot from mid range, get to the basket. And he'll continue to.
Generous.
He'll
continue to improve. Oh wait, y'all said 1.5. Oh, 2.5. Y'all said
2.5.
2.5. He's not a bad 3-point shooter though.
Yes, he is a bad 3-point shooter.
Oh, Jaylen Brown's a bad 3-point.
It's not his forte.
Okay.
He can hit some big shots though, but
he wasn't always. And I would like. I wouldn't be surprised if he had a good season. Shooting threes, but the last 2 years have been putrid.
Yeah, he fell down. My bad. I'm sorry. My bad. Yeah, he dropped the last couple of years mightily. He did 38 and 39, 38 and 40 basically. He did 40 2 times in his career basically, and then 38, and then he dropped after that. My bad.
He's too brolic now, bro. He's too slow.
I have not looked at his numbers. That was off the top of my head off of previous seasons. So I thank y'all for correcting me on that. And if you ever hated a player on your own team, that's tough. I
Yep.
don't.
Yes.
No, I
Jimmy,
don't.
I
No, I
have.
really no trolls aside. I really did not hate Jimmy. I just hated that some way the way he played in some of his games. Have I ever hated?
Yeah,
Bobby?
I buddy.
I
Nah,
used
Bro,
to
you
love
hated
the
you
rants
hated Kyle
about
Lowry.
Jimmy,
You
dude.
hated Kyle Lowry.
Oh yeah, I didn't like Kyle Lowry. No,
That
I didn't
nigga
hate
hated
Kyle
Jimmy.
Lowry though. I didn't
And
hate
you
him.
hated Terry Rozier last year, bro.
But that don't really
Boy, did
count.
I
Like
hate him.
Terry don't
Goodness
Terry don't
gracious.
count. Like they talk.
You.
I figured he counted.
Okay, Terry. Did I hate Terry? I hate the strong words, Byron. First and foremost,
Man, you
dislike.
hated
I
Terry.
dislike Terry, and I did dislike
You
Kyle in
hated
his
Drew
last
Smith
year.
too. Hated Drew Smith.
Oh, I don't. I still don't like Drew Smith. Yeah,
Wait, who was
I know.
who was
I still don't like Drew Smith.
Who the fuck is Drew Smith?
Drew ain't redeemed himself to you, bro.
He played better for show
Boy,
defensively.
boy, that
did.
nigga almost
He did.
saved us from Terry, bro. It's too bad he tore his shit.
Yeah,
It's too bad. That nigga might be back for training camp, which is crazy.
We at 19 right now, right?
Yo, who was 17?
You know
Paulo.
who's 17.
Nah, I was on the phone, bro.
Oh, he's saying.
You seen his
do I-
looks yesterday.
Oh, have I ever? Oh, he's saying. Do I dislike anybody in the NBA / hate? I don't use the word hate. No, I don't, Byron. I don't dislike anybody. I don't dislike anybody in the NBA. To be honest.
Yeah, you can have somebody you hate, bro.
Nah, I legit
You
don't. I
dislike
legit don't
somebody?
hate nobody in the NBA. Give me some names. If y'all know me for the last 3-4
It's
years.
different than dislike. Is there a player you don't like watching or anything like that?
Westbrook. But that's not like I'm not
right.
even trying to be funny. Like
Let go.
I don't like watching Westbrook play basketball at this moment. Like who he is now.
All right, so you have somebody, so it's okay.
Could y'all think of anybody else though? Like who do I dislike? Who do y'all think I dislike? Heaven said, you had to
You
say
already
it.
said.
Nigga, you watch Tyler Hero every single year on a daily.
Here we go. Oh my god.
Yeah,
Yo,
I'm not.
Russell
Yeah, I'm
Westbrook
not
is the man
getting.
you
I'm
bring
not
up,
getting
brother.
into the Tyler Hero thing because Tyler Hero was a decent or good basketball player still to this day.
He's decent.
Good,
I
good.
think-
We champions now.
I
We
think he's.
champions.
I think
We
he's
ain't
shown.
gotta-
I think he's
we
shown
ain't-
that.
No, you're right. You're right. Yo, I'm stupid too loaded.
Yeah.
You gotta
parlay with him.
Damn, I forgot, bro.
We ain't got to parlay with him, bro.
Okay,
You're right. You're right.
Byron. I'm not
My
an.
first
I'm not an
should
NBA
go away.
fan because I don't
Shout
have
out
somebody
to-
that I dislike. I don't. Okay, bro.
I think he's saying all NBA fans got a nigga they hate,
Yeah,
bro.
or he's saying like I should have somebody in the bunch regardless that I dislike. I don't
Like,
care to
come on,
dislike
bro.
role players, bro.
You gotta,
Good,
you gotta
good.
have a
Remember-
nigga, you gotta have a
remember,
nigga you don't hate, bro.
That's
You
a
hate,
that's
bro.
a guy.
Mhm.
That's a guy who used to get hyped to watch 2 in Washington game. Like
honestly, yeah,
never,
y'all,
bro.
the little tag
We
teaming
could
thing,
never, bro.
the little tag teaming thing y'all trying to do. I'm really not going to feed it. I'm not going to feed into it, to be honest.
I know. I noticed something with this.
Because-
He like
because-
mid. He
because
like
I'ma keep
mid.
it-
Like he
Because
just
I'm gonna keep it real with
everything
y'all.
mid.
I'm gonna keep it real with y'all, and I'm glad he didn't, by the way, and I still hope it never happens to him. But if Russ ever tore his Achilles, he would have fell downhill the same way John Wall did. Like, let's keep it real, fellas. Before John Wall did that, he was averaging 23 and 10.
Bro,
One of the
Russ,
better
Russ has had 4 major knee surgeries.
Achilles
about?
does
He don't know.
something.
He don't know.
No,
though,
I
guys.
don't care. I don't. I
You
don't
don't- you
care
don't know.
about
You don't know.
Achilles,
don't
are we
know.
serious, guys? Achilles.
He don't know. He don't know. He
That
not
slows you
don't-
down. John Wall was not the same. Did you see John Wall in LA?
What
His
are
little
we
quick
injured?
crossover was gone. It was non-existent. All that was gone.
His little quick crossover. Oh my god.
Yeah, okay,
he
y'all
lost
are
a little
trolling. Y'all are
quick
trolling.
crossover. He lost
Byron,
his
to
little
answer your
quick
question, bro. Okay,
crossover.
it
Oh my
it
god.
doesn't have to be a role player or somebody that's a good player or a star player. Do I dislike? I don't. Sabonis, I guess. I don't like watching Sabonis play basketball.
It's not a real ball nor, bruh. Like, it's not a real ball nor, bruh.
I'm confused on this Sabonis shit. Like,
Not a real
offensively,
hoop
he's
head,
good.
bruh.
He's not a bad watch.
You
offensively.
gotta have a nigga you hate, Ev. Like,
I
come
don't
on,
hate
man.
nobody. Hate the strong word. Just I just dislike. I don't think like I don't dislike.
Bruh just
Dislike,
asked the wrong person a question.
You know who I
It's
hate
okay.
watching?
Sabonis hoop like Alyssa Thomas, bro. Like, come on.
and I don't like her.
I hate watching. I hate watching like
Exactly.
a nigga like
Don't ever disrespect Sabonis like
I
that.
don't like.
I'm just saying, niggas.
Byron.
nigga
Okay,
like
Byron.
Jaren
This is
Jackson.
the only name, and I guess this is probably the biggest name. Kobe Bryant. I did not like watching Kobe Bryant play basketball, but that's because I was
What?
a big Wade fan. I'm dead serious. I did not,
I
bro.
didn't really like
I
Kobe.
One of the
I
biggest,
played like Kobe for
one
real.
of the biggest
I
superstars
was
that I
the
did not
same
watch a
way,
lot
though.
of was Kobe Bryant. I did not watch a lot of Kobe because I was so Wade this, Wade that. Like I couldn't
I
even.
was locked in with Wade. I
Yeah,
said, fuck
I
Kobe.
could. That was the
No
op.
funny.
Kobe was the op to me. To me,
That was
at
the
least.
ops.
Yeah, Kobe was
Facts.
the op. If Wade wants to be the best shooter in the NBA, he got to take down Kobe or surpass
Byron can
Kobe.
relate to you. Byron
So,
can relate to you on that.
Hey, nothing bigger than that, Byron. Like I didn't like watching Kobe Bryant
I
play
looked at
basketball.
Kobe like he was a lot of ops. No
So
funny.
you haven't insurmountable ops as always, but I think started with Wade and Kobe, then went to Wall and Russ.
I have,
You always
Bro,
root
he
for the
was in the
you
West
keep
Coast,
tying it back to
bro.
Russ. Leave Russ
Hey,
alone.
Quinn, now it's Luka and Shaq.
Byron, not Byron.
Now it's
Byron,
Luka and
West, no troll,
Hey,
West, no troll. And
like Wade couldn't hold
I'm
Kobe
going
or
West.
something at some point.
I'm going to
That shit
acknowledge this one
crazy.
time and one time only. West, I had nothing against Russ in OKC. I had nothing against Russ in Houston. I had nothing against Russ in Washington. My thing for Russ came in the Los Angeles Lakers, buddy. I'm sorry, I cannot take that 2 years out of my head. I can't. It was a compilation of 5 minutes long of him shooting over the backboard, hitting the shot clock, shooting the ball out of bounds, missing layups, doing all type of wild things in the Los Angeles Lakers uniform. So that's where everything changed for me. Okay, I have nothing against Russ, bro, and I hope he signs with somebody pretty soon.
Your franchise is being led by Tyler Hero right now, brother.
It's Bam Adebayo and Tyler Hero.
That hurts my feelings.
It's Bam
What rings in
Adebayo
your
and Tyler
franchise,
Hero.
gang? It's too bad, gang. Too bad.
Nothing you can
Congrats
say that
on the
hurts my
championship, though.
But
Congrats
yes,
on the championship.
Byron, yes,
first one.
Kobe Bryant
The
is
first one's always the best one,
my
gang.
biggest
Don't worry.
hate watch ever. Like it's nothing
11
top
10.
Kobe.
It's not for me and you. It's for me and Ev.
Step
Man,
in,
I'm not even
nigga.
trying to have a
I'll be
Westbrook
here.
and John Wall combo right now. I don't care about Russ, gang. He's a free agent for a reason. Tell him sign somewhere. Hello? Goods and West, where do y'all want to see him play basketball at?
wherever his heart desires.
With your
I
Sacramento
wasn't-
gang.
I had said I
He's
had
first
said
ballot
everything I wanted to
regardless.
say,
Like,
but
I
then you
really
came back
he's
on the
first
back
ballot
end.
regardless.
You had to explain why you stopped liking him, and also that he's a free agent. News that everyone's privy to. But nah, keep punching up. One day it's gonna work for you. One day it will work for you, for
Man,
sure.
all I was doing was answering Byron's question. Byron,
Nah, just keep punching up. One day it'll work for you. That's the way to do it too. It's admirable. It's not admirable to punch down. So
Byron,
keep punching up.
I know you said okay, but to recap it, yes, Kobe Bryant was my biggest hate watch ever, probably. I'm in NBA right now. I don't really have because like my guy, he not like nobody is
Your
like
guys.
my guy, Luka and Booker, like Luka, like the guy that people trying to like have a combo around him with. He Kentucky, so like I'm not starting none with SGA. Like I'm not doing.
Oh Lord.
I'm not doing that. Like I'm not like
Oh, good.
I'm not
You
doing
forgot
that. Like how
Book
can I do that?
SGA, Book D Mitch.
How
Book
can I do
Ant.
that? Like I can't do
You
that.
forgot
Like,
that.
but yeah, Kobe. Nah, it was nothing. Nah, it was.
No funny. My biggest hate watch was definitely Steph though.
Nigga,
Like,
let me show y'all why I
For
would
a minute.
forever hate Kobe, nigga. Let me show you. R.I.P. by the way, and I don't seriously hate him. But let me show y'all why I remember this night like it was yesterday. I will never in my life ever forget this game. I was up at the
I hated Steph for years, bro.
I'm big
Yeah, you thought-
watch last year was Sengun.
Yup.
And
I
you
had
know,
a great hate
yeah.
watch
and you
with
know,
Sengun last
nigga, this
year,
game
bro.
was in L.A. I think this game was on a weekday, so I'm up late watching this game.
Yeah, nigga, I still hate watching Zero, nigga. I still hate it.
I'm
So,
up late watching this. Oh, it was a Friday actually. I'm still up late.
How you hate
so-
watching?
I
how you
was
still-
so
How
mad,
you hate
bro.
watching Zero, but you don't hate watching Sengun? Come on now, stop be serious, man.
nigga. If
You watch-
anybody, I'm
you
still
watch
trying to figure
men
out how
every
you
single
niggas like
game.
watching. I'm
But
trying to figure out how
good.
you niggas like watching Russ. All bullshit
Good,
aside, and niggas
good.
say he
Oh,
don't
Lord.
even say he hate watching Steph, who plays good basketball, but he like watching Russ. What kind of sense
Oh
that?
Lord.
The fuck?
I don't know what sense
wins.
that makes.
50 wins.
OG.
50 wins. 50 wins.
Hey Byron, I was bad as hell that night. I swear to you, that shot
Hey,
over
no
my
funny
favorite
ass.
player,
No funny if
Yeah,
nigga. But after that game, bro, I realized bro, I was so mad.
bro, I was pissed. No, that was like 09
Bro, I
something
realized
like
sat
that.
this TV for like, bro, I don't even know how long, but I was really just
Yeah, it was
sick, bro.
09.
I hate watch that.
Yeah,
I
so
remember.
I didn't see the clip. Ev, did Kobe? Did he put a dagger or something? What did he
Man,
do?
OG man, I was
Bro,
hurt. I was
you
hurt.
gonna
This,
show the game?
I was hurt this night.
Just looking, gets it to
I was
Bryant.
pissed.
Bryant
That was triple
Nah,
guard.
with the little runner. Right
Oh,
on
so
the
you didn't
head.
hate watching him. You just okay.
Bank
He
shot.
broke your heart. Okay, all right, I
Yeah,
get it. All right,
yeah,
that's
it
different.
was a mixture of that.
Nah, OG,
Yeah, it
what
was
it
a mix.
was is we
Some
Wade
shit,
fans, bro.
man.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, I thought y'all was saying
Kobe
aesthetically.
was an
Yeah, I didn't
op,
like
Look,
bro.
watching.
look,
No,
Niggas, if
Kobe,
you really
bruh.
like Wade the best in the world,
Kobe.
you just
See, the
got
thing,
hate on
Kobe.
Kobe.
For example, this how deep it is with me. It's deeper in football than basketball. I do not like nobody that play on the Pittsburgh Steelers. If you want the Steelers, I'm not going to talk about you until you get off the Steelers. Le'Veon Bell, AB with the biggest names that I can think of. Hines Ward too. I respect the hell out of Hines Ward post career.
Palomalu?
Palomalu too. I respect the hell out of him post career. Kobe Bryant, I didn't speak on him in a positive light. Like, I didn't even care to talk about Kobe growing up because everything was Wade LeBron for me. Wade LeBron, wait for LeBron. Like, I didn't even speak on Kobe because he was the op. Like, my guys had to surpass Kobe. So was Kobe skilled? 1,000%. Did Kobe make tough shots? 1,000%. Was Kobe a good leader? 1,000%. Did I like him? No. Did I enjoy watching him? No. Did I like seeing him win?
You
No.
respected Kobe a little bit too much.
But I
You
respected him though. But down there,
You respected him too. You see, I ain't respect Steph Curry till 2022, brother.
You're just
It
crazy.
took me a while.
You're just crazy, brother. How you not
It took
respecting
me a while. It took me a while to
unanimous
respect
MVP?
that nigga.
Everybody should have
That's all
respected.
it is.
When he had that
Wait.
unanimous MVP season, everybody
It
should
took-
respect Steph.
The first unit.
Bruh,
It's MVP, bro. He should have been the first.
Wow, to respect that nigga, bro. Real
And then on
shit.
top of this,
What do you mean?
can
How you can't
all-
respect Steph Curry, bro?
bro?
That's
How
what I
can,
wanna
how
hear.
can you all listen to him say he wasn't rocking with Kobe, and then be mad at what Good just said?
I had valid reasons though. Good shit.
What do you
just-
mean? I had a valid reason.
What
What's
are you
that
talking
reason?
What
about?
was your reasons,
What's
Good?
that reason, brother? What's the
Bruh,
reason to hate on a unanimous MVP?
Russ, Chris Paul, Steph Curry were literally the top 3-point guards in the association for half a decade. That is more than enough reason.
Katie also left them niggas for Steph. That's a valid reason to hate too, bro.
Come on, dude. We got eliminated in the playoffs after being up 3-1. He also surpassed us. We were better than Steph, and then Steph surpassed us. There were plenty of reasons to hate Steph.
Fair,
What are you talking about?
fair.
I tell you what, all you niggas ought to be
It's-
ashamed to say that's the reason why y'all hated niggas. I
On
don't
OKC
understand.
too.
That's
Like, come
actually
on, bro.
exactly why.
You
Nah,
niggas
that
ought to be
shit- that
ashamed to
shit-
say that's the
that
reason why I
shit get
hated
deep.
niggas because he beat me.
Oh, because he beat. Oh, because he beat. Oh, because he beat.
Bruh, a nigga who ain't won a championship since the 90s can't talk to me.
I'm just saying.
Damn.
I'm just saying.
Hey, West get it. West can pull that out.
I ought to hate
You can't
Steph
talk to
Curry.
me.
I
Your
ought to hate
football
Steph Curry
team,
because
your
he beat
football
me.
team, and your basketball team. You can't do it.
I can't get behind that way of thinking. I don't like a nigga because he beat me. No,
What you mean?
Guess what? OG,
I
guess what?
respect it, nigga. I'm
Jeez.
still fighting,
OG.
nigga. I'm trying to get that, nigga.
Y'all probably ain't had a
OG,
chip
you
since the
should have hated
90s,
Steph
bro.
Curry too, but you was too busy
No,
hating
I
on your
can't.
franchise
That's
guy
what I'm
Harden.
saying.
What
That
you
logic
talking
don't
about?
make
Talk
sense to
about
me.
it.
I'm not gonna hate a
Talk
nigga
about
because
it.
he
You
beat
should
me.
have hated.
You had
doing
every
it.
reason to hate on Steph
Bruh,
Curry, bro.
good.
No
Good.
bullshit.
He
I
had
like Steph
13.
Curry, nigga. As a matter of
He had
fact, he's one of my
13 on
favorite
his
players.
Yeah,
team.
you was
Nigga
too
beat
busy loving on the
and put
wall.
me
I
in
was
the
happy.
playoffs several times.
We was happier to
OG,
see
how's one of
Steph
your
Curry
favorite players
smash the
to beat
Rockets
a
than
nigga that robbed you of a
James Harden.
championship twice?
I respect it, nigga. Y'all look at it as I can't stand that nigga.
I love
Now I'm
Steph
starting to
Curry.
understand how you niggas
Steph
think.
Curry.
Everything is starting to become
Hey,
clear now.
good.
I'm really starting to understand the way you niggas think.
Even though
Good.
Steph Curry stopped your
All right.
team
Bro,
from
he saw
winning.
his team miss
Like nigga.
28 threes in game 7 and he smiled because Steph Curry was the one who eliminated him, bro.
No, I wasn't. It hurt, nigga. I want to see my team win, but I ain't walk out of there saying, "Man, that bitch." Nah, I'm
Man,
letting more
OG,
on me.
yo, you tripping, gang.
More on us.
Saw his team go up 2-1 in a series against that Warriors team.
And I
Well, not 2-1. I
saluted
think it was
that nigga.
3-2. Saw
You
them go up
saluted the nigga.
3-2.
Hell
We got
nah,
CP3
OG.
get hurt.
That's
CP3
what
get hurt,
real
but Steph
we
Curry
got
won
to
though.
be better, nigga. That's the way I look at it. You niggas look at it. No, man, that nigga took my ball. No, man, we got to be better. It's an uphill
Man,
battle.
fuck that, OG. That's how hate start, my nigga.
Old school though. That's old school in this new age.
That's
After
how
all
hate
this time
start.
been knowing
Be
you
for
niggas,
real.
I finally put my finger on how you niggas think the way you do and
Why,
why y'all.
why you
OG,
think
we don't need
I
you
ain't
to play
like Paul
games.
Pierce either, Byron.
OG,
too, though? Like,
if
why are
y'all
you saying
lost,
it like they don't?
and on top of that, if after y'all lost, if Chris Paul, no, screw that. If James Harden, because we're talking about the best player on the team, if James Harden then went to Golden State, you would start hating Steph Curry, bruh. I maybe you wouldn't. Maybe you would just hate Harden. But there's a really good chance that you would start hating everything about the organization. That's all I'm saying. Everything about Golden State. There's a really good chance if after you all lost in those 7 games, and Chris Paul hurt his hamstring, if Harden got up and said, "Oh, I need to go over there. I can't win with this guy," He's old. He's washed up. He's hurt. Can't depend on him. Let me go to Golden State. Let's get some cheap rings.
Okay.
Come on, man.
I don't know, Wes. I don't. I just can't. I don't
Oh
know.
my god. Oh my god, bro. I'm
I
not.
can't right now. That don't
I'm not.
right
I
now.
can't. I
No.
just can't listen to OG say this right now, bro. Like,
I'm
there's
telling
no
you,
way.
nigga, I don't think. Okay, I'm just telling you that I would
OG,
not.
so you telling me players and teams who stop your team from winning consistently, back to back, you don't hate them niggas?
Why? It's on me, nigga. It's on us. I'm not mad at
What
them.
you mean,
You
bro?
y'all niggas don't remember this, but Seattle put us out in the play before the Rockets got over the hump in the '90s. Seattle was the nemesis. Gary Payton and all them niggas,
You
bro.
should have
All of them.
hated them niggas.
All them niggas. But I don't hate them niggas. I respected them niggas. We got to get over the hump. That's on us. Ain't
Man,
no way.
hell no.
That's just I don't know. It's just a different way of thinking. And I think it's I'm not tripping because it seems like the majority of y'all feel like that. And majority of my old niggas, we feel the way we do. All right, okay, we gotta go
I
get
think you
that nigga.
can respect your
Yeah,
opponent, but at the same
OG.
time, don't like him.
There's
Say
plenty
again,
of
little
niggas hate.
man.
No cap.
I think you can respect, the player or opponent, but still not like them. It's like, damn, they're really good, but man, I don't like that team. I think that's how you get the rivalries, right? You
Yeah, right
Yes.
there.
respect your opponent, but you hate their guts and you want to beat them every time.
Well, but niggas are talking about now if you talking about the team, hating it, not and I can't really say I dislike the team a little bit more, but as far as disliking a particular player that performed well on that team, I can't do that. I can't
Tripping,
say no, I
OG.
don't fuck with
But
that.
I
I'm
you
mad
mean,
at
you
the
know
nigga.
why, OG?
What am
I
I
think
mad
I know
about? The
why you.
nigga beat
I
me.
the NBA
but
is
OG,
kind
I
of
think
the
I know why
player.
you're wired that. Because OG, if you like, y'all know, OG's not big into the player fan thing.
Yeah, that's what I
So
was
it
just about
makes
to
sense
say.
as to why he's not as invested. Someone who's a big player fan,
I think that
ever
might be you might
Wade,
have said
me
something.
with Russ, 11-10 with Wade as well. Anybody like that? Uh, Byron in the chat with LeBron. And you
I'm
have
Braun too. I'm Braun too. Come on now,
okay,
respect me.
11-10 with LeBron as well. Like you have somebody who's standing in your way, and then you're so close to beating them, and then they go pull a stunt like Kevin Durant with the Warriors. I think it's abnormal if you don't hate Steph Curry after that. As a Thunder fan, as a Russ fan, I would look at anybody sideways if they were like, man, nah, I still respect Steph, man. Steph, or respect is one thing, cool, but like, nah, I like Steph. That's just the way it broke. Like, nah, you gotta go somewhere.
And to your point, the player fan stuff, yes, because when I talk to Rockets fans, Will and all them, yeah, they hate Steph. Everybody over, they hate them, but they more player fan type niggas. I'm not.
That's
I'm
how it
more of a
should be.
no. I think it should be team fan. It's different. I think it should be team. That's what I
Do
grew
you
up
hate
on.
Golden State?
Y'all grew up on player fan.
Do you
If
hate
that's the
Golden
case,
State,
if that's
OG?
Say again.
Do you hate Golden State?
No, I don't. I respect. I like the way they play basketball. It's hard for me to
bro,
say.
Man,
how?
I like
that's
how
the
they play
bro, man. Hell
basketball.
no.
OG,
I
come
really
on,
do.
bro.
For
Come
me,
Man,
on,
I like
bro.
how they play basketball. I
OG,
always
come on,
have.
bro.
Man.
OG, you too nice of a fan, nigga. Oh God, you too nice of a
Oh
fan, bro.
man.
You too nice of a fan, bro. How the
man,
hell you don't like?
bro, I know Brian fans hate this nigga Steph for taking two of them rings, boy.
Man,
Oh
come
my
on,
god.
bro.
I know they hate that nigga. Like what? Oh
Nigga,
my god.
a
I
nigga,
was
a
just I was
nigga, a
just
nigga definitely, bro. Watching. I don't know, OG. I don't know, bro. That Steph Curry kicks out the playoffs twice.
I
I
know
don't
it.
know how you don't hate that nigga.
I say shit, man. That nigga did
Two
his
times.
thing. Shit, it hurt. No, I'm not saying it didn't hurt, but I ain't got nothing against it, nigga. I'm like, shit, I gotta respect it, man. And they play the game the right way. Nigga don't talk shit. How can y'all hate Steph
What?
nigga
Curry?
don't
Don't
talk
give a reason.
shit.
I don't talk shit.
Oh
And
man,
Steph
Man,
don't talk shit.
Draymond Green,
Steph
one of the
don't.
leaders of their team, and they
What?
don't talk shit.
Hate that
Steph.
narrative,
Talking
bro.
about Steph.
Everybody be saying that Steph
Bro,
don't
them
talk
niggas,
shit.
bro.
Shit.
Steph,
That is
Be
not
Steph talk
true.
shimmying,
shit,
that
bro.
be
What the
That
fuck?
shimmying,
is not
he
true.
be
A
throwing
nigga
a
might
blue
talk
Steph,
shit the right way. It be undercover. I mean,
how you
you
talk
know.
shit the OG? Be quiet, bro. You tripping?
Come on, bro.
My nigga said talking shit the right way.
This
OG,
the
what's
same
wrong with you,
OG
bro?
that was applauding Amin for throwing Tyler Hero, talking about the right way. Come on, bro.
All right, all right, all
Come
right.
on.
You
It's
got
not
him. You got him.
consistent,
11-10. You got
OG.
his ass.
It's
You got
not
his ass. You
consistent.
said crazy.
Oh yeah, 11-10 just got him right there. She got him.
It's
Like
not
what, bro?
consistent, man.
Talking about hating the talking shit the right way. How do you
But
talk
but a,
shit the
but a
right way?
man wasn't talking. A man didn't talk no shit. He acted, but he ain't talk no shit.
How you don't know what he said?
You don't know what he said on that
Crazy.
call.
That nigga probably said some off the wall shit to
We
Tyler
all
Hero,
know a
bro.
man a hothead. You don't know what he
Yeah,
said.
we know
I don't
I'm
know what he
not. He
said.
be getting practices all the time, bruh. So all the time.
It's hard. It's hard. Let me see a nigga I don't like. I can't. Now,
I
I
ain't gonna
will
hold
say,
you.
out
I
of
got plenty of
somebody
niggas
on
I
that
don't like.
team, a nigga I don't like on that team, I respect him,
Draymond.
but I don't. Draymond, I don't
Hey, I
like
don't
that
like
nigga.
Dray. I'm with you, OG. I don't like that
I
nigga
don't like
Draymond
Draymond.
again.
See,
I don't like
Draymond a
Draymond
nigga to
again.
not like.
Fuck with Draymond. Steph Curry, little nigga not to like too. What you mean?
But yeah, I
Man,
just
I
hate
ain't
Steph
like
Curry because he
none
be
of them
cooking
niggas
y'all
for
niggas.
a
Man, I ain't
while.
gonna lie, bro. But
Oh, you don't
ain't
mean
not
like realistically
ain't
speaking,
no
don't do
worse.
shit, bro. He just be cooking y'all niggas, bro. Like at
Ain't
least
no worse than
Draymond
shit.
really do shit to make a nigga not like him. Like
Ain't no
what?
worse than
Like
watching that nigga Steph Curry run around 2-3 illegal screens, hit a three, and hit that fucking 99 and shimmy, nigga, in the game. I'm like, this bitch
And
ass
start
nigga.
shimmy and start shimmy and
you
start
This
talking
start
to
bitch
the
sticking
ass
out.
crowd.
nigga, man. I'm be like,
Nigga,
Come man.
nigga just, but he just
yeah,
so cocky,
lame,
bro.
bro.
I
I
don't
don't
like
like that
that shit,
shit,
nigga.
gang. That shit get me
Nigga,
But
tripping.
he don't
hey.
talk shit. But he don't
I done
talk
seen
shit,
that
That,
shit too
bro.
many
that's the
times,
thing that
bro.
they don't like OG. He don't talk shit, but like he play the
Yes, he
game
do.
like just
Yes, he
Hey,
do.
overly
he
Yes, he do.
confident,
Yes, he
bro.
hey,
do.
he talk
Bruh,
shit.
When
Y'all
he
Steph, bruh,
gotta
started
stop
turning
saying
around
that.
mid shot, they hated
bruh,
that.
I
this
hey,
nigga Steph
bro.
Curry this nigga Steph Curry done beat two different iterations of my team. Cause I'm fuck that nigga, gang. No cap.
It's
Fuck
okay to
that
say
nigga, gang.
Steph
No
talk
cap.
shit because he do. I like players that talk shit, but to act like Steph don't is
Alright,
crazy.
Steph
He
be
does
talking
talk
shit,
shit.
bro.
But he
All
He just
don't
doing
these
that
talk
because he
shit.
light skinned and he
He
looks
just
soft.
hurt
these
That's what it
dudes,
is.
all
He
these
Bruh,
light,
he
dudes,
do that
he
shit when
light
ain't
all
skinned
these
and
nobody
he
paying
looks
dudes,
soft.
attention to that
Certain
nigga,
niggas be
man.
not talking shit. I'm telling you.
all these dudes of these caliber, they talk shit for the most part. You know,
Like, come
maybe
on,
like
bro.
niggas like Jokic, maybe I don't know what he be saying to people. Kawhi probably don't say much, but all them other niggas, they talk shit.
Like, come on, man. I ain't trying to hear
Even
that.
Jokic talked back. Remember what he said back to Rudy Gobert? This nigga, that nigga talk back, man.
Yeah, yeah, I remember he
Like
did.
even he says little shit. Like
Nigga, Luca
all
Yeah,
these
definitely talking
guys
you
shit.
talk
know,
shit.
you know.
I seen Steph do.
I remember that Memphis series, right, Miles, where
Yeah.
I think Steph hit a game winner or hit a clinching
He
shot,
said
whatever.
something to Ja.
He said we're gonna have some fun now, right, or something like that. He said
Yeah,
that to Ja.
and
He
Ja
talk
came back
shit.
next game,
He do it
dropped
all the
46 on him,
time,
and
bruh.
ain't shit to him. No cap. See, man, that nigga
Like, come
Steph
on.
said, we gonna have a good one. All right, nigga. You got 47 dropped in your head next
But is
game, nigga.
that really
What you talking
talking
about?
shit though? We gonna have a good one.
Yes,
Yeah.
bro,
Yes, that's
yes,
talking
OG.
shit.
How?
Yes, that's
That
talking
ain't.
shit.
I don't know.
Cause look,
That ain't
OG,
my
cause
talking
look,
shit.
cause Steph did this shit off the, like on the walk off, nigga. Walk right next to Ja. Said, put his arm around him. Said, we gonna have us a good one. Nodded his head and kept on moving. I'm like, fuck you, nigga.
I don't know. To me, talking shit is yeah, nigga. I'm finna bust your ass all night, nigga. You
Man,
can't do
OG, it
nothing
ain't
about it.
rules to talking
I'm
shit,
about to.
man. It ain't,
Yeah,
it
there's
ain't,
no rules
it's
to
not,
that.
it's
There's
not
no talking
1987, nigga. It
shit could
ain't
be
rules to
subtle.
talking shit, bro.
It could be subtle. A nigga just do some shit
Man,
you just
come on,
And
don't like.
it could be,
Bro,
we
y'all
ain't
funny as
hearing
fuck,
90% what
bro.
these guys
it's
say.
levels to
You
talking
know,
shit, bro. You could be extreme
in the
like
possession,
Draymond
that
and
nigga
Luca,
Steph could be
or it
saying
could be
shit. Who
subtle like
knows?
Steph Curry, bro. The
Like
extreme niggas is
not everybody got to
Draymond,
be like
Luca.
Luca. Luca just talking the whole game.
Remember,
Like
remember
A
bro,
whole
Clay's first
dang, that
game.
nigga
Remember
get on
Clay's
my
first game back in
last.
Golden State.
For
Remember Clay's
There we
first
go.
game
There we
back in
go. We
Golden
find
State.
nigga OG
well, let me
hating.
tell you your connection. What you say?
Me?
Yeah, say that
You
one
hear
more
me?
time.
Yeah.
I remember Clay's first game back in Golden State, and Steph started popping off after he hit a three, talking about you should be here, or whatever.
Like, come on, bro. They think that nigga
Shit.
don't say nothing to
Nah,
nobody,
hold on. He
bro.
deserved that though.
No,
But I'm saying
no, no.
No.
Bro,
it's
he
Bro,
wasn't
fine.
y'all gonna lie?
talking
No,
like
nah, hold
that.
on. They said as soon as that nigga
I'm not
got
saying
traded,
it's a
he
bad
stopped
thing.
responding to their calls. He stopped texting them back. He stopped picking their calls up.
He a
All that
grown
shit.
man,
That
He
bro.
a
shit is
grown man. He ain't
lame.
gotta talk to them.
Nah, bro, we just did 10 years. Get the
No,
fuck
we
out of
partners, nigga.
here.
We partners,
With the
nigga.
brothers
They
for
did
10
that, bro. They
years.
did that nigga dirty, bro.
Low, low.
The
I'm not
fuck, nigga,
saying
nigga,
The
they didn't
team
do shit.
didn't.
Nigga, that's the front office.
low. I'm not saying it's a bad thing he did that. I'm just saying he's talking shit, and it's fine.
We
I
talking about,
like players who
I
talk
was
shit. I
responding
think it's great.
to the Miles.
It ain't no
OG
problem.
hate Luca though.
He
I
talked.
don't.
All them dudes talk. All of them.
Yeah,
Luca
I
be
don't. Yeah,
talking great. Luca be
Like
It's
talking
Draymond.
great
basketball though.
greasy,
Like
nigga.
nobody gonna sit there and play quiet on game.
Uh-oh, 11-10's here. 11. What do you? Can I ask you a question? I'm sorry to interrupt. It's about basketball though.
I've been here.
I know, but not really because it's been NFL talks. But now that hoops is coming,
I've
and
been
this
here
is an
today.
honest question. Oh no, I know, but you haven't been here like because
This nigga.
talking football.
This nigga boy.
Right, right.
I got a question for real,
Mhm.
honestly.
Okay. Is he
Has
gone?
the
Oh, okay.
Miami Heat since LeBron left, would you consider that since till now a failure of years?
Since Braun left?
Yeah. Would you consider that stretch since
one?
LeBron left until now a failure?
Yeah, because we've been to the finals and haven't been able to win.
So yeah, right.
I would have
Okay.
liked if we made one.
It's so
or
weird.
won one.
I just had this conversation. It's weird that I came in here. I just had this conversation with a fan. Comes into the pizza shop and he had a dumbass fucking Heat hat on. And I said, "What the fuck you doing here with the Heat hat on? Like you're sick. You should be a Sixers fan." Nah, fuck the Sixers. Blah 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 blah. We be winning. I'm like, you fucking win shit. I was like, what the fuck do you win? I was like, you guys just get there and lose. So it's been a failure. He was like, well, it's more successful than y'all. I was like, yeah, but that's still being a fucking loser, right? Do you guys agree with that too, or no?
I mean, I ain't gonna lie, process.
A loser.
I'm gonna keep it a beam. I think that's a dumbass way to look at it.
That's a
like
So you guys are happy with just being successful, getting there, but losing?
No, I prefer.
Wait.
Teams don't.
If that's what you base your success off of,
You can have a
31
successful
teams
season
are
without
successful
winning at
every
all.
year,
No. You can have a successful year and still like be like, okay, that was a good year. Well, I wouldn't call it a successful year. I'd call it a good year. But like the ultimate success is to win.
Process, I swear to God, you would trade off what the Heat did since LeBron left.
No, I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't.
Yes, you would. You're lying. Yes, you would.
I'm going.
Yes, you would. Yes, you would. Yes, you would. Stop lying.
No, I wouldn't trade.
I would for a fact.
No, I wouldn't trade. No, I wouldn't trade places with any team that hasn't won.
You are lying,
What's the point? No, I'm not because yes, I want to.
You haven't seen them get past where the Heat.
I know, but it doesn't matter. I don't want that. See, that's the difference between a winning mentality and a losing mentality. Do you think
haven't won?
No, I know, but I'm not talking about the Sixers. I'm just saying in general. Like, leave the Sixers out of it.
You know how I know you about to say some bullshit?
No, because I'd rather.
No.
Hold on. I want to get out of the second round. I want to get out of the second round. No shit. Like I get it. Like obviously that's not the goal. Like just if the Sixers were to get out of the second round this year and lose in the Eastern Conference Finals, I'm gonna be like, yeah, let's throw a fucking party. Like, bro, we want to win. Everybody wants to win.
Yeah.
But I want to win more than anybody. I want to win more than anybody around. But it's not realistic to think every team that comes in the season has a legitimate championship. So if that's you know that coming in, if that we really don't have a success,
that's your bar success.
No, but that's not the success. But that shouldn't. But if you're a contender, the whole goal is to win a championship. And the Heat were contenders. Obviously, they went to 2 finals in the last 6 years. They have been considered contenders. Whether people don't agree with that or not, they are considered contenders. They've been to 2 finals. Regardless of the Sixers going to not making it out the second round, before the year starts, every year when Joel Embiid was in his prime and we were healthy, we were considered contenders to get out of the Eastern Conference. The Boston Celtics were considered contenders. The Knicks now, maybe people consider them contenders. So the ultimate goal is to win. Now, if you have a successful year and you're the fucking Magic, and you get to the Eastern Conference Finals, I label that as a success in that tenure right now. If the Magic were to go to the Eastern Conference Finals, yeah, you had a successful year. But now the success is your goal now and to be successful has gone to another level. So the Heat and the Sixers and the Celtics and all these teams, their ultimate goal is to win. If you're labeled a contender and then you ultimately come up short and don't have a ring, you cannot look at that tenure of being successful. I'm sorry. That's the way I view it. You're right, Miles. You want to see your team do good. I'm not saying I don't want to see my team get to the finals. I'd much rather get to the finals and lose in the second round. But I can't label that success.
That's exactly what I was about to call that bullshit on you.
No. I would much rather get there than not. But at the end of the day, that's not the goal. It's a success. To me is to hoist a trophy at the end. I'm going through it with the Phillies right now. The Phillies, they got to an NLCS. They got to a World Series. They're contenders every year. The best team in the fucking league. In the NL, they have this, they have that. They don't fucking win. And everybody in Philly looks at that as a fucking failure. I'm sorry.
That's just Philly, gang. That's y'all.
Okay, well that's how everybody. I think that's how everybody should look at success.
That's how y'all, bro.
If you have a team that can contend and you don't fucking win, it's a fucking failure, in my opinion.
I trade that Miami Heat shit
Like
for anything. No cap.
As great as Philly was in 2001, you guys don't understand. The city of Philadelphia turned into the biggest basketball fucking city that we've ever seen. It was the fucking everybody and their mother had fucking Sixers flags waving from their cars. Everybody had Sixers. Pat Croce was on top of a water tower, put a banner of fucking Sixers on top of a water tower. He was going fucking crazy. The city was on fire. It was a great run, and people still talk about that run because AI was on a mission, but we fucking lost, and it ended up being nothing. Imagine the difference if AI were to win a championship. Imagine the difference the way they would talk about Allen Iverson. Imagine the difference we would talk about that run. Like, I get it, but like at the end all be alls to win a championship, right?
I would say with the Heat, with the Heat and the Jimmy Butler experience, I think we've had 1 year, I think, where we were expected, or maybe 2 years, where we
think
were
that's what I
actually
want for
expected to
too.
contend. Because a lot of our runs were whole underdog
right,
sort
yeah.
of like runs. So 2020, nobody, I don't think. Well, shit, I
No,
tweeted it. I said we were going to go to the finals that year, so I ended up right.
that was the
But nobody
bubble,
came out.
right?
Yeah, that was the first year Jimmy came, and we made it to the finals in the bubble. Then we had a couple injuries, and shit played out how it did. 2021, we got swept first round. We were low on us again. 2022, we ended up first in the East, and then we lost in the ECF to Boston. And the year after that, we were 8th seed and went to the finals.
Right.
And a lot of those runs were underdog. So when it happened, it was really fun. And we're like, ah, man, I hope we can get the win. I don't think we ever came into the year, except maybe like not even 2022, because we had got swept the first round. Maybe the year after the AFC to the finals, we may have had expectations right off the bat to contend, but I'm not sure. I don't remember exactly. But a lot of our runs were underdog. It's different from obviously the Braun era where you're expected to win, every single time. I know internally the Heat always expect to win every single time. And for me as a fan, if we get to the finals, I want to win. And it sucks that we didn't get one, out of the 2 appearances that we had. It is what it is in that regard. So the fact that we
Yeah,
didn't
I
win,
agree.
just,
I agree
it
100%.
sucks. But I enjoyed
But the
those
guy was
runs.
saying,
So it is what it
yeah,
is.
of course. No. I would enjoy those runs too. I mean,
I
the
know
fucking
it's not
World
successful because
Series.
we didn't win one. If we would have won 1 out of 2, I
Correct.
would have
Okay,
been cool.
that's the only thing that I'm saying. Because he was talking about like, oh, we were successful with Jimmy. I said, well, you didn't win anything. Like, I can say, yeah, you guys were good and you made runs and you guys were underdogs and you had great runs and stretches, but you didn't. I don't look at that as success, in my
Oh,
opinion.
so
I
when
don't.
you okay,
I
let me
don't
ask you
view
a
that
question.
Jimmy Butler in Miami was a successful tenure. Like, it was a good tenure.
What?
It was awesome. No.
No, I can
I don't
understand
know.
that. I can understand that. It was a great, good tenure, but I think when Jimmy came here and what Jimmy expected was to win a championship, win one, especially when you get there twice.
That's what I'm saying.
We've had weird shit happen, injuries and stuff, but we didn't end up winning one. And obviously, we went through periods where we wanted, Pat and stuff to improve the roster and all of these things. And Jimmy ends up leaving, and now we never got the ring to show for with Jimmy because every kind of big star we've had, to be in the franchise, we've gotten one with them at least. Wade had
Yeah.
his one before Braun came in. Then Braun came in, he had his, and then Jimmy, he came here, and we unfortunately couldn't get one there. So it was a
Yeah.
bummer.
Thank you. All right.
I
Thank
don't
you.
know, but
Logic.
but do you so but hold on. So to your question earlier, you was or your point, you were saying something about if you're a contender, you should be disappointed if you don't win. Do you think there's different degrees of contenders? Like, because you don't, I know you don't hold. I think you think pretty highly of the Rockets right now. But do you think the Rockets and the OKC Thunder are the same level of contenders? Right? But they just
No.
won. Okay.
No,
All right.
but the
So
difference between the Rockets, though, are they weren't even considered contenders until right now. Honest to God, they weren't contenders last year going into the season. Me and you thought they were good, and they clearly were. They proved everybody wrong being so good in the regular season. But now you guys should be expected to be contenders. Now, if you don't win with Kevin Durant, I don't look at the Rockets as being a complete failure because they still have enough young talent and enough picks and enough whatever and assets to keep that tenure going. And Durant only has maybe 2 years left in the tank. But like when you're on a stretch of 8 years, like the Sixers are, and the Heat with 6 years, whatever it was, 5-6 years, whatever. I just look at that tenure of that long of a stretch.
You saying if you don't maximize a championship in your window, then over your window, then
it's not success.
Okay, all right. I don't know. I'm not too mad at that. I thought you was like saying like if we don't win this year, even though we're quote unquote contenders, because I think it's OKC and then it's a few other teams on both sides. But everybody's not the same level of contender. Like if we don't win a championship this year and we lose to OKC in 7 games in the conference finals, I'm not gonna say, well, fuck, man, this shit was a bullshit.
No, yeah. You're in a good situation. You're in a great situation because I don't think that even if you don't win in the next 2 years with Durant, your guys are completely fucked and you're going to be like, oh, you're back to being a bottom. You're going to still be good because of the assets.
A little bit more now. Okay, cool.
Yeah, like here's a perfect example. Lo, you disagreed with me, and I know you guys think I hate him. Even the other guy, Allen and Lamar. So far, would you consider Lamar and Allen's teams to be success? Lo, if you're still here. Or anybody, what like would you consider the Ravens and the Lamar tenure and Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills tenure to be a success so far? Obviously, they still have. Okay, so then you agree with me. Then the Jimmy Butler tenure of Miami wouldn't fall under the category of success. Just because you get there doesn't mean you're successful. In my view of it.
But Lamar and Josh haven't even got there though. That's how that's saying.
I know, but I guess I don't even. But getting there and then losing, like it's great to get there.
But it means like I get to they lost school, but it means something to get there, bro. Like
so the Matt Ryan
tenure every year.
But is that not two completely different things? Because one had expectations to not. Two had expectations. Both Allen and Lamar had expectations to go to a championship. Really, I think it was mentioned earlier, those Jimmy teams that made it were underdogs. I think even in the first round, they were predicted to go out. So
and that's some as well.
Yeah, that matters. But after a while, the cat's out of the bag with the Heat, especially if they keep doing it. They upset the fucking Bucks. They beat the fucking Celtics. They get to the finals. They go back to the finals. It's just like, you guys, you could say they're dogs in the regular season, but everybody knows that they turned up in the playoffs and they got there and they beat these teams year after year. It's like, okay, well, you guys aren't considered dogs anymore. Like, even if you are considered a little bit of an underdog going on to into that series, like I get it, but you still have expectations. Like the Heat definitely had those aspirations and expectations to get to the championship. Whether fans didn't believe that they were or they would, the organization and the fans they always expected them to be good in the playoffs and make a run. So if making a run and getting to the finals is your bar for success, then we differ. But that's not what I look at success as. Like, success is you win. If you don't win, it's a failure. You disagree, Lo?
I think it depends on what the expectations are, bro. The reason why the Heat are success to me is because the expectations were.
So the Falcons tenure.
What about the Falcons?
The Falcons tenure with Matt Ryan is success. They got there, and they had the most embarrassing loss in Super Bowl history.
But they haven't been back since, process. So I think they.
Yeah, I know, but their expectations weren't to get there that year.
Yeah, what? Matt Ryan won MVP. What you mean?
Before the year, they were not expected to be a contender, and a lot of people had them losing to Aaron Rodgers in Green Bay, and they blew them the fuck out in that playoff game. Everybody.
So you saying the season before they went to the Super Bowl?
Yeah, going into that. No. The season going into the Super Bowl, they weren't labeled a contending, like, oh, they're contenders. And then when they even got there, they were like, oh, well, I still think they're going to lose to Green Bay. And they spanked Green Bay. They put like 44 on their head.
Matt Ryan did win MVP that year, process. I don't know, bro.
Yeah,
I think success is viewed differently per person, because you look at it differently. How I look at it personally. That's why I said I would trade that shit the Heat did in a fucking heartbeat. Cause nigga, What the hell?
Yeah.
Imagine me, a Grizzlies fan. Them niggas go to the finals twice in 6 years and like a couple conference. What the fuck, nigga?
Yeah.
But that,
No,
that's
you would trade places.
regardless if they win, that's some shit I'll never forget for the rest of my life.
Yeah,
I'll never experience.
I know, but you're trading places, but you know the outcome. If somebody told me before the outcome of the finals to say, "Would you trade places with the Heat?" and you know they're going to get there, fuck yeah, I would do that. Of course, I would do that. But the outcome is they always lose. Like, if I'm going to trade places with somebody, I'm going to trade places with somebody who's going to fucking win. But because we already know the outcome. But if you're going to tell me you're going to get there, yeah, of course I'm going to fucking want to get there and see if I can win it. Of course that, and yeah, you'll never forget the run. But like.
Y'all triggering me, man. Not gonna
What you
lie.
talking about, George?
All this, it was still successful if we didn't win. No, it's not, bro. Like, sports are built on. That's why when you ultimately win, you see these players crying and shit and all this other shit. It's because they went through all these different fucking failures to get to that point. To get to the point where they actually won some shit and were successful. So yeah, you can have like a building block or like you're progressing. I think what y'all are describing is a progression, but that progress is still failure in reference to the ultimate goal. So I don't know. I just think sports is built on failing
Eventually
until
winning.
you succeed. And it's okay. Like that's okay. Like I think the reason we shy away from like saying that that's the reality is because failure has a negative connotation to it. But failure doesn't have to just because you fail in reference to your ultimate goal doesn't mean that you didn't take a step in the right direction. But it still wasn't a success, in my opinion. It wasn't the ultimate success, in my opinion.
But would you view that as like a partial, like some type of success without the ultimate goal at the end of the day?
The way I think, no. That's just me. Now I'm not gonna put people. I'm not gonna say my mindset is right or wrong. But the way I think, no.
Yo, my bad. I
can
got
still look. I can still look upon it positively. I can still look upon it and take things away from it. But ultimately, no. I failed, and
you agree with me, Jordan?
Yeah, and I think I do, and I think looking at it as anything other than a failure becomes limiting to me.
Okay.
Like it becomes like,
Yeah, I don't know
okay,
if I
we were.
agree with that. I don't know if I agree with that because because to me, like the point you made earlier about the stepping stones, right? And so
Mhm.
I get it, right? Ultimately, the Detroit Pistons, right? They want to win the championship last year, but realistically, to me, that was a successful season. You were able to get into the playoffs, understand what that looks like, understand the speed and all that. And so now you got another block to build upon. And for me to say, well, yeah, but we still failed because we didn't win the championship. But realistically, did we really have a chance to win a championship? Really? I don't think so. So I don't know if I look at that as a failure.
You can say
For
the
me, it's still
team. You can say the
positive.
It's
team.
different for the Heat,
You can
though.
say
For
the
the Heat
team was
example, though, it's
successful.
different.
Okay.
You can say the
All right.
team was successful, but I think the organization failed in that instance.
Detroit?
Huh?
Hey, if that's the case, Jordan, would you apply that same logic to the
Example?
Pacers from last year?
You said, hold on, two people talking.
The Pistons example, you think organizationally they failed?
Yes, like, and I don't think that's, but I don't think it's, I don't think it, I don't
I
view,
agree with
I
that.
don't view that failure in the. Well, I promise you,
I
that's
don't think
probably
for
how
the
they view
Pistons
it.
context, I would view it.
When you hear these guys talk, they talk about it in more so along those terms, and I think that's what helps you. Like,
You think a
How the
team that
organization
had
feel
the
last year?
the
you said
worst
what?
losing streak in history, and they make the playoffs
Mhm.
organizationally, they think that's a failure.
I think they took steps in the right direction. Their ultimate goal is to win a championship. I don't know how you have an ultimate goal and you don't achieve that goal and it's a success. I don't get that.
I don't
I
think
Is
don't.
it
everybody's
is it not
ultimate goal can be
successful to getting to the
realistically win
ultimate
a
goal?
championship. I
You
don't
said
think that.
what?
Would you consider that a success into getting to the ultimate goal for them?
Yeah, I think it's a step in the right direction. Yeah, for sure. I think it's positive. I think it's.
Wait,
I
who are
just
you talking
for
about,
the
Jordan?
Pistons though. For the Pistons though, I don't know how you could have. I don't know specifically from that season, that losing season, to the season they had now to be like
Mhm.
championship as like the
Yeah.
most, I don't know, immediate sort of
No,
goal,
I
because
don't think
that's what
that.
it seems
But
like.
I'm not saying that they should expect that. I'm saying that the fact that they shouldn't expect that means that there's more work to be done. We got a lot of shit to do, and until we get to the point where we do it, then all this shit is a failure to me,
That
and that's
don't
what's
mean
gonna
they
drive me to
win
keep
shit
getting
as a
Even to
better.
the
failure.
point,
Pistons, though, I would say last year was a successful season for them, right? But you obviously want to keep building to even for OKC for instance, right? I think obviously this year is going to be successful, right? The next step for them is obviously repeating. That would be success around that ballpark for them because of what they sort of accomplished. They can kind of set that goal of, hey, compete for a championship. But for a team that had 22 losses in a row or whatever that
Yeah,
streak was, to go from that to having the best win difference from the previous season to the you know most current season or whatever,
hmm
and then going and getting an outright playoff spot.
yeah.
You lose in the first round, obviously. It's unfortunate. But to go from that jump to that jump and you wouldn't consider that a successful season,
I think the
I
team,
don't know.
like I said,
If you're talking about processes example with the Heat, absolutely. You get to the finals twice, you don't win. I would say the tenure was a failure, in terms for the Heat. But for the Pistons in that individual season, I can't call that season a failure, especially from where they were before. If it was like they made the first round, the previous season, and they lose in the
Mhm.
first round again, then I'll be like, yeah, it's a failure because you want to keep taking steps forward
Facts,
every
facts.
single year.
Yeah, no,
But
I agree with
Pistons
that.
made,
I use them.
Pistons made a step
I
forward, a large step forward from the
Yeah.
previous year. For that's
we're
just
I think
how
we're
I
saying the
think, though.
same thing. I just label it different. That's all. We're
No,
saying the
I
exact same.
think I used the
I
same
just label that. I just label that
example.
different. Huh?
Like I used the same example before. I don't know if you were here. I said like if the Magic were to go and become successful and go to the Eastern Conference Finals or go to the finals and lose, I don't view that
Yeah,
as a
voice here.
failure
Trust me, I
because
comprehend. I comprehend what you guys are
yeah,
saying
yeah,
for
yeah,
sure.
yeah.
I think we just
I
label
don't
it
look at
different. And
teams that don't have those expectations and then they exceed expectations. Like you said, I might agree with you that the coaches and the GM and all those people, their expectations are always to try and win a championship. And if maybe they look at it as a failure, maybe. But from the outside looking in, if a team that is not successful the year prior and they don't have the label of contenders and they don't have the expectations by the masses to be a contender and then they overachieve and then they still lose in the playoffs, I can't be like, okay, that's a failure of a season. It's a failed for the ultimate goal. I agree with Jordan. Yeah, their ultimate goal is to always win. So in that aspect, it's a failure. But I still view that as a successful season for a team up and coming to try and win something.
yeah,
I
yeah.
agree. I think you are saying the same shit.
We were saying the exact same thing. Like it's positive. Like I'm not putting any damper on with the Pistons. Like for the Pistons example or the Magic example, it's no damper on it. It's no negative view on it. I'm literally just using a different word for how I label it. Like that's literally it. I think that's where ultimately comes down to because and again I know I'm way in the minority and probably in how I would label that for sure. So I acknowledge that. But for me labeling that as success, I just don't know what the benefit of that for me is of me labeling that a success. Like what does that get me? A pat on the
I
back?
don't
Like
know.
I
I
don't.
just think I just think some things gotta be a little bit realistic. I think in terms of like the goal.
Mhm.
For me, like if I don't know, like if I'm the GM of the freaking Wizards, obviously you're shooting for to get your organization to a championship, but obviously you're gonna have things you want to do in order to get there prior. And when you hit those benchmarks, it's a success, I guess you could say. But
Absolutely.
I don't know, like for the Pistons to be like we failed this year because we didn't win it all. I don't know if I can take that sort of thinking for that particularly. Like Golden State, obviously for them, success is winning it all. I can know for sure because that's what they've done, over a course of seasons, over a course of years. Denver, if they don't win it all, it's a failure for them. But for certain teams, I just can't because this is not realistic to me for me to be like, yeah, this is the goal of winning it all. Obviously, that's a long term vision you have. I think it's a vision, right? But for more teams, it's more realistic or attainable for them to get it at that moment. So I don't know. I think it's interesting though
I
how
think
you
Yeah,
we
view it,
yeah.
call
but
Because
the
I don't know.
I think I'm speaking more towards like and like you said, you haven't said anything wrong.
It's
I'm just
very binary how you're thinking. It's like, did I win? Yes or no?
because
The
I'm
answer is
just
no.
putting
Okay,
myself
fail.
in the shoes. I'm just putting myself
I
in the shoes
understand.
of not even of a professional athlete, maybe because I'm not a professional athlete, but just me from the perspective that I can speak from. Okay, I do something that's not ultimately what I want, but it's a step forward. Me labeling that, so there's benefit in that of like me not getting down on myself or me like okay, I'm going in the right direction. So there is some benefit in that. I'm not denying that. I just don't know for maybe it's just a me thing. For me personally, that's not thinking that way is not what's going to make me tick and continue to go towards the ultimate goal. Continue to go towards the ultimate
Yeah.
goal of what I actually want. Like it's like okay, yeah, we were successful. We did this, and this. We made positive steps in the right direction this year. Yeah, it was a success. Okay, from there, like, what does that acknowledging that do for me? Like, that doesn't
Yeah.
really
I
Okay,
do
guess
so
you
shit
you
for
can.
me.
you kind of think of it as an outcome based as a part of process. That's what it seems like to me. It's very outcome driven. Did I get this
Yeah.
or did I not?
I
And then
agree. I
some
agree with
people focus
Jordan.
on a
It depends
lot
on what
of,
I'm
I
in
guess, the
for.
process of what it is.
Yeah, and I think it depends on the. I think like I think someone said earlier, it really depends on the person. Like there's people probably who I know there's people who think like me, and then there's people who are thinking like a lot of people are saying in here. I think you go from athlete to athlete, you probably get uh different answers. Obviously of where they are in their career, but I think you even sometimes hear some of the athletes who are early in their career who probably shouldn't realistically be expected to win shit. And what do they? Some of them say hey, we didn't win. It was a failure. And then you get some of them will probably take a more nuanced view, like you guys are taking. I think it's just person dependent.
I agree with you though. I think that the ultimate goal is to always win. If you're taking if you're taking the stride in the right direction like the Pistons are, then you can look at that and say, okay, that was a good season. You can even label it a success. You could be like, okay, that was success, but it's not the ultimate success of us wanting to win. So I'm gonna take it with a grain of salt. We were good. We
Grain of
were
salt.
moving in the right
Yeah.
direction.
Grain of
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
I just worry
I agree with that
about
too.
Say
I
steps
worry
to success. Like what do you say?
Like you take that success that you had that season with a grain of salt. Like yes, it's good, but don't let it get to you. Like that's what our
yeah,
like your ultimate
and that's
goal is
really it.
still.
I
Yeah,
worry
yeah.
about
I
feeding
see
into
it.
that mindset too much. That's what it is for me. I worry about feeding into that mindset too much of okay, we took a step in the right direction. I think it's good to acknowledge, like you said, it's good to acknowledge that, but take it with a grain of salt. I don't want to live in that too long and or even feel like what we did last year and is necessary. It might be a whole nother way we need to go about it this year and moving forward. The building blocks from last year, some of them building blocks might not be the way for us to be successful even in the future. So it's just I don't want to live in that too much if it's not the
Yeah, I
ultimate.
mean, I get what you're saying because you're afraid of settling in and just okay, yeah, this is it. We got here, so yeah, we're good now. I get that, but
Yeah.
for me, that line of thinking that you're talking about, to me, it applies for guys that are like we done with all our stepping stones. We know we got everything we need. We're in place. We should win a championship this year. There's no reason why we shouldn't. And if you come up short in those instances, then usually saying, okay, well, yeah, but at least we got there. At least we you know. To me, I don't. You can't use that there. But if for a team, a young team that doesn't have a legitimate chance to even win, to come and say, well, yeah, that's a good stepping stone, but yeah, we still fail. I don't know because I don't know if I failed. I know we set out to win a championship. I don't know because I can't even say we set out to win a championship this year. We weren't built to win a championship. Everybody knew we weren't going to win a championship. We
But
wanted to make gains. We wanted to progress.
yeah.
We wanted to get better, put ourselves in better position each year. But legitimately, did we have a chance to win? We didn't. So
Well,
to consider that a failure, I mean, I get your thought process around. I don't want to settle in. I don't want to just as I don't want up the people around me, and I don't want to get just settle in. But I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
I think
Just
you're right. I think you're right. You're correct, and I think a lot of you gonna live here are correct. It's weird because I think you're correct, but I don't think it's the mindset that I would want to have if I'm in their position. Let me explain what I mean by that. JT spoke to a similar mindset, I think, that I'm describing when he went on his 12 outlet media tour yesterday, talking about his recovery. Can't remember which interview it was. And in one of the interviews, he said, because he was giving out, like hinting at potentially having a date for return. And in one of the interviews, he said, hey, I might not even return this year, but just me having a specific date in mind gives me something to work towards to where even if I don't achieve that, being in that mindset maybe helped me go further than I would have gone had I had a more limited expectation of myself. And that's kind of what I'm describing. Some of these teams, maybe who overachieve, like the Heat, for example, and then outside looking in, may not have gone into the season thinking they could win or go as far as they did in a couple of them seasons. I personally don't think that that's how they were thinking, though. And although they didn't achieve the ultimate goal, I think having a mindset of maybe we can do more than maybe should be expected of us, or maybe we can go and achieve the ultimate. I think that being in that mindset just pushes you that little bit further to achieve maybe you would have maybe we should be expected to go to the second round this year. So that's what our mindset is built around. And if we do that, that's a success.
I mean, I agree with you. I think you should have the ultimate sort of like shoot high, shoot for the
Yeah.
stars type of
Yeah.
goal. I don't disagree with that. However, I think for Detroit's standpoint,
Mhm.
you obviously organizational, you have the ultimate sort of shoot for the stars thing where you want to win it all, right?
Yeah.
But the season prior, you had the worst losing season,
Yeah.
historically in terms of losing streak. You bring in a new coach, you bring in vets, and you have your one of the biggest margins of win total difference from the year prior to the current year that I think in history or something like that. You
Mhm.
get to the first round, you play the Knicks really tough, you get to
Yeah.
6. I wouldn't sit there and be like, I don't know, I wouldn't sit there and be like beat up at the fact that we didn't
Oh
win it
yeah, no.
all. I'd be
No.
sort of like encouraged. It's the same shit. I think like if for instance, if I have a goal, my ultimate goal, I want to be a millionaire, right? I probably have I started off at like 1K in my bank account. I hit 100K. I'm like, okay, cool. I started from this low level here and now I reached 100K. So the very next year I expect to get to 200K or 500K, whatever. And if I don't hit that sort of like benchmark of the next step, you
Mhm.
know, for me, that's like, all right, fuck, like I'm failing, I'm falling behind or whatever. Like
Yeah.
for Detroit, for instance, this year, if they don't make the offs this year, for sure, failure. For sure, you didn't take this step forward. Am I going to kill Detroit if, you know, this year they only get to the second round or whatever? Obviously, organizationally, the ultimate goal is to win it all. You always set that bar, because you want to train for getting to that goal. But if I start from such a low place and I go to such a high height, I just can't say that I failed in that moment. I don't know. I
I
just
don't.
can't
Yeah.
say I
I
failed
don't look. Yeah. If I'm in that
there.
moment, I don't look at myself. I don't
It's
sit like you said. I
motivation
don't.
going forward, but I just can't. I don't know in my mind.
Yeah.
I think
I don't beat myself
organizationally,
up for it.
As for
I
me,
don't.
I'm very like process driven, so that's how I think.
Yeah. I don't
and
beat
I
myself.
So
Well, I am too, though. Like I'm not trying to describe like an outcome driven mindset. I think, like I said, we're just labeling it different. Like I think in that scenario you just laid out, I don't sit there at my locker at the end of the season and beat myself up because we didn't win a championship. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying I acknowledge the positives. I acknowledge and then you go through the assessment of what you could have did better. All the shit like this contextualizing what you did that season, and you might even take a positive view from it. I think I just stopped short of labeling it a success. I don't like labeling it doesn't do shit for me. Is what I'm saying. I don't. That doesn't do anything for me. Like all it does, I think labeling it all it does other than like as a success, it doesn't do for me. I'm just speaking for me. All that's ever done for me is like label, like limit me. Because like, okay, I label it success. Like from there, what is that? How does that help me? That doesn't really do anything for me. But again, that could just be how I think about it, though.
Yeah, but I mean, to her point about making a progression, right? I mean, so from a organization standpoint,
Mhm.
I don't think you should say it's a failure in any way. But now, if you say by the year two, let's say in 5 years we want to be here, and you're not seeing yourself making those incremental growths, and then once you get to that 5 year point and you still not there, I think at that point you can say it's a failure. But to say it's a failure in year one, I just don't. I think because for me, I think yeah, if we put a date on it, similar to what you said Tatum did, you put a date on it because I know they didn't say, okay, realistically, we wanted to win the championship in 2025. No,
We
Yeah.
want to win a championship we are being positioned to win a championship by 2028, 2029.
Mhm.
And if you're making incremental growth along to get there, eh, yeah, this year was a success. We want to be there by that time, and we said we wanted to be here by this at the end of this year. We achieved that. This is a success. We're on our way to get to our goal. So I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah, I
It's
just
a
think
funny, it's
Congress
a
is
funny
built.
combo.
It
Because
is.
Jordan's saying it is a good year. I'm just not going to put the tag of success on it. So at the end, if Jordan was the coach of the Pistons, he'd come in and be like, "Great year, guys." But at the end of the day, our ultimate goal was to win a championship because that's always our goal. So this year we didn't achieve our goal. And we failed at winning a championship. So maybe the year in total isn't a failure, but we failed our ultimate goal, but this is a step in the right direction. So I kind of
Pretty
agree with
much.
him. I kind of agree with him saying like you might not want to be like you don't want to label it a success and then let people get tired. Like okay, well we're successful, so we're gonna stay mid forever.
I
That's
I
kind of
just
what
think a
his
lot of
mindset is.
progress. I just think a lot of progress is built from failure. And I think that's what it is. That's kind of what I'm saying. Like I think a
Not
lot
in
of
Philly.
what I mean by that is like
I think
a
you can acknowledge
mindset
something
of
that's successful and failure at the same time. I think
Yeah,
it's
that's what I.
for you
That's what, yeah,
guys. It seems
that's
like
what I agree.
it's one or the other. I think it can be both, depending
yeah.
on.
I
I
think
just think
there's
it depends on your own context. Like for
yeah.
Golden State, no matter what, if I win, if I lose, it's a failure. For like the Pistons, a young team like that or whatever, yeah, we failed to win a championship, but at the same time, we were successful in actually developing sort of a winning
Yeah,
culture,
I
But
agree
why
with
something
you.
for
like
Golden
that.
State? But why
Like
for Golden State though? That one I'm not sure. I'm not sure in
for
that
them, it's
scenario that.
always for them, it's always a championship or bust. I like
But what
we
about the
know for Golden
team though? What
State.
about that individual team and like again going to the realistic expectations? Because the realistic expectations are not just your tenure in your career. It's also looking at your roster and saying like, what could we reasonably expected to be actually do
They made
this
the
year?
trade for Jimmy, and they were
I'm
better.
not. You
And
lost me with your deal, then, Jordan, because
No,
I don't
I'm
understand.
speaking from her mind. I'm not speaking from my
No.
mindset. From my mindset, it's still a failure is a failure. I'm speaking from 11-10's mindset. From the
Mhm.
mindset of looking at what you should reasonably be expected to do based off of
I mean,
everything.
it might be different because for them, they've done it before. I think it's different when you haven't sort of done it
Exactly.
before and you're
Exactly.
Yeah.
a young team. There's just going to be steps you have to sort of take. When you're around a team that, especially the main guys on your team, have won four championships, and Jimmy hasn't won any, but he's been to multiple finals. You're always going to have that expectation, and the organization's going to have that expectation to win. And then you made the trade for Jimmy. You guys went 25 in what 7 or 25 and 5 when Jimmy got there. You were on the right track. Jimmy gets hurt in offs, whatever it is, what it is, and Steph gets hurt in offs, whatever. But they're going to always have that win a championship. Did we do it? No.
But is that
Then for them,
realistic?
it's going to be failure. For them, it might be.
I
Do you
think
think
they
it
think as
is?
long as they got Steph there
For
in the
them, it might
window.
be.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't think any.
I mean, we
That's
can
funny because I don't
disagree
think
with that,
anyone
but
in here. Yeah, I don't think anyone thinks is realistic for them to win a championship this year.
Yeah, but she was talking from the organization standpoint. I think like
yeah,
in their minds,
Yeah. And to the point, and then I will rebut and say to the point of they've done it before. The three of them have Jimmy. Draymond, Steph, and Kerr. Yeah, they've done it before. That collection of guys hasn't.
yeah.
That full collection, that team hasn't done it before. That team hasn't done anything together. That particular team hasn't done anything together. And key pieces of the team that has are gone, are elsewhere. It doesn't. It's not the same team.
I think there's a little difference though because the main core and your coach and your best player and your second, your third
Yeah.
best player, whatever you want to call it, Draymond, they still have done it. So their expectations are maybe as a whole with that whole team, you can label it as you don't have those kinds of expectations.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
as
Those
for them
individual players
guys,
for sure. They think they can
yeah,
do whatever the fuck because they're thinking like, okay, we won. I don't give a fuck who was here. Us three together have won. So we
right.
think that we can do it. But that collective, I think if you go man to man down that team, I think the answers would be varied for that particular team. And if you're saying, but from us looking in
You
though,
say for the main guys, that's what they're going to think. Obviously, if you ask like, I
uh,
don't know, Pods or something, or Moses Moody, could be different. But in terms of Steph, Draymond, Jimmy, Horford, if he ends up on the team like they think, that's exactly what they're gonna think. Steve, what he's gonna think, what obviously Joe Lacob, the owners or whatever, because that's what they've been doing over the course of their
And
tenure
honestly,
in
But
Golden
what
Pops and
about
them
State.
you though?
might
But what about
agree.
us though? Because we were speaking about the Pistons because we made the Pistons example of how we view them. How do we view the Warriors if they don't win? We know how they view it of them. But how do we view it? Looking at their team,
Yeah, if they lose, I think it's a failure in
if they don't
my
win the
eyes.
championship, okay.
Yeah, it's a failure of a
Yeah, I
season
mean, I
because
would consider it
their
failure because I know their
barometer.
expectations. I just, I don't know. It's fluid, I guess, in that way. But you pay with how much they've paid for the roster in terms of the guys that they have locked up. They, when you look at the books of the team, that's kind of the expectation of what you have with that roster.
Yeah,
Whether it comes to fruition or not, I don't know. But it's weird now because they only have 9 people on the roster. They literally can't do 5-on-5. The training camp started today. But
Yeah,
whatever gets figured out with the Kaminga situation, who they sign or whatever, they probably believe that because I don't know if they can replicate what they did last year, but they were damn good when they had Jimmy, Draymond, and Steph all playing at the same time. So if they replicate that sort of um, play, who's to say that they couldn't challenge in the West or potentially win? Who knows?
I think
So,
that I think what you just described is kind of why I made the distinction earlier of between like the organizational failure and maybe the team failure from the outside looking in. Like for me, if the war just looking at their team right now, if they go and they win a first round series and they lose in the second round, I don't label that relative to like who they have on their team, like the actual team, the collection of guys. I don't know that I labeled their team as having, well, it's a failure. It's a failure to me because that's how I look at it. But if you're doing it through the mindset of, okay, relative, like how you guys were describing of what they should reasonably be expected to do, if you're looking at it through that mindset, I don't know that I would label them a failure then.
yeah, but I
Well,
don't
I
think
wouldn't
you
label them
can.
a failure then.
I don't think you can compare them and what the Pistons have done because
Yeah. No, no,
they're
no, no. I'm
already
just I'm just
on.
saying looking at their team. I'm just talking
But
about looking at the Warriors
but
team.
the way
Yeah.
that they were looking at the Pistons and saying like that's a step in the right direction. There's no more steps for the Warriors with
But
Steph,
the,
Kerr,
but
and
but but
Draymond and
but
Jimmy. They're on
yeah,
the
but
they're on the final stepping stone. So there's no more
but that's
progression.
just that means that then that could mean that the organization has failed them if
Well,
they don't have the
maybe.
guys around them to do it. Because
Well,
2022
maybe,
Lakers,
but what
perfect
if they,
example.
yeah, but they
Because
could though. They could. I don't think they will. I don't think they will, obviously.
yeah,
But if 11-10, like they said, 25-7 when Jimmy was on the team, they're bringing in a seasoned veteran. If Horford comes, Kaminga is getting better. Potts looked like he had a good year. You got all these players and you still have your core three guys that are championship. I mean, Jimmy he's been there, so he knows what it takes. So having that collection of players even in their minds, even in the way that they view the failure and success, but I still think that 11-10 and OG and everyone will still look at it as a failure, even though they might not put the expectations of realistically winning a championship. In their scenario, I think it would be like if you go through the list of teams that would be a failure if they don't win a championship this year. I don't think that the list is very like short. Like it's there's a lot of, like if the Minnesota loses, I think if the Sixers lose, it's a failure.
That's a bad way of looking at things.
If
I just don't. I
you
don't
late
know,
I
game.
man.
Hold on,
disagree.
bro.
I
Because then I think
disagree
you're looking
because
at the 2022 Lake. Because then I think you're doing that team like the 2022 Lakers and saying that they should have gone to the year thinking that they could have won a championship. And if you look at that roster on paper, they're obviously always going to think that. But us from the outside looking in should think that that team would win a championship. And I'm going to look at you if you say that, and I'm going to say you're lying to me. Like,
well, I might not think they can win a championship, but at the end of the day, it's still a failure because they should be on that. They should be on that level.
that's
And
why.
you could
Then
say
that's why I said the
so it's
organization
the
failed in that
organizational failure.
respect.
Okay, yeah, the
Yeah,
organization or the play.
exactly,
But at the end of the
exactly.
day, if they don't win, it's still a failure. If you have
Yeah,
AD
it's a
and LeBron,
failure. The total,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. I would just then say like I wouldn't say, wow. I would look at LeBron or AD or even Russell and say, you couldn't win with Wayne Ellington, Trevor Ariza, and Carmelo. So it's on you why we failed. I would say no. The failure is that's more what it is. It's more so
It might
kind of
not be on the players, but it's still an
it's a
organizational
failure. No, it's a
failure.
failure. It's just who
Yeah.
the failure's on at that point. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I agree. But like, I think that teams that don't win a championship this year, like Minnesota, like the Denver, like OKC, like the Sixers, like I guess out west or in the East, maybe the Knicks and Cavs, because you can't put expectations on the Celtics and Pacers without their guy. So but if they don't win, it's not like the Pistons. They're not taking a step in the right direction because their ultimate goal now is you need to win. You're here.
Yeah, the amount of positives you take from it are certainly different.
Yeah. So you could take a lot of positives from Detroit doing what they did, Magic doing what they're going to do. Teams that don't have that expectations, and they're in the right step. They're in the right direction. That's all. But the ultimate
That's what I'm
goal is
saying
to
before.
win.
It's still a
So
process-based
if you fucking
mindset.
lose, if you lose, it's a fucking failure. If you lose the season, you don't win a championship, and you're a contender, it's a failure of a year. I don't care who it's on, if it's on the GM, if it's on the coaches, if it's on the players, whatever. As an organization, you failed. Because at the end of the day, it sounds corny, but you're all in this for a championship. You're all doing it together. So I'm not going to blame one person or whatever, but as an organization, they failed. Why are you saying that's a bad way to look at it, Tween?
You ain't got to ask him. Great combo, though. Great combo.
Yeah. Great comment for sure.
This all happened because of some idiot.
Things, though.
Some fucking idiot came into the pizza shop yapping about the Heat. Fuck out of here! Take this
Wait,
stupid
that's what this.
Yes, bro. He
That's
came
how
up
this
and asked me if the
conversation
Jimmy
happened.
tenure was a failure. So that's
Yeah,
how
I
it
asked
happened.
a guy came
Yeah, it was.
with a Heat hat on.
Unfortunate.
Yeah, he came in with a Heat hat on, and he started yapping like they're some fucking great team. I said, "What the fuck did you guys win?" I said, "Yeah, we can't get out of the second round, but you." I said something.
He was
to him
saying it
as
was
a
still
joke.
successful.
It was like a joke, and I was like, "Bro, what are you doing in Philly with that hat on? Like, you're supposed to be a Sixers fan." He was, "Nah, fuck them." I was like, "Whatever, bro. You're a hater." And he said, "He was like, this is a real team." And that's what he said. I was like, okay, yeah, you guys went to the finals, whatever, but you guys didn't win. Oh, but we still got there. We're still this, we're still that. It's like, oh, so Jimmy was a success in Miami, and he was like, well, we did, we did what we were supposed to do. I was like, no, you didn't fucking win. I was like, so you didn't do shit. I was like, that's how I look at it. Like, it's a cool story that you guys were dogs. You got there, you made some noise, but that's all you did, and now it's over, and you didn't win. And so, what did you really do?
And it's
you got a
interesting.
couple cool memories, like that's cool. I don't give a fuck.
It's interesting because I think that I know kind of 11-10 saying how I was looking at it as binary, which I think is true. I think there's also some binary on the other side of it where it's like failure mean bad. Whereas for me, failure is very nuanced. Like a failure doesn't necessarily mean, the typical connotation of the word failure. It doesn't. That's not how I take failure. There's a lot of good that can come from you having failed because you aim up here and then you fall down here. It's like, damn, I still am higher up than I was before. I failed at my goal, but look where I am, and it's pretty darn good.
The point that I keep hearing, bro, y'all keep talking about expectation, bro. Everybody has a different expectation on it. You feel me? On most things. So, what are we justifying the expectation on? That's very narrative driven.
Confused, brother.
We're being honest.
I
mean,
understood the first part of it, but then what do we just?
What do you mean?
The second part, I'm confused.
That part.
What do you mean it's narrative driven? Don't you think Queen? Go ahead.
A lot of series be toss ups. Like both of these teams should win. You feel me? A lot of come playoff time. It's very unexpected. Like you cannot quantify who's gonna win and who's gonna lose.
I agree with you.
It's a matchup base. It's defensive schemes. It's just too much variables to factor in. Oh, that team is gonna win. That team is gonna lose. No, what are you talking about?
We talked about that before last year, Tween, and I think I said the same thing I want to say now. If you got two evenly matched teams, then it's agreed, not just from us looking in, but then the teams amongst themselves even acknowledge it. This is a 50-50 series, right? On paper, schematic, whatever. If one team loses and one team wins, then the team that lost failed, and that's just it's cool. Yeah, okay. I thought you were saying something other than that. Okay.
No. We on the same page.
Okay.
I don't think Tween know if he know he on the same page.
Was that necessary though?
Yeah.
Sorry, let me stop.
Oh shit! Clock RT, brother. Okay.
Good convo. I'm listening to it all. Going to circle back to, excuse me, 20. Reminder to everybody that's in here, I was not
That's
going.
crazy.
I know. That
I'm
is.
scared. We still on this list. It's crazy.
It's insane, but I'm stopping at 20 anyway, though. I just wanted to go there and stop there. Reminder to anybody that's in here, I told you at the top of the show today I was not going past 3 p.m. I have an episode dropping at 3 p.m. So if you want to continue to hear anything in regards to fact and stats, make sure you all tap into the episode at 3 o'clock, literally 4 minutes, where I recorded with Ari yesterday. Talk about NFL Week 3 takeaways, looking ahead to Week 4, talking about the Colts and 49ers and the 3-0 starts, and some things about the Ravens and players standing out and things like that. So next couple of minutes, that's what I was just doing for the last 15, 20 minutes clipping. But yeah, next couple of minutes while listening to y'all, tap into that episode at 20. They have Kawhi Leonard, who dropped went up 2 spots. The main question surrounding Leonard entering any season is his health and availability. But the even bigger question this season is the investigation around his little, y'all know that little investigation that's going on. This marks yet another off-court issue surrounding Leonard, and it could prove to be distractions for him and the team, especially if the NBA is able to uncover evidence that leads to severe penalties, which could include Leonard's contract being voided. Leonard scored 20-plus points in the final 22 games of the season, regular season and playoff, tying his career best streak. He's projected fantasy-wise to average 22, 6, and 1.6 steals per game. So just to give y'all a little update or insight or whatever in regards to the show going forward, instead of doing the top 10 today, I'm going to look to start that off with the show tomorrow. And then after that, we're going to pivot to immediately following that, predict who we have winning the WNBA Game 3s tomorrow. And then with the Mercury and the Lynx tied up at 1 apiece and the Fever and Aces tied up at 1 apiece. Both phenomenal Game 2s that we just had. Well, the Aces game really not so much, but at least the Liberty and Mercury. I mean, the Lynx and the Mercury game was pretty good. Shout out to the Mercury for storming all the way back and winning that game. Preview those games, give our predictions who we have winning that game, and then after that, we're going to jump into this phenomenal college football slate that we have tomorrow. That's featuring in games tomorrow. Saturday. That's featuring a lot of good matchups. Notre Dame and Ark, for example. Georgia and Alabama, obviously, is one of the matchups that's highlighting this. Penn State and Oregon is another matchup highlighting this. A&M and Auburn, for whatever it's worth. LSU and Ole Miss. We're going to dive into all this tomorrow. So it's giving y'all an update to how the show's going to look like. So the top 10 point guards, if you want to make a list, you want to have a list, by all means, feel free to come tomorrow with it. I'll have mine ready as well. Then we're going to jump into WNBA predictions. Then we're going to close it out with the college football preview of all these phenomenal matchups that we have this Saturday. And then we'll be back here after Friday's show, Sunday morning at 11 a.m. Eastern time. So keep that in mind. Point guards tomorrow, WNBA preview, and then also previewing all these college football games. Well, the better games that we have tomorrow. And then right back in here Sunday at 11 a.m. Eastern time, previewing all of the Week 4 matchups, talking about fantasy football, and then giving our best bets for each game. Thank y'all so much for all the support today. If you want to tap into the episode, do me a solid and watch the episode that drops in literally 1 minute. I recorded with Ari, episode 114. Thank y'all so much for supporting the show today. And thank y'all so much for continuing to support the Fact and Stats platform in general. And then the weekly podcast episodes will be returning. So keep that in mind, as I will try to make sure I stay consistent on that side as well. Peace, blessings, and love. Truly appreciate everybody that came through today. And yeah, man, I really, words can't explain how much I appreciate you all. And I will see you all tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern time. And y'all have a good one.